Unless, I guess Falcon ban it out.
Since you're new, blue Suyo, blue side Suyo. That's blue Yo.
Oh.
They ban it, so they're reading it as well.
It's taken off the table, but there is the Bruno locked in for Fnatic Onic, and Bruno 93% pickup rate and 55% on the win rate. Honestly, it's been such a heavy hitter, and a lot of teams try and find a way to work through it, right? We've seen the Angie Ling come out. Sometimes it worked in their favor, but other times completely got dominated.
I love that gambit. It's either you ban the Suyo here, we end up with it, or we take the Bruno. I think that was a good move, a good opening gambit by Fnatic.
It might have honestly been better just to do a throwaway ban, leave them both open for Falcon, right? Because I think that was the plan for FNOP. It's like, listen, we're going to force you to ban one of them. We get one of them no matter what. So now, what does FCON respond with?
Hey, the Eve is still on the table. Definitely something picked up. The Mathilda is still currently walking. The Hilda
also on the field. Joe.
Phobius and Joy.
All right, so it's not like Dax was running out, not in the first phase. So they put Royal Milk on one of his specialties. If you ask me, so far in his history in M6, it's this, the Phobius, or the CC.
This is comfortable. Game one, it is a best of 5. We have to remember that. And if there's going to be a time that you go to comfortable picks, it is definitely game 1. And FCON just sticking with that. FNOP, on the other hand, you pick up maybe jungler here, Cho, Alpha, or that was a Fredrin to counter against the Joy.
I like it, right? You have the Way of the Dragon, you have the crowd control, the knock-up. To stop that Joy in its tracks, I mean, that's one of the hardest things with the Joy is the mobility. Now having a means to slow him down and the energy eruption from the Fredrin as well. It's definitely a power move from Fnatic Onic.
Believe it or not, this is just King Kong's 3rd hero in all of M6. The Beast has played Joy, the Beast has played Suyo, and just this, the Fredrin. Folks, quick fun fact about Kid X, he holds the highest assists in a single game record in M6. That's 20 with the Hylos. He scored that against NIP Flash, and he's, by the way, the #1 tank amongst aggregate scores in all of the tanks, all the roamers in M6.
Okay, and speaking of that, now we get our tank locked in first phase for the side of AFCON, and it is the Tigreal, and we saw how good this Tigreal did against Fredrins in the past. It's a beautiful answer to it. It's a great way to either push away, lock him down for a second, and give this Joy the ability to do whatever it wants in the pit. Now, coming into bans, second phase, FCON still are going to need a gold laner, they're going to need a mid laner, an FNOP mid laner, and then EXP most likely.
And there goes that Hilda ban, going to take that off the table over there from Falcon Esports. Now,
what's up?
We have yet to see the mage from either side. I mean, we have the Eve still available, the Aurora still can rise to the occasion.
Wala,
you know, I would say they could have went for the glue on Fnatic Onic, right? Especially when you have this Phobius, but without the mages on the table, the Vexana is still up for grabs.
And that's exactly what Fnatic Onic attacked.
Yeah.
This is a PX7 special. 1/3 of the XXX. You take it away, you force him on something else, which I think they were expected to come through because a Tigreal and a Vexana, that's a lot of CC.
Hear me out, FCON. Good mid laner choice. Aurora would be nice. I think we might see the ban. But we've seen this Sicilian a few times. We've seen it do great against the Fredrin, another big ranger, long distance mage. I think FCON, you find something that's backline, heavy backline.
Yeah, because so far, Fnatic Onic, they have good front line. They have good front to back. But who are you going to send to go
Life
catch
is good. This is
PX7 if he does get his hands on the Sicilian? Does Fnatic ban it here?
Possible.
Is it worth
could
it?
be. I mean, we've been building up the end game.
Because Eve is still open.
Kaso mag-English tayo doon.
That's another big backliner. But they need
Ay guys, tanong nyo nga ano,
we also want to look for
punta kayo sa chat
we want
niya,
to look for
sa
these
ano.
ideas.
And Prince on the Eve was a thing of beauty. Prince on the far side.
Sa stream niya.
Now,
They ban it. Oh, Louis.
Ooh, call me crazy, right?
FCON's got it.
Okay.
But I say, yeah.
Uy, insta-pick, ano to? Parsa ninakaw.
Farza, though.
Nice nakaw, nice nakaw, pare.
A different side of artillery.
But that
nice
was also,
nakaw.
we saw Super Prince on Farza yesterday too, which was disgusting.
Ang sagot sa Farsa, Eve. Ay, Eve pwede. Uy, pwede Eve. Kaso may Joy lang. Pero pwede Eve. Pwede pa rin. Eh, nag-Faramis, no?
I mean, is the Eve still viable against the Farza?
Eve or Farah lang ako dito. Tapos, Eve Faramis, sabay, XP, Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi, pwede.
Yeah, and you also have a Cho, which still can be
Eh, may
flexible.
gatot pa pala, guys. Gatot or CC ang XP ko dito. Tapos Eve or Faramis.
And I think that would be a good read,
Yan.
especially up against this composition.
A flex like that could be vicious on
Kirk has played
Faramis nga.
read.
May Matilda pa? Ha?
Mr. Wiesman.
May Matilda pa?
F, is that for Fnatic?
Paano na?
You got that Faramis Matilda combo.
Grabe, F ko.
Dirty
Anong
duo
gusto
here.
gawin?
We've seen it
Ato,
just
Bea.
a couple
Bea lang
times,
ata eh. Wala nang iba.
in MPL Philippines. And boy,
Bea
oh boy,
lang. Bea lang
was
ata ang
it
pwede. Legit.
Quite the combo. So, what's left for Falcons here?
Doble ba
Is they
camera
still
ko?
need a hero for Benny.
Oo nga, no? Weird.
Gold lane, I mean, against the Faramis, what? They could pick up something like the Claude and go, we've seen a little bit. It's not that great right now, but at least counters, you could pick up Nabira's Passion,
Yeah.
Or
you know,
Melissa.
or Melissa to
So,
stop the
Beatrix,
dive.
Claude,
Ah, Melissa.
Melissa,
Pwede nga, no?
my-
Pero Beatrix ata
I
ako
think
dito.
that's the way we go.
Yeah, I would say Natan.
Isiyan na lang natin ng ML. Huwag
I
natin
don't know, it's a
pahirapan.
little shaky here. I think that's
Claude
a good read.
siguro,
Definitely
pero
something that could play for
Bea
survivability.
best,
You have a very
Bea
heavy
best.
dive-centric
Nathan,
composition
ay kaso
and
malaman.
sustainability
Bea
from
best, Bea
Fnatic
best.
Onyx. So as we are seeing that
Mm.
last pickup,
Carry.
carry locked in.
I mean, it does deal with the tankiness of Fredrin,
Huh?
but that Cult Altar, that's what I'm seeing the lack of right now. But at least they have the Joy to help deal with that.
Wait,
Alright.
bakit
With the
Kari?
pick set in, let's throw it over to our casters, calling the action. It's nice.
Ganito kasi guys, usually, pag may Faramis na, di ka na magkakari.
Thank you so much to the panel.
Usually,
Weezy, great to have
usually.
you with us. What
So,
is up,
di
guys?
ko-
I'm
di
nice
ko
to
alam.
joined here on the desk
Huh.
with Ingon, here to
So,
bring
may-
you
may
the action. It's
sound
our first best of 5 ahead of us. How we doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great again. First best of 5 finally. I'm hoping it's gonna go all the way, and at the same time, looking at the lineup, this is what Royal Milky used
Yeah.
in game number 1 yesterday. Fulvius up against NIP Flash started things out strong with 7-0-7, and they're gonna look
Ganun.
what happened yesterday.
Well, we're going to find out if it works out. I know we've got a crowd here, so IOI Convention Center, are you ready? It's a ticket to the top 4.
Flying solo
and
nga eh.
Oxiana on the
Okay lang
line.
yan guys.
It's our
May
first
lakad talaga.
best of
Weekend
5.
talaga.
Heading into
Kung
the
nalala
lineup
nyo
of
last
God,
time,
will it be Fnatic,
weekend
Onyx,
din kami hindi
Philippines,
nakapag-restream.
or Falcons
Kasi
Esports? And you guys
may mga
get to
lakad
cheer
yung
a little
mga
bit
ano,
longer
kalapati gang,
while we
yung mga
wait to
tropa
get
pips natin sa
to the
kalapati.
game. But we saw it, man. We saw the compositions. Our panel broke it down. Man, you know what? This is that.
By
part
the
of
way,
the tournament
congratulations
where
Mapua,
everybody's hyped.
champion.
Everybody wants to know the top 4 teams.
Kahapon galing tayo sa gig ng Tanya, napajam na naman tayo. At yung malapit kong jam doon, di ko pa, ano, di pa prepared.
You know, this lineup is really rooted
Coach, ano
in
yun?
Filipino play
I'll
style,
restrain
the
myself
dual
na.
pops. We even called it before the ultimate bonding experience. You have a Matilda paired up with a Faramis, and this time it's also King Kong on the Fredrin. So it's like a bit of a throwback with what Fnatic Onyx Philippines, the super family, is going to show up against a Falcon Esports.
Well, you can see it. You know, familiar faces, of course, out there too. And I think that's the thing, man.
I'll restream myself na lang.
The environment changes a little bit here, Ingon, especially when we have a
Teka lang
best
guys,
of 5. We
re-reply lang
saw
ako sa
this,
mga
you know, already
kailangan
when we
replyan.
kind of made that switch where we were in best of 1s for a while, and then you finally see some of the teams obviously performing in the best of 3 now. The fact that this is a best of 5 for Falcon Esports, they've showed great things, and I think a lot of people
Share this
really
stream.
were awakened in a way, like seeing the Falcon Esports, and we know the region itself very successful. You know,
Nangyari na,
even in
boss.
the M series previously, but I feel like this is a big statement. Depending on how
Kung malakas
this game
Falcon
falls
guys
out. So here we go.
hindi natin
Let's
pwedeng
jump into
i-ano
the
to,
game here. Started
basta-basta.
off game number 1, the best of 5.
Medyo,
Ready to break
ano to,
this out again.
matindi.
As we get a look at the junglers, this is where it's really important. King Kong and Dax. We'll see if they can step up,
Piling.
especially Dax here. He's done amazing things, but
Yeah.
again, this is against King Kong. The guy has
The
been
Nate here.
the king of the jungle so far. Before we break it down a little further, everybody watching with us right
draft?
now, M6 Pass.
Yeah,
It's now available.
this is actually the perfect time
This is the perfect
to get the M6 pass.
Baby
head
face
into a,
Yeb katabi ni
little bit
Dilar.
of a
Oh,
troubleshooting. You can
ang tindi nga ni
complete
Yeb eh, no?
all active tasks
Nagpapaya,
during the
tas
event.
nag-ahit.
Reach level
Matindi rin.
75 for free. Get amazing rewards including Claude's battle emote,
Paano
M6
nahit ni Kel
Glory
Ray
Outdoor
Luis sa bush
border,
kahapon?
Baksha's battle emote, and the new special
Sige,
skin
check natin.
Baksha.
Pero baka
Shield.
saan, may delay
You know
na
what
kasi
my
ng
shield
konti
was
bago ka
best
mag-envy,
It's
di ba?
all for
Ganun.
free.
It's all for
Palink
free.
ka, anong minute yan? Anong
Get
minute
that
yan, pare?
75 for free.
Yung ano,
But it's
Kuro
all-
Chan, anong minute?
Hey, man,
Anong
you know
minute?
what? That's why
Anong
there's the
timestamp
support
para
chest
ano?
too. Don't forget.
Yeah.
If you got
Late
the
na ba?
diamonds, might as well spend it, you know?
Late na ba ako?
Diamonds. There's the support.
There's the support of Falcon Esports. I mean, man.
Loko niyo
even,
na naman
during
ako, ah.
the team lineup, the team entries,
Oo nga eh.
they were all so hyped Because again, Falcon Esports has been exceeding a lot of expectations. If you're gonna go back to all the talent predictions when it comes to the top 8,
Oo, ang ganda
I
nung
rarely
ang
see
ganda nung
Falcon
LCP.
Esports on the board. And
Promise.
right now, just looking at their
Hindi
track
pati,
record,
ay
one
bali
against
knockouts
Aurora,
to, pero
lost against Twisted Minds, one against
meron pang
SRG,
additional na ano.
BTK,
Meron
and
pang lipat, may
yesterday,
aksyata pa 3
NIP
days. Yung
Flash
last 3
with a
days
sweep.
nandun.
I think that's why I was saying, you know, it's just they've come into M6 again
Oo nga, no,
as a
pag
region.
Malaysia.
You know that they have a
Madalas.
specific play style. They love to be pretty aggressive, and maybe that's what's needed.
Indo yung
because
wala,
our panel was
sa
the ones
Indonesia
talking
wala
about this,
masyadong
man. They were
possess,
saying that,
medyo
you know,
swabe
this
din
might
sa
be
Indo. Sa Pinas
one
din,
of the most
nagiging mas
aggressive
swabe na
Philippine
ngayon.
teams that we've
Konti
seen,
nga
you
lang
know,
post
in
nung ano
Fnatic
no,
Onyx
nung season
Philippines,
14, kung
Falcon
maalala niyo.
Esports, that might be the answer to the problem that a lot of teams are having facing
Oo, kung di
against,
nawala yung MPL
you
to,
know,
so
FNOF
baka
is,
nga ano to eh,
can you match
pwede nga
their
sila yung
aggression? But I think
talagang,
it's always that question
baka
is
nga
like,
walang
if you can
PH
match their
dominance
aggression,
kung
can
hindi
you keep it
natigil
up
yung MPL sa
throughout the
kanila, kung
entirety of the
sakaling
game? Not just
nagtuloy-tuloy, walang
game
gera
one,
or
but
kung
like
ano
an
man.
entire series.
Baka
And I think that's
sila pa yung
really
karibal,
where
tas hindi lang basta
the test
karibal, baka
comes
nga
for a lot of
natatalo pa
teams
tayo.
that
Kasi
will
sobrang
face
galing.
off
Imagine nyo
against
yung
teams
galing
like
nitong
Philippines.
FCON,
I mean,
wala
you
pa
can
silang
almost say the same
MPL
too
niyan.
for a team like Team Liquid ID, where last night, you know, they
Guys,
very
palink na pa
decisive
timestamp
so
nung
far
ano,
just through
yung
the
sinasabi nyo
matches
kung
that they've been
sakali.
through, and Falcon Esports has showed it. I think you really
Yun yung world setup. Pero hindi daw siya katulad nung M1. Ang bali-balita sa atin, hindi daw siya katulad nung M1 wherein parang Dota na magpapabilog. Hindi siya, pa-stage siya, pa-stage.
Some people say, man, XP is a little bit boring, you know, but I would say players like Royal Milk, for example, and even Kirk. Kirk could be the same thing.
Gutom mo guys,
Kirk
di pa ako
popped off
makain eh.
yesterday. He had like a deathless game on the
And
Edict.
even the Lord Steal.
Yeah.
We could forget that he was getting targeted, getting bursted down, but when a Primal Wrath with the Edith was all he needed to get
Ayun,
the
to
Lord. And I
Burmese,
do like the
magaling
fact that you
talaga,
mentioned the
guys.
XP lane, 'cause looking at the first neutral objective, the Turtle, no one rotates to the gold lane.
Yeah.
The gold
Malabo
lane is
tayo
deadly.
mag-Philippine
They
Arena,
leave
guys.
them be, give them enough space and time.
Hindi rin
It's
naman
all about the
nakakatuwa man
rotations
nun sa
to the
Philippine
XP lane.
Arena.
Who's gonna clear up first? Who's
Nakita
gonna
nyo
get
ba
the
yung
rotate
mga
first?
ano
Who's gonna
dun?
be the aggressor
Mga sinasabi
first?
nila
And
dun.
with the two XP laners,
Lalo na
Royal
pag
Milk
mga nagko-concert,
against
di ba,
Kirk,
bukod sa
we
yung,
could see, I mean,
kunwari,
action
bumili ka
right
ng
away,
upper box
even
or
before
lower
2
box
minutes.
na seat
Yeah,
sa
we'll see,
Philippine Arena.
Exactly how they
Kasi
kind of
sobrang
approach
layo
that.
niya,
I think
para
that's
ka
a good point
nag-gen
too,
ad
gold
na
lane,
sa Mall of Asia.
specifically
Sa sobrang
where,
laki niya,
you know,
yung
they've known
mga upper box
they've
na
been left
mahal,
to their own
parang
kind of
nagmumukhang
devices,
gen
and then they
ad.
usually just duke
Kasi
it
nga
out
sobrang
1v1 their own.
masyadong malaki,
We
tapos
do
di
have a
naman din
quote here,
gano'ng
though,
kaganda
before we
yung
go ahead and,
yung
wait for
setup.
things to get settled.
Kahit ako
From
nakanood na ako
Coach
sa
RC,
Philippine
of course,
Arena nung ano
from
eh,
RC, we've
na
been wanting to
Galaxy
face FNOF
Battles.
since the
Di rin
Swiss
nakakatuwa
stage
manood.
to test our team's strength
Parang ano
against
din.
the MPL Philippines
Ang hirap pa
Senior 14
pumunta,
champions.
nakakayamot
As a Filipino
puntahan.
myself, I'm excited for the challenge of
Buti nga
competing
nung time na
against
yun,
a full
ano pa
Filipino
eh,
team. We
may
hope to
time pa
give them
na,
a good fight and show our surprise
what you call
pick.
this,
Of course, we're aware of the
shuttle,
strengths, so we only have about 50%
From,
confidence
parang
in
pumunta
this
pa yata ako
matchup.
MOA nun
So you
para
guys on stage.
mag-shuttle.
Would you take the 50%
Parang ganun, mga
confidence?
nakakabad trip
I
na
think
ano.
it's more of them not
Nakakabad trip na
underestimating their opponents. Again, I do agree that it was better
na
for them, of
galawan
course, if they were
sa
able
ano,
to face up
sa
against
Philippine
Fnatic
Arena.
in the group stage. Because even
May malaking
the coach
TV
of
nga, pero
Fnatic on
alam mo eh,
Philippines
pumunta ka
Sports
doon para
One, he also
manood ng
mentioned
ano
that
eh,
the Swiss stage was
ng
actually-
tao.
It's like,
ng tao na naglalaro.
it exposes the
Ano
teams.
gusto mong
It
makita?
makes you
Traffic
question
pa,
if
o
you're
tama
really
yun.
good.
Nakaka-bad
Because
trip.
it's all best of ones.
Parang gusto mo
For
kasi,
Coach RC,
kung gusto mo
and
manood
we
sa
decided
isang
to
malaking
go against
TV,
Fnatic
guys, sa
on
bahay na lang
Philippines
ako,
to test their
pambihira.
strength.
Komportable pa,
Luckily
walang
for them,
traffic,
even if
makakain ko pa kahit gusto,
lose a couple
makaihiyaw
of
kahit
games,
kailan.
there's still a chance for them to come back. Because again, it's a
Kung
best
TV
of
lang
5
din ang
series.
lalabas.
A lot of
Kaya
room
ganun,
for them
nakaka-bad
to
trip eh.
show the
Last two
surprise
matches
picks
in,
they are
dalawa.
bragging about.
I think the surprise picks they have been happening. You know,
Di ko
throughout
ma-
M6 so
sa
far.
sa M1,
Either way,
3
though,
days,
we saw
baka
that
may
video
sa
package
aksyatan
yesterday
nun.
alone where the lower bracket run, man.
2 days ata
if a
nung
team gets
M1. Di
sent
ko,
down to the
parang
lower
di ko
bracket, we've
Oo,
seen this
2 days
before
lang.
where they make that,
Tapos ngayon,
what they call it, the lower bracket
parang
bump.
3 days
Lower
ngayon
bracket
not
run,
sure lang.
where
Pero
they
alam ko
eventually
3
get
days
to grand
ngayon.
finals and then, you know, end up,
16:54, okay,
becoming
noted yan.
champions there
Yan,
if they
oh.
can, but I think either way,
Note natin yan.
you know, you work with
Oh,
this. And here
Sulat
you
ko
go.
yan,
Good luck with
16:54.
that was a support chest, I believe, right? Hey, good luck.
Good luck,
Game
let's
1, no?
see.
Sige.
Si Loy.
I'm not sure.
Ay, anong game pala yan?
He's just
O nga,
spending
anong
it
game
all.
yan? Yung
This is another way you
16:54
guys
na yan.
can level up your
Game 1 nakalagay para bobo
M6
naman.
pass right now. He's going.
Going for the
Just
level
hit maps.
75.
Wala, di ako magkano abuti mag-level 75, guys?
It adds to the suspense, okay?
Wala,
So
di
around,
abot yung
how many
dice
is
ko.
that more? Around 5, 6 draws?
5-6 draws. He's got about 200 diamonds left.
Oh, 300
Sa
XP.
Araneta.
Congratulations.
Okay, okay.
Level up that
Prediction
path
ko
while you
to
can.
ano to, 3-1.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Onyx,
I think,
3-1 Onyx.
once we eventually get to this game, that's where you have to see. If Falcon Esports if they
Ayan,
get the
3-1
advantage
Onyx,
early on, I think
guys.
we might actually
No
see,
bias
'cause
prediction.
Have we seen Fnatic Onyx Philippines really struggle? I mean, at
Galing
all
ang
M6, if we think
lalo na
about
kung
it, you
yung
know,
form
and a team
ng
to go into this and
yung form ng
I'd say,
Onyx
you know,
yung
you do
kahapon
obviously
yung
respect
gagawin
the
nila
team
ngayon.
that is
Ang lala,
most
ang
people would
lala
say
guys,
tournament
ang
favorite
lala.
now up to this point. You know, so you got to approach it with a certain kind of mindset, I feel like, and
Sarap ng
that's
kape.
50% confidence, but also
Thank
you're
you.
just kind of
Alam mo
respecting
guys,
on what the fact
ang
that
sama na ng
Fnatic
chan ko
has
palagi
done
kasi may ano
to
na
all
ako.
the teams they played at this
Di na
point.
okay yung
That's-
chan ko.
That's the best thing you can do.
I think
Like,
it
legit.
also goes the same way for Falcon.
May ano na parang
Esports.
feeling ko may
Just looking back
hyper
at,
acidity
who
na
they
ako.
faced
Pero
up,
sarap ng kape.
who they brought down.
Wala nga ako M6 pass eh.
Fnatic Onyx Philippines, they can
Ganito
also
kasi.
underestimate
At least
this
nung caster
emerging
kami,
team in
nung
Falcon
caster kami,
Esports.
meron kami
Going
at
back
least
to your main
diamonds
point a
na
while ago,
parang every
team like
season para
Falcon
may
Esports
5k
can
kami
match up
or
the intensity,
o mga
the
ganun,
pace, the
5K.
tempo of Fnatic Onyx Philippines. That's
so
gonna be put into
nakakapag at
question.
least ngayon nung nagcast ako wala eh.
Highlight also is what layout
Walking
they
distance
were
kay
able
Dennis
to
Trillo.
that
So ngayon kasi wala akong ano, wala kaming Dias or anything. So kahit nga Starlight na nanghihingi pa ako kay na Marky. Namamalimos pa akong Starlight eh. Kamusta draft nila Insight? Sige, tingnan natin. I-review natin. Salamat nakapagpalog. Oy, si ano, Ervic, salamat. Ano. O nga, may utang pa ako sa yung kape. Usap tayo. Marami tayong gagawin sa Excel. Kamusta draft nila? Tingnan natin.
Oh, it is that.
I'm waiting for you.
It is that. Estimate.
Actually,
Nag-poker na pala siya. Maganda yung ano, draft ng FCON up until Dakari para sa akin. Itong first four nila, sobrang goods. Super goods. Thank you, Kuro-chan. Super goods tong apat nila. Tapos, in a way, itong Faramis, kahit sinuggest ko to, maganda siya sa Tigreal, pero marami siyang problema sa Joy tsaka sa Farsa. So, in fact, walang masyadong hard lockdown tong ano eh, FNOP eh. Pero pwede sila mag-keep away game. So, takbo-takbo ganyan. Tapos ito, sobrang crucial para mahuli si Joy. Kaya nagme-make sense naman din yung Fredrin. Ito, check. Okay, super check. Faramis, check din sa Tigrillian. Goods yan overall. Matilda, ngayon, yung Matilda, hindi masyadong super duper good versus this FCON lineup. However, ang na-achieve niya ay meron siyang super combo. Mati, Fredrin, Farami. Super good. Tapos may Bruno ka. Bruno, Mati. Ayan. Kumbaga, solve na solve. And then, hindi mapipigilan yung rotation ng Mati kasi may Tigreal lang eh yung kalaban. So, hindi masyadong nakakaano. Ngayon, nilast pick nila guys yung carry. Yun hindi ko na masyadong trip. Yung carry na pinili. Gawa nga tayo ng ano. Gagawa ko ng scene na... Magagawa natin to ng paraan. Para meron tayong nakaabang na live.
Question is, how will you tame the beast in his own jungle?
Natin.
I don't know, man. You got to be able to tame it. No, go with the max.
Okay, he's going with the max. He's going with the nice Sue style.
Okay, 20. We're doing half.
Ay, gagi. Nang wala.
How much XP is this? We got to look
Nangyari.
really closely.
Oh, it's Delar.
It's Delar. Hey,
Nangyari.
what's that? 5,000 XP?
I can't do quick math, bro. let's ask Delar.
Good luck, Delar.
Duplicate.
Last one.
Last one, go.
Oh. Danny got 7,000 XP. Hey, we're going
Ay, ito na
back
pala.
to the game.
Okay na. Mamaya na ulit. Ayun, yun yung ano ko.
And now we can
Mga
catch
problema
back
na level,
up.
mag-monthly
Again,
din
only
sila.
a minute
Wala eh.
into this. So nothing too crazy just yet. I'm not sure also if we got
Wala. So, nung nag-pro ako,
maybe we get a
nung naging part na ako ng pro team, wala na akong extra dice eh. Kaya taghirap ako sa dice ngayon. Sila ito, wala pa may ano.
But also with this, again, it's Royal Milk. I think if anything for FNOP to
So,
deal with, it's not letting Royal Milk
Curry
have that
versus
kind of
Bruno.
similar
Tingin ko,
experience he had on the
sobrang
Phobius
Bruno
yesterday, where he
sided
was
to eh.
just had a massive game in his favor.
Yeah, again, he started
Ang problema ko dito kasi, grabe, kung nag-Beatrix sila mag... Ay, Ray, grabe ka, Dax.
First down, Brusco was just busy looking at the emblems, and Dax, it all happened in a flash.
Grabe,
Took
sambil,
down the Bruiser
bilis, no?
with
Hindi ginaya
one
ng ano.
electrifying beats.
Kaya
That's
ng
how
Ray.
fast it can happen,
Ang maganda pa
especially with
nun,
Joy across
ay, well, wala
the
siyang
field.
retry.
So now Turtle's up.
So, sure
FNOP's gonna start this
sure
up. They
third
do have the
sa
advantage, and
Onyx.
it's quickly gonna go down, so they are gonna just
Ginawa ni Brusco. Minatahan niya na agad yung blue, guys. Purple.
Trying to take the purple.
Ayan. Yun yung goods. Okay, sipa ka, boy. Nice sipa from Brusco. Di na kailangan TikTokin, guys. Simpleng flicker sipa. Just like old times. Flicker sa harap ng konti. Sabay sipa pabalik. Beautiful ML. Meron pa yan, guys. Yung actually, wala nga silang nilabas masyado dun sa ano eh. Layla pa lang yung parang new meta nila. Tapos ito siguro Fredrin. Yan, bagong labas. Pero when it comes sa sa dami na meron sila, goods tayo. Ay, si Kirk ba? Oh. Ah, Kirk ba? O nga, no? Ah, XP. O nga pala. Bobo ko dun. Nice, Paramis ult. Nice, Prince. By the way, dalawa yung para sa akin best hero ni Super Prince na siya lang yung may unique playstyle na sobrang galing. So number 1 is Louis. Unmatched. Kung baga siya yung top 1 na Louis, eh yung top 2, kung sino man yun, andito pa siya, ganun kalayo. Tapos parang nandito lang yung mga tao. Iba yung Louis ni Prince. Kasi bukod sa mismong laro, meron siyang map presence. Ngayon, etong Faramis, dalawa yung nakikita kong magaling talaga. Si Aboy at etong si Super Prince. Si Aboy at Super Prince, ganyan yan. Minsan mas malakas si Aboy, minsan si Super Prince. Pero para sa akin, sila yung top 2 sa buong mundo ng pinakamalulupit magparamis sa Ramis. Madaming magagaling. Like for example, si Haji magaling magparamis. Sino pa ba magaling? Si Hate, solid. Pero iba rin prestyle ni Hate eh. Ng Faramis niya. So, for me overall, pero malayo sila. Kumbaga, yung level nila, iba, nakahiwalay dun sa Faramis ni Super Prince tsaka nitong ni Aboy. Kaya, makikita nyo dito, mga sobrang solid na timing sa Faramis. Okay, ayun o. Bang, buhay. Buhay lahat. Patay si King Kong, pero patay din si Royal. Uy, aray! Ganda nung... Oh! Okay, yung trick niya dun ah. Sipa. Low scale ra. Buhay. Ganda nung sipa ni Kirk. What the hell? Pero panalo F-Con. Sa trade. Ang galing no, mas mabilis tempo ng Falcon. Si Sans, magaling na. Pero ako, aboy ako. Prince or Sanji? Sa ngayon, Prince. Meron kasi si Prince na yung map eh. Yun yung imba sa kanya. No counter. Magaling din si Aqua, guys. But like I said, nakahiwalay talaga yung level ni Prince siya ni Aboy. Parang pag in-observe nyo ng talagang matinding observation, iba talaga. Si Few, yeah. Like I said, there are so many good na Faramis users, pero ibang level talaga, Prince and Super Prince and A-Boy. Galing ni si Royal Milk din eh, no? Talagang minsan talaga pag on point siya Woo! Damn! Sexy! Huli. Ton si Milk. Sipa sa good target. Good target. Good targeting. Tigriluna din po. Tapos wala kasing ulti si PX7. In-attempt nila dong kay Kelra kaso ang galing ni Kelra. Ako po, yung pusa ako. Nangungulit na. Patay si Idok. Si Benny. Oh, bubuhat nga. On point nga to si Royal Milk pero may mga game talaga na siya, hindi siya on point. Hit or miss.
That FNOP wants to play around with. That Falcon Esports is going to have to adjust from it. But still,
ang aking baby girl, diba? Ay, salamat. Old meta banat ng FNOP po. Faramis, Fredrin, Mati. Best trio.
Possibly trading if they can. Royal Milk will go ahead and just hold
Hirap
this front
talunin
side. Uh-oh. Hold on. They got to watch out, though. Kirk on the hunt for this too. Still, this could be a full-on
Grabe mga
fight.
F-Noob na.
5 versus 4 here. They're gonna
Brusco
force Kid
laging
X
ano,
back. Daps
right
might
target.
try to jump in.
Golden si
no,
Kirk.
he's in
Oh, yun o. Bang! TikTok ka, boy! Ang layo na para sa. Di kaya to. May flicker si Kid X kaso super late na sila. Super late react.
Back with a turret top takedown. Now Fnatic Onyx Philippines, they're in a roll, in full
Zono to.
control. King Kong used
Sanay
up his
pusa ako
retribution to
sa
force
taas.
BX7 to use the flicker and
Galing ni
wings
Kirk.
by wings. Fnatic Onyx Philippines holding to a 1.7k gold lead.
Good push from Benny. At least they got something out of it. But Fnatic
Durog.
getting a whole
Okay,
lot
hatak.
in this. They're gonna drag
Okay,
Kid X.
patay.
Shadow
Ay,
Stampede
hindi, may
forced to
dash.
use the Sacred Hammer for KidX to walk away.
Tapos
Now,
papala
the
si
thing is,
Kid
the thing that's
X.
happening right now, Falcon Esports, although they were able to get previous trades during
Yeah.
the first 4 or 5
Pinapanis guys,
minutes,
no?
it wasn't the proper target. I mean, looking at the composition of Fnatic Onyx Philippines, they're going to feed all the resources to Kelra because he's going to be the main win condition of Fnatic Onyx Philippines. And if you keep him alive, even if Brusco falls down, King Kong falls down, Kirk falls down, it doesn't matter.
Galing ni Kirk, no?
As long as the gold stack
Galing nilang dalawa ni Brusco
And that's
mag-chew.
what I'm wondering for Falcon Esports.
Pero
Just
ang notable sa
with
kanila, good
everything that
targets
they have
lagi yung
available,
kinukuha nila.
Going against even the 3 Purifies alone.
Hindi
and then
kasi
we've all seen
yung
it
ML
before
kasi
how
ngayon hindi
Kelra
na basta-basta
positions
masipa mo yung
himself.
core, okay
The
na, or
reason
masipa
why
mo
he is
yung
called the gold standard is
sabihin
something that they
natin
wanna be
jungler
able to
or gold.
solve.
Pag
And
nasipa
looking at
mo,
the items, you know, they
magandang
are
target
falling
agad. Minsan
behind
mas
in the
magandang
goal lane
target
here.
yung post
King
5,
Kong
minsan mas maganda yung
tanky
XP.
enough, confident enough to
And
go
so
and just
far,
fight for this
Fnatic
purple
Onyx,
buff.
ganun
Might
yung
force out
mga
the
ano
red
nila.
trees goes in.
Mga nakakuha nilang sipa.
Pero
Pero ingat pa rin tayo dito. F-Con malakas sila sa ano, all stages ng game. Kahit late game malakas sila dito. So pag na-chain nila ng tama yung uma-ulti nila, katulad nun sa mid, yun, good. Kaso ito, aga ng ulti mo, PX7. Irarandang ka dyan, ayun, patay. Binola-bola. Ay, paramis ult. Okay na, nakaiwala si Milk. Patay. Uy! Hindi mo naman, masyado ka magaling. Wala yung Joy, wala yung taga-burst nung ano. Chatret kay Bruno, wala. Oh my God. Gag. Grabe to. F-Con ang ano. Maling-maling ginagawa. Maling-mali si Dax. Super mali. As in, super duper mali. Dapat, magaling siya mag-clear, diba? Pero bagay niya mag-tore. Enjoy. Bagay mag-tore niyan. Sobrang kailangan siya dun sa clash. Nakakuhaan sila. Tore, 3 kill. Sabay Lord. Very wrong ka dun, boss. Very wrong ka dun. The Tempest of Blades. Shoutout si kay Boss Gio.
You know, Malefic Gun too.
Naging ay may paglaro, guys.
And so with this, Falcon Esports falling further behind in this
Oh,
game one,
tapon.
they're going to have to go ahead and get ready for a defense against this Lord push. You still have that wave pushing up top alongside Kirk into that tier 2 as they get ready. They might have to pull a miracle play out here with Kid X if they can get things set up. King Kong on this side of the jungle.
Okay,
Petri ni Dax.
purple buff.
Patay ba si Milk? Yes.
Fnatic Onyx Philippines will take down Royal Milk once again. They have a Lord marching in the mid lane. You know, looking at the
Sa laro ni Milk.
game to be a farce right now because the dive composition of
Halimo.
Fnatic Onyx Philippines is just too much. I mean,
Yung carry, hindi ko talaga, hanggang ngayon guys, sorry. Hindi ko hindi ko ma-defend yung carry. Na-pick. Sa Brethren pwede. Hindi ko siya trip. I don't like it. I don't like it. May Beatrix, may Ik siya nga eh. Kaso may Mati kasi. Kahit mag-Ik siya. Beatrix. Sabagay, flicker kasi yung Bea, no? I-retail pwede. Para may, ano. Basta yung mga pang-Fury na Fury MM. Up! Up! Nice ult kay Super Prince muli. Patay. Buhay si Prince. Buhay din si Kong. Ay, joke lang. Oy, naku po. Pusa. Uy, patay. Grabe. Krinitan. 1K. Bawat hampas 1K. Uy, dahil grabe flask. Oh my God. Oh my God. Patay isa. Okay, no? The gold standard. Gold standard, mga pre. No counter.
11-40 a game for Fnatic Onyx Philippines to start the best
Si
of
Nick, babe,
5.
binisik mga tol.
Can the Falcons rise higher than this? That is the question.
Grabe, ganun lang kabilis.
Because what a game, what a
Lupit
performance
mag-English play. Oh,
from
bossing
FDOT.
si Ingans. Excited naman ni Coach Y na to.
Again, showing
Sayang yung F-Con. Pero, syempre, well played tayo dyan sa ating...
And they have a comfortable lead in this best of 5 series with a 1-0.
Okay, paano natin gagawin
Amazing
yung ating...
performance. I know our panel wants to go ahead and break this down a little further. What do you guys think?
Wait lang, ayusin ko lang ang
about
ating mga super camera.
From where we come from, they call that a lightning round. In just 11 minutes and 40 seconds, Fnatic Onyx Philippines walks away with the dub. Given this is a best of 5, what a way to set the tone, gentlemen. Wheezy, it's your first time on the M6 stage. How's that for you?
Explosive, right? I mean, I kind of expected the Mathilda to come out there, but I didn't expect the Faramis to be alongside it. But having the double support, it seems like the mission was protect the president, trust in Kelra, and he got the job done.
Yeah, you know, you think it's hard to kill Kelra, right? It's already very tough, but you add a Mathilda that stands behind him nonstop, you add a Colt Alter, and it is literally impossible at this point. I don't know how you break through that right there. Kelra wasn't even in Protect the President mode. He was in King, I'm gonna hold the front line mode. I mean, he was leading the attack half of those fights.
Homie was straight up Rob Stark, King of the North. Let's go ahead and check out the stats here. What did that game look like by the numbers?
Nice ko lang ang ating camera para makapag-review tayo ng
Kelra
matindi.
9-0 and 5. Just barely finishing his build, by the way.
Yeah, that's so average 3-item build. Just to like break it down for him, average 3-item build is about 8-9 minutes.
Oh my God.
7 minutes, you're doing very, very well. 9-10 minutes is probably like average time. You're maybe getting to your fourth. This man was maxed out. We're talking maxed out, 11 minutes, 40 seconds.
6 slots.
And he got 6
Ay,
slots
ay, ay.
filled. Probably around 11 minute
Uy.
mark, I'm sure. You know, maybe a little
Oh, parang
still,
super,
that is insane.
parang super saiyan. Uy, nawala guys. Wait lang
Just-
Naglolo ko lang
catching
ang
up to
ating
that.
ano.
He put the gold standard.
Put the gold in gold
YouTube.
standard.
Yeah, I mean, even with the itemization, right? When we see the Brunos go in
Ang
for the
lala
Hoss
ni Keller,
Class,
guys.
then the Malefic Gun, he did it in a little bit different of an order, right? He went to Hoss Class and then he
Totoo.
goes straight into the Malefic Gun. He's
Sa
playing
true.
not only for the survivability, but also able to attack from afar to sustain himself. And that's what made him so hard to take down 9-0 in 5.
Let's talk about the build on King Kong because your pride and joy, the heart and soul of NA, Moba Zane made the
Oh my God!
a
Aking
pick
pusa.
again, a legit pick, and
Nag-acrobatics.
King Kong's third hero was the Fredrin. It's built a little different.
Yeah,
Go
he
assassin
definitely
in the
went for a
jungle,
bit more of a
or
tanky
they're just
build
Wait
there.
lang, guys,
We saw Moba Zane sometimes go
Ano
for
yung
the
aking-
Thunderbelt.
That's right.
Hindi
Instead,
pwede magdalawang
and
YouTube?
Moba Zane still did the same thing. Half a Molten Core. There were some other games where he
Okay.
didn't, and you could see the slowness in the jungle. So King Kong picks up the Molten Core, picks up the helm, picks up
Ah,
a
hindi
little
pwede
bit of
mag-double
shield
YouTube
just in
guys. Wait
case
lang
the
Inaayos
X7
ko lang
gets out
para
of
maano
control,
natin.
just in-
What if mag-TikTok tayo? Para ano? What if mag-tactics tayo? Para mas maswabe. Wait lang Puro may Venus. Live. Eto.
45 from Catalyst, not prediction but Sino personally Gusto Mo Manalo
Ah,
TLID
TLID.
versus RRQNPFLASH versus SRGVMS at TS.
Eto, sagutin ko na. TLID gusto kong ano dyan. Hindi pwede, guys. Hindi pwede mag-picture over picture. Okay na, yaman na. Anyways,
Kalingan ni
ang
King
gusto
Kong
kong
kasi
manalo.
hindi naman talaga ganun kalaki yung damage sa output niya. And if ever, Super Friends, kagaya ng binanggit natin kanina,
RRQ.
yung Falcon na
Hindi,
line-up,
TLID
because
gusto
they
manalo.
have
Kasi
the kits
na-impress ako kay
like
St.
Drill,
Delu kasi.
Explosion, Feathered
Parang
Air
gusto ko
Cycles,
magkaroon ng
Celeste,
draft
Rhythm of
battle
Joy, and
ulit.
Electrifying Beats. Gugustuhin niya na maglaban
Ayun.
ng maglaban. But for Fnatic Onyx Philippines, number one,
Guys,
meron
naayos ko
silang
lang ang ating ano.
counter-engage
Tama.
brought by the Mathilda. Kaya na awkward na maglatag agad ng feathered airstrike dito si PX7 kasi laging
Ba't
nakaambag sa
naghahalikan?
kanya si King Kong. Nakikita natin yan all throughout the match.
Wala eh.
And Kirk, gusto ko lang i-comment si Kirk, and more than anything, ang pinaka natutunan ko sa buong serye na to, ay buong game na to, sobrang laking bagay kapag kaya mong i-flex yung iisang hero sa multiple positions.
That's true.
Yung fact na nagawa
Wala, nawala tayo ng net. Uy! Ano nangyari? Ano nangyari? Nawala ba aking... okay. Guys, wait. Nawala ba live ko? Ay, hindi. Yeah, puti naman hindi.
Boss Clouds at Berserker's Fury and Prolific Gun to rise to the occasion. Speaking of Kara, there he is himself. That big
Okay,
old
game.
smile. Ready to lead the way for Fnatic Onyx.
The gold standard is
San ka
our
team?
MVP
What do you
for
mean?
game
Wala pa
number
tayo. Mga
Screenshot
PAO team.
This right now. This is how
SRG.
you build and this is how you play a Bruno.
Yeah, I even love the fourth item.
RGM.
RGM, the Rose
Right.
Gold Meteor. And so a lot of people would save that for last, and that becomes your juggle item. But it just goes to show, Kelwer was playing so aggressive in
Kinakalan
that
to.
match.
So, ang sabi... Guys, sabihan nyo kapag ano na, pag draft na. So, ang sabi sa atin ay... Ang sabi sa atin ay 1654 daw. 1654. Kaya ba, sino ba gusto nyo manalo? Liquid o RRQ? Maganda naman, pero ako liquid just because of St. De Lucas. Kasi na-impress talaga ako sa kanyang drafting style. 1,000 GP mo nga eh. Saan team mo gusto mag-coach? TNC pa rin sana eh, kaso wala eh. Pero sa ngayon ano, siguro... Siguro kay Carl. Kung saan si Carl sa Liquid. Ayun, siguro. Baloyski pa rin. Dream ko pa rin makatrabaho ulit si Baloyski. Kung Indonesia, Baloyski team. Kung PH, Carl team. Kung MY, samahan natin si Coach Arcadia. Kasi pares kami ng strength eh. So baka kami, orb effect kami dun. Paano daw tinamaan ang Louis? Omega, pwede rin. Kaso wala si Noe. Yung pa naman ng tropa pips ko doon. Pero kung may Chakno, di ba? Parang, ano ba pakiramdam na makasama si Chak Attack? Paano daw pwede naman Louie? Ano dito? Hindi ko gets. Ano meron dito? Hindi ko gets. Aurora, hindi eh. Hindi po tayo Aurora eh. 1654? Okay. Akala ko game time. Ay, sorry naman. Akala ko game time. Pakbet to TNC? Malabo guys eh. Ang ganda ng ginagawa nila sa team eh. Magti-TP. Tingnan natin. Ito ba? Tama ba to? Tama ba to? Sige. May TP ba to? Falga. Hindi pa 100% yan. I mean, 100% sila maglaro. Pero madami pa yung nakatago. In the zone sila maglaro ngayon. Oo. Hindi, ang 18 na ulit ang ano ko dito. 18 na ulit. In-game. Ba't ganito yung hindi ko pala na-transition. Bobo. Naka-studio mode na pala ako. Tama ba to? Ito ba yun? Mag-TP diversion. Forward go. Ito po ba yun? Anong in-game time na lang? 17 na ba ako? $16.50. Ito ba yan? Ito ba yan? Ito ba yan? Sige nga, sige nga, sige nga. Ano na lang in-game time, guys? Mas ang hirap ano ninyong YouTube. Walang TP dito eh. Lord fight yun coach, nasa baba yung Lord. Okay, sige. Lord fight nasa baba yung Lord. Huh? So Lord at Lord bot at nililito nyo na lang ako ah. Hindi. Ano, okay si MTB. Gio sa Aurora, all-star team yun eh. Ma-unlock natin mga kumbaga supporting lang kasi mataas naman din ng respect sa mataas din naman talaga respect. Sa 30 yun, kung ganun. Kung mag-isa. Oh, okay yan. 723. Tama, first 30 yun kung naalala ko. Top 5 roamer of all time. Siyempre, Venus, Baloyski, Keyboy. Si Light, pasok si Light. Hindi masyado napapag-usapan pero pasok si Light. Pasok si Light din. Sino pa ba? Si Ogwin kung tumagal sana, kung makabalik si Ogwin sa kanyang prime, that would be, sasama ko ulit siya sa 5. Ano natin? Ito. Game. Ito yan. Chakno. So, ito yung sinasabi nyo. Yan natin. Point na. Ba't niya kita? Okay. Baka may skill si Storm. Oh, yung ano. Pero pwede yan yung Pwede mo naman kasi din talaga atakin yung Ayan. So, Instinct. Ayan, tayo natin sa Mobile Legends. Post Fortune. Pwede. Siguro ang pwedeng gumawa nun si Kurt. Siya nakikita kong pwedeng gumawa nun. Si Few pwede rin. Mga ganun team. Yung mga willing na So basically, pwede ka kasing umatak sa magbato ng kahit ano. So to answer your question, ang ginawa niya dito is syempre game knowledge niya. Ngayon, aalamin natin kung paano sino ba nakakita. So, I think outside of the perspective to si Stormy, hindi siya kita ni Kelra. Wala iba nakakita sa kanya. Outside ng Fog of War. Ayan. Si Sanji din pwede. Oh, si Hate. Ayan, syempre. As a team nga lang, baka yung team namin sa TNC, baka hindi laruin yung ganun. So, eto. Hindi kita yan eh. Dapat. Ayun paglabas kasi ni instant yung guys, instant yung mata. So, ibig sabihin wala talaga nakita kay Stormy. So, hindi to chamba kay Kelra pero more on anong tawag doon? Anong term doon? Intuition. Knowledge, in-game knowledge. Try kong i-live Ito, testing natin. Para natin. Draft na ba? Ayan, instinct pala. Bobo. Draft na ba? Hindi siya bug. Nangyayari talaga yan. Intuition yan. Wait lang ila-live ko. Lo. Hindi ako naka-wifi. Bobo ko naman dun. Kung ganun. Huh? Kaya try natin. Wala, nawala yung wifi namin. Weird. Ah. Wait lang. Nagugulo. Oh, paano niya na-hit? Teka. Hindi ko kasi ma-live, guys, eh. Kailangan. Maglalagay ako ng isang tao dito. Normal bot. So, normal bot, normal bot, normal. Ayan. Oo nga, no? Pag ano eh. Oo nga, no? Paano nga niya na-hit? No valid target to, guys. Oo nga, no? Naglagay ako ng kalaban dun sa bush. Same, ano. Naglagay ako ng same spot. Ayan. Hindi niya na-atake. Okay. Pero ito, hindi ko sure kung kita eh. Pero pag kailangan natin malaman kung sino unang nag-skill eh. Nag-skill ba? Kung nag-skill kasi kunwari tumama yung skill ni Stormy sa kung saan, meron dapat. Pero ito wala eh. Hindi naman, nauna matake si Keller eh. Bug ba to? Interesting. Kasi tinry ko guys, kung pwedeng umatake ng ano, alam niyo yung pag umatake ka lang na ano, yung walang target, eh hindi gumagana. Or, pag naka-malefic gun mo, may effective ba yun? Try nga natin. Ay. Get 1,000. Pag naka-malefic gun, try natin. Ay, gagi, namatay yun. Yung na-vision ba? Pwede. Pwede pala. Guys, pwede pala yan. That's true. Kung ang TP kasi, the thing with TP, ito, legit to, super legit. Ang thing with teleport ng Louis, kapag meron kayong, kunwari, ito, di ba, nung kinas siya, hindi nyo kita, ang mangyayari, tas bigla nyo na vision, kunwari, ito, di ba, pagka, ayan o, nung ito, kita ni Bruce ko, yung animation na yan, yung lipat na yan, visible ka niyan. Legit yun. Ilang beses ko nang ano yan. Ilang beses ko na nakita yun sa Scream. Ilang beses na naming ikinatalo at ikipinanalo yun sa mga Scream. So, it actually happens. Ayan. O, yun ang explanation dun. Tapos, kapag visible ka na kasi, kunwari, naspatan ka, meron kang delay, meron kang parang konting fraction of a second na delay na kita ka. Ayan. Draft na ba? Ayun, draft na daw. Ayun, well, to answer your question, ito, napakasimple lang pala. Napakasimple lang. Nung time na to, ayun, kita na siya ni Brusco. Dito, hindi pa siya kita. Si Keller at si Brusco, hindi pa siya kita. Nung kinas yung skill, pero nung patipi na vision na siya. Nasa vision range na siya. So that's how it goes. Tama. Ang madaya pa ka doon, minsan, makita mo lang yung animation na, ano, yung mismong, ano, yung parang, ang tawag doon? Yung parang beam ng ilaw, di ba? May beam ng ilaw na paakyat. Tapos, meron yun, susundan nun kung saan papunta si Louis. So, pag nakita mo kung saan, malalaman mo yung direction na papunta. Kasi parang kokonekta yung beam ng, di ba, beam ng ilaw pa ganyan, tapos biglang dediretso kung saan kayo papunta. So, in fact, maraming beses namin natalo at nanalo sa Scream din kasi nalaman namin saan papunta yung Louis. Kita kasi siya. Lalo na pag naka-skin. Yung malulupit na skin na madaming effects. So, nangyayari talaga yan. Parang dinala ng UFO. TNC na si Benny Cute.
And the Joy.
And the Joy
Grabe naman
has
yung
been
Fuego,
known
matindi
to
yan.
do very well against
Okay.
the Suyo. It
Joy.
can win out in
Joy
the
is the answer
1v1s.
to
We've seen
Bruno.
so
Hindi
many
naman siya
junglers
talagang
win out against the
answer, para
Suyo.
more
For
like
the few
doable
junglers
lang.
right
Tapos
now,
parang
they
syempre,
go like
mapangilang
toe-to-toe
lang
in
sa
terms of just
Bruno.
1v1. So now Afcon has to
Okay
think
pa rin
maybe they
Tig.
don't pick the Suyo.
Still good
Maybe they
pick.
go for something like
Sila
the
ba
Alpha.
mag-Fred rin? Obvious.
Obvious again. This one
Ganda yung
looks
Obvious.
a little better against the Joy and the Cho.
Yep.
So maybe it's not complete comfort, but at least
Ganda
it
sa
looks
Chu.
good.
So in the first
I'd-
phase alone, I can say that
may
Falcons
lockdown
Esports
sila
are
sa,
again
ano,
hedging on Royal Milk.
sa Joy.
A lot of their big
Makukunat
wins
din
in
sila.
Swiss.
So kailangan dito shred. Ito na tayo
And
pwede
even with
mag-carry.
the
Pero si,
opening
uy,
day
grabe,
knockout
Farsa. O,
was
syempre.
off of Royal Milk popping off.
So kahit magparamis na tong
It's
Fcon,
looking like
wala silang pake.
Falcon Esports have that at least in the first phase.
May potential
Possibly
magparamis yung
picks up
Fcon
the far
sa mga
side
ganito.
once more.
May half second yung si Louie. Correct, that's also true. May half second din na kita ka ng kalaban pag sobrang lapit mo mag-TP. Or baka hindi half second yun eh. Baka 1/4 of a second or something like that. Basta meron.
The Layla.
Kung half second nga yun, tama.
We saw it from Keller before against the Bruno.
That's right.
I'm
Good
just
ban,
saying, you can't
Fredrin.
count Keller out.
No.
I'm not even
Sa
worried
Joy,
about his
sa
full
Joy,
pick
napakasimple
because
lang
it
guys,
doesn't
lockdown,
really feel
lockdown
like
lang
it
yung ano.
matters that much. Like,
Okay,
he'll
magpa-paramis
make
nga
ends
tong
meet
Fcon.
with whatever you give him.
Exactly.
Pero
Not
handa
how
sila.
obvious would it be, but just as well, very justified that Falcon
Tingin ko yung
backed
F na
Leia
pwede
and the
mag-carry.
Layla. And then they allow the fair pick of the Moscow.
Lalo na pag binan yung Faramis ng F-Nop, magkakari na tong Fcon.
Technically put in the XP lane up against the
Back up to yung phone.
Let the
Yeah,
Cho
that was well
Nyari.
against it.
run the roam position, and honestly, it'd be a really good pickup here considering the Cho's single target. Well, I guess not single target CC, but it's not.
Counter
like
ba
easily
si Fars,
able to
ba ni
control
Fars ang
the map.
Faraway?
So I
Hindi
think
naman
that would
hard
be a nice
counter
pickup.
guys.
Now if that happens, I
Pero
don't think
malaking
I'd like to see
bagay
the
yung
Layla,
ulti
because
ni
there's nobody protecting
Farsa
them.
para dun
That's
sa
the style
Faramis
of,
na
type
ulti,
of
mga
frontliners.
shield. Kaya lang may mga teams na mag-argue na parang sayang naman yung ulti ni Farah, ni Farsa, kung sasaluhin lang para lang pampadapa ng Faramis. Which is in a way a good very good argument naman yun.
Last, you know, slot 5, they go for maybe an assassin here.
Okay,
Maybe trying to
1-1
bring
ban.
out something like that to hide something
Ugh.
along those lines. We know they have that type of jungler in their
So
kit.
may Moskov
And it
pa,
could be troublesome
Moskov
for the Fars and the
carry,
rest of the team.
Claude. Baka last pick na yung Keller
Suyo
Hero.
has a better score.
Kuha tayo dito ng Khalid. Pwede.
Is
Haven't
Fnatic
seen the 1v1.
exactly? Is
Chu.
Fnatic on it?
Ay,
One to say,
glue
you know,
pala, sorry.
You don't know the beast. You don't know the Sigma
Mm.
jungler. You haven't seen him mewing, looks maxing, Ohio Phantom Tax. You haven't. So maybe they'll allow that. And that's exactly what they're saying
So
here.
either glue gatot for
I mean,
F-Nop.
they can go for it, and it will work. I mean, it can work.
Claude, okay.
It's pretty much whoever gets the first few kills, right? From what we've seen, we saw yesterday, we saw Joy win out sometimes. We saw the Suyo win out.
Mahirap
Whoever
mag-assassin
scales
sa
a bit quicker is
Joy.
gonna win out.
Suyo siguro.
Yeah, right now
Pag no
you are
choice.
seeing that Claude picked up. It's gonna have a little bit of that survivability working.
Walang
inside of
Fredrin,
Killers'
walang
favor. I mean,
Alpha.
he was already
Suyu.
hard to kill before, right? But now it's gonna be
Eh,
even
nag-aka yung mga
more
baliw.
challenging. Not to mention, he should be able to soak in to the
Tapos
more
pure
tanky
damage
rounds
mage, no?
that
Yung
Flo
talagang
is, and then
pumupunit.
on the other side.
And there's the Suyo.
Oh, Suyo pa rin.
Confirmed.
Valen is okay. Valen, I think, last pick for F-Con. Valen or Faramis lang?
Vex is open.
Valen top
Eve is
1.
open
Eve is
too.
still open.
Ay, yung
We
Vex,
saw
no?
the Eve take from Fnac
Kaso,
yesterday, and it
i-go
did
siya nung
wonderful
Cho,
together.
nung
They could
Claude
go
eh.
for something like
I think
a root.
Valen.
Oh, no, they still need a mid. Vex.
Oh, diba? Sabi sa inyo, Faramis. Faramis talaga yan. I told you.
Against the Farza, against the Joy.
Pero hindi ganun ka-effective. Pero, makes sense pa rin.
Into multiple counters.
Well, they can go the glue.
Eh,
I'm gonna say
nag-Benedetta.
Vex just for the fact that
Wag
you
kang
can deny
mag-glue,
the
baliw!
from Fnatic
Yeah, but
on it.
glue gets hard counter.
Wag kang mag-glue.
Yeah, you're gonna get blown up. Fairman's destroyed.
Oh, true. That is true.
Benedetta yata. Ay, edit. O nga, no? Edit.
Put Kirk on the...
Kailangan, ililista ko nga sa utak ko. Lagi ko nakakalimutan si Edith. Si Edith.
Kirk last
O, diba? Noong nag-cast ako, Edith tawag ko dyan. Pero nung nag-pro na ako, Edith.
Monster.
Harit,
Alright,
Edith.
we all know he didn't die. So,
Nice call, guys, sa mga nag-call ng
let's throw it
Edith
over to
dyan.
our casters. Calling game number 2.
Ganda na Edith
Nice
pang,
and
ano,
clean.
pang Faramis.
Let's go.
Para hindi yung Farsa yung tutunaw dun sa shields nung Faramis.
And everybody else
Fairness.
saw Kirk's
Kasi diba,
performance,
syempre,
but
kailangan
also
may tutunaw eh.
focus and
Edith yung hard
defense Bruno
counter
this time
or
around,
hard
and I gotta
answer
say,
dun sa
it was an electrifying
dun sa
game
Faramis.
one.
of all time. Yung maganda. Although dito, sobrang mahirapan si Farmis. May Farsa, may Joy, may Edith. May Claude pa. Parang lahat ng heroes ng F na pang Faramis. Pero, sinabi ko sa inyo na nape-predict ko na magpa-Faramis tong F-Con. Dahil lang naman dun sa mga bans sila. Nag-ban sila ng Beatrix, tapos good combo naman with the Bruno yun. So, parang ang gagawin lang nila dito is pang-survive na lang. I think etong Faramis din para makalamang sa lane. Kasi goods naman laning ng ano. Goods ang laning ng isang Faramis. Ang bango. Yan ba? Pagkain ng pusa pala yun, ang bango. Kadita, pwede yung kadita. Lalo na sa mga assassin ngayon. Malakas siya sa mga assassin ngayon.
And this time, they'll try to secure the buffs and the early rotations. But Ingon, anything sticking out so far emblem-wise for you when we get a preview of it?
Not so much. It's just that
Di ba sila nakaskin? Parang nakaskin naman sila. Okay, no? Pero may skin yung iba eh. Pero most like may mga times na ganyan pag naglalag.
Again, something that Falcon Esports wants to go ahead and keep in consideration. A lot of the early poking going back and forth. Brusco loves to be pretty aggressive on the Cho. A King Kong too on this side of the jungle.
May na sa lane yung Cyclops. Tsaka kailangan ng item. Patay ata si Dax. Patay.
Super Friends once again shining for the Super family. They want to extend their lead by trying to go for Royal Milk. But again, Brusco will disengage.
So, mahirapan si Tig sa game na at tsaka yung Faramis. May Fury ka pa ba? Hindi na nag-Fury. Ang lagkit din eh, no? Yung problem with Tig tsaka Faramis pala, by the way. As a mid duo, panis sila sa Cho and Far sa speed. So nakita nyo naman yung speed ng rotation ng Onyx sobrang bilis. Dahil dun sa Cho. Hindi kaya ng Tigreal. Pero ang trait ng Tigreal kasi pang black, grabe ulti na ni Prince. May 4 na. Nauna mag-4, di na-expect yun ni Benny, for sure. Kahit mag-Fury siya dun, wala. Dead siya. Antindi talaga ni Royal Milk mag-obvious. In fairness sa kanya. Pero ito, kung kuha ng blue or purple, ito si King Kong, sulit. Kill sa gold, tapos blue, in exchange for third. Beautiful. In-game sound, guys. Okay po. Para sa'yo. Hindi good yung Malefic God kay Claude. Para sa akin. I don't like it. Doesn't make sense. Kasi pag Claude ka naman, pangharapan ka. Hindi ka naman makikipag-range it. Magbiblink in ka ng BMI mo eh.
Yeah, maybe some people wouldn't like to play in the Bruno. I mean, Bruno obviously just massive win rate right now. Pick rate as well.
Close up ka naman na face-to-face ka naman na gold laner.
Specific gold laners and players that really like to utilize this. And
para sa akin hindi.
being one of them, actually, we just see a lot of gold laners from the Philippines like to go for the Claude.
Depende lang siguro sa playstyle, pero ako, the reason kung ba't ka magko-Claude, hindi naman para ma-outrange ang kalaban. Kundi mag-deal ng AoE damage sa likod. Ng up close and personal.
They normally don't
Yawi or
engage in gold
Brusco.
lane, but in this case, it's
siguro after
opposing
M6
team has
makakasagot
the
ako dyan.
Bruno,
Sa ngayon,
and
Yawi pa
Keller
rin.
has an unfavorable hero in this Claude. They have to work on the gold lane, but right now Royal Mick with an Infernal Pursuit.
They're going to go in. Kirk, a little bit of health still left. Will flicker on out defensively. So going to be just fine. Now still the fight. Going to disengage both sides, but some battle spells ultimates used in that exchange. There's the kick though.
And the-deliver na naman. Though, with the Nether Realm to try and save Kid X. Brusco forced to use the flicker.
Sulit ata sa F1
that was
yun.
still a good initiation,
Sipa pala yun
for
para
Falcon Esports. They did, however, lose their Nether Realm with this incoming turtle.
Yun ang idea, no? Pag-chow kalaban, kaya magpaparami para... Uy, ginawa. Si Kong Kings, kinabahan si Dax, napaaga ng retro.
You were just about to say that
sa SGO naman. Siyempre, yun na Hades. Pero kung magbabalik-balik ang Sayla Marky combo, gusto ko rin mag-coach doon.
Trying to control the higher ground in Turtle Pit. They want to go for the neutral objectives as much as possible to try and delay Fnatic Onyx Philippines' fast rotation. This is how you keep up with the tempo of Fnatic. If you can't go for kills, go for those objectives.
Hirap na. Nice sipa.
Okay, paired up with a
Walang paramis ult.
mega kill coming in from Super Friends, but they're gonna answer back by taking down Brusco.
One for one,
They
roam
have
for
full
roam.
control over over this turtle, but King Kong will make
King.
it in time.
Okay, makabot si King. Pero retry. Uy, ganda na up. Hero na lang.
And the primal wrath coming in from Kirk, but PX7 goes in
Patay
for
si
the
Milk.
Look at King Kong with electric.
Patay si
Oh, he's gonna take
PX7.
down one more, make it 2. No trade
Solve.
for Falcon.
Lalo
They did,
na
however,
double
get the
lane.
turtle, but Fnatic Onyx
Ah, gagawin.
Philippines
Magdo-double
will
lane din si
transition
Benny.
in the middle lane.
Okay, good play from Benny. Tama yung ginagawa niya dito. Sakit. Tama yung ginawa ni Benny. Sino sasahod noong top? Balik lang sila. Sipa para sa ult. Nandun sa ka. Grabe naman ang connection nito. Oh, solo kill. Lugi talaga yung Lugi Suyo sa Joy. Hindi kaya naman. Thoughts about Lucas?
Continuing on
And
now,
Lucas.
Benny could be in trouble.
Sorry.
Okay, there's still no Jit Kundo. Okay, it connected, but Benny, okay, we
Oh,
know
Nick
that
Joy
Benny
skin
is
pwede
one
rin,
of the
no?
best Bruno players.
Sa akin,
not just in a specific
either
region, but
Bruno
actually in the
or
whole M6.
Granger
And now he has
ang...
to step up, especially when it reached the
O kaya
60
Loy
mark,
pala, Loy.
where Bruno
Ayan.
is really activated.
Lalo na kapag
Can go
na-open
for
pa
a
yung Loy.
potential comeback up against
Pero
Fnatic
baka hindi
Onyx
naman
Philippines,
pansin
but in
ng
order to
ng
do that,
mga tao
the
yung
other
Loy
re-
ni
the
Friends
rest of the
dahil
members
sobrang
from Falcon
nababad.
need to
Pero
step up
laking
and
threat
try
nun
to extend the
for me.
game to that mark.
This is what FNOP likes to do. They like to play on all fronts, all lanes. You know,
Bang.
airstrike just to go
Oh.
ahead, get that limit test in on Royal Milk.
Up.
Does get brought down under half health, but he's going to be fine. Essentially, it's Falcon Esports to go ahead and adjust, you know, side of the lanes, top side too, maintain what they can. And like you mentioned, Benny, he needs to get to the point where, you know, he has the space to work
Ba't may
with.
sa...
He can
Wala
actually
yun
go
ba? Ano,
ahead
trip-trip na lang
and
yun ng mga
utilize
player.
the setup from Kid X, hopefully,
Yung iba
later
sinasabi
on,
mainit
they can
daw.
even rely on Royal
Siguro kasi
Milk
nga
to stay
nakakangawit
that
nga
whole
talaga.
time again.
Lalo na mabigat yung phone eh.
They're gonna easily burst down Kid X right away.
May bigat din pag matagal ka naglalaro. Pero wala effect yun. Wala masyado. Trippings na lang yun ng iba. Tsaka mapamahiin na yung mga players eh. Parang, ay, swerte to, ganyan. Ay, nakakatulong to.
Quick response for Fnatic Onyx Philippines. They know that
Grabe
their
ka,
power spike
Prince.
is now super
Fade
friends with
away
defender
ulti.
airstrike. Pair them
Binate
with
lang
the
si
flicker.
Royal
Goes
Milk.
in with the Earthshatter PX7.
Oh,
With
patay kay
another
Kong King.
round,
Ubos kay Kong King.
sustain the damage.
Ubos kay
Arrow
Kong
goes in
King.
with a blazing
Oh,
duel,
uy,
and
grabe
that's gonna
dash
be a
yun ah.
double kill for King Kong.
Malino. Ubos kay
And
Kong
just
Kings,
like that,
guys.
In your words, Naisu, Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
Sorry,
They're
Ad,
just
sorry.
too damn good.
Right now, they are charged
Natanggal
up
yung
and
pause.
ready
Kasi
to
10 minutes
go.
lang yung
They'll
pause
get
eh.
this
So,
turtle
yun.
as well. It is still 2-1 in terms of turtles, but man,
TY?
every
Ano
fight
yan?
that's going
Di ko sorry,
right
di ko
now,
alam yung
it's
Lucas.
FNOP that comes
Wala,
out on
lala
top
ako sa
of
Onyx
it.
masyado. Lala.
They have to be able to take down Super Prince. I mean, we've seen the utilization of the flicker defensively, aggressively, and everything. So,
As.
Falcon Esports, they want to be able to lock someone down, but who do they get? Because even when you think they're actually going to be able to kind of withstand a forced fight, it's either Kirk or it's Brusco. Every time that flicker is available to Brusco, he's going in, trying to set up a kick here. Now at this point, they'll have to respond to Falcon Esports trying to find up what they can. And when you're looking at the damage, the amount of damage that's being done here, you know, they just need more time to farm up. The fact that they have
Ganda ng
this
ano.
fairness
Di,
in their
ito yata
favor,
yung
it's not
ano,
the same amount
hero
of
ng
damage
F-Con na
burst that
hirap
comes out
sila.
from Super Prince.
Parang lugi sa lahat ng
Super
lane.
Prince is really,
Tapos lugi sa ikot
forcing,
din.
trying to
Mid
force
duo.
PX7 to use the nether realm right away before they fully commit,
Sipa.
but here
Uy.
comes the play.
Inuntog.
Duel plus flicker combination, gonna bring down Royal Milk. Infernal Pursuit's not gonna be enough now again.
Ano
Gonna
yun si
transition
Brusco?
onto Dax.
Magaling yan.
Will they overcommit
Matindi
though? They
yan.
don't have minions, and under the turret, they might go for the discipline route. And
Ang
just walk
makulit
away.
na pusa.
At this point, trying to get what they can across the map. It's probably going to be this tier 1.
Counter of Farah is
Sparsa.
Sparsa. Hindi naman hard counter,
As the
tingin ko.
rotation comes through.
Viable
from
lang.
Fnatic
Pero
on
sa
a
lane to
PH,
lane,
and this is what
maganda
they
yung
like
matchup
to do.
niyan.
Dax in trouble.
Skills matchup
So
din.
going to be fine. Kelro won't dive into that, but they
Grabe,
will
sige.
work on the tier 2 turret now. PX7
Lalakad.
joining him up. Not going to go down just yet, but Super Prince.
Another there strike, gonna connect onto two, forcing PX7 and Dax
Pinapok
to
na lang
walk
para
away.
mapauwi.
Zoning them out, Fnatic Onyx Philippines. They're gonna have minions onto the middle lane. Are they gonna
Hindi
commit
mapag-farm,
the
wala
mid
mapag-farm
push?
sa top.
Because right now they have a 7.3k
Bot
gold lead at this
nakarang.
point.
Kuha
You're
nila
free to do
blue.
anything.
Where is
Yeah,
Dax?
when you have
War
this kind of lead,
Axe?
it's really, you have to be very careful on how you approach some
War
of these fights.
Axe.
Even into this first Lord, if Falcon Esports approaches it and
8
gets
minutes,
out of place,
7:15.
out of position, I would say even if Kid X gets
Nakita
that
niyo ba yung
implosion
pusa
set up,
namin, guys?
again, mind you, they've got a couple of things to work out.
Ito,
There's the kick
magkasama
from
yan.
Brusco.
Plus the feathered airstrike forcing PX7 to use the nether realm right away. King Kong onto the back line. Whoa!
Inasal is life,
managed
guys.
to
Uy,
get an
grabe.
implosion, but Brusco picks up the kill. Royal Milk has to flicker
Oh,
away.
nice
Here
flicker.
comes the Fnatic Onyx
Kirk.
Philippines. Kirk with a primal wrath, but they're gonna answer right back and take down one Fnatic member down.
Grabe, lakas ng Onyx.
That's
Paano mo
two
ito
kills for Fnatic Onyx Philippines in exchange for Kirk.
He's keeping
Ay,
Dax
nagsuka.
there. Dax gonna go ahead and regen, but King Kong will jump in.
Nagsuka
Super
sa
Prince
iPad
waiting
ko.
patiently, relying on Benny to come help him
Ay,
out. He wants to
may
clear
war
that
nga
way.
pala.
Oh, there's
Kasi-
the feathered airstrike. They're gonna cancel it out so he doesn't get the one last in. And
Sinong
Super
sinong
Prince
hero
will
MB6
back
na gusto
off,
mo?
but
Ayun
they
nga,
bought
Loy
themselves
sa
enough
akin.
time
Pero baka di
to
kasi
secure
mapansin.
the
Tsaka,
Lord
usually
for
din, ang
FNOP.
kinukuha nila na,
King
ano
Kong
guys,
waits a little bit longer,
ang kinukuha
and
nila
there
na,
you go. Objective secure.
ang kinukuha nila na,
Unfortunately for Falcon Esports, you know,
ano
the
nga to?
Faram is
Na
actually scared
skin,
off.
yung medyo gagamitin ng mga
Super
tao.
Prince as
Kaya
far as
nagkaroon
that
ng
was
konting
one more
issue
hit
sa
to
Estes
Dax
eh.
with the feather
Kasi
dash
wala ka
strike.
naman mag-Estes.
So
So,
Falcon
syempre,
Esports,
gusto
they
nilang
did not lose any bodies,
kumita.
but Fnatic Onyx Philippines, they got
Kaya
the
yung
Lord
Cho, di ba?
uncontested.
Kahit sobrang
They got
dami ng
the
skin
fight,
ng Cho,
and,
yun pa rin
make
pinili
sure
ng
the
M4.
minions
Tas,
the minion waves
yung
are
Brody.
managed to
Nung
try and
time na
take
yun, sobrang
down
lakas ng
all
Brody.
inhibitor
Though.
turrets as much as possible
At
with a
napipick
9.2K
siya,
gold
pickable
lead.
siya sa
Again, it's a
sa
massive lead for them.
RG.
So Falcon Esports backs against the
Yung
wall.
Brody ng mga time na yun.
We saw a preview of the team
So
fight
baka yung
potential,
mga,
even if an
ano,
implosion
yung madaming
setup,
maagamit,
they
tingin
just don't
ko.
have the
So
firepower
baka,
right now. So this main idea might be to get a pick here. King Kong, though, elusive as he is on the Joy,
oo
will
nga
be able
no.
to just
Kung
freely get
ganun,
away.
baka hindi
Still
Joy.
waiting for that Lord to push in.
Hindi rin
So
siguro
Falcon
Loy.
wants to
Baka
stay in this
Bruno
game.
Granger.
With this
Ayan.
kind of deficit is they've got
Although
to be able
meron
to
sila
pull
nung
the
Neymar na
holy
Bruno, so
defense
baka di
off.
nila, ano,
A miracle play, if you will.
baka di ako
They
nila,
try to
baka
hold on
Granger.
at
Kaso
the
may
tier two,
legendary
the
din
mid.
yung
Kirk will
Granger.
jump in,
Alam mo
gets
yun,
the
mga
tackle
ganun.
out. Feathered airstrike drop down, and the shields are
Mga
gonna
ganung
popping.
factor.
There's Brusco once again as a threat, looking for the kick.
Pero kung ako
They just get a
papiliin,
couple shots in the base turrets
Loy,
as King Kong approaches
sabay
that bottom
Granger.
wave. But right now, Falcon Esports holding in. This might be the moment though, as this
Yung
next
pakita ni
powered up
Flap kasi
wave
MVP
will
naman
push
yun.
into
So
the
wala,
base.
Okay, Brusco
ano
has
na
the
yun,
conceal,
kumbaga,
goes out the flicker. But I think
MVP,
Fnatic Onyx
MVP
Philippines
skin na
are
yun
not
eh.
gonna
Wala na
overcommit
yung
because
ano.
Falcon Esports made quick work
No
of the
choice sila
mid lane
doon.
minions and now gonna
Sila
send Session
pumili
Hawking
na
off
mag
into the
MVP
bottom.
skin.
Fnatic
At
Onyx Philippines trying
decision
to
na
play
nila
as
yun.
disciplined as possible.
Ganun.
They
Beatrix,
can't find
may-
the
oh,
proper
pwede.
angle to penetrate the defense, to penetrate the front line.
Oo nga
and
no,
get
may
to the
finals MVP nga naman. So
Still.
dalawa na.
Give it up to Falcon Esports, even despite being down
Okay.
this much. Hold on to their base turrets.
11K
even if it's just
lamang.
barely in the mid lane. Looking
Oh
at
my
the items,
God.
you can see the glaring
Sino captain
difference
ng
between the
Onyx?
gold
Ah, di ko
laners. You know,
alam.
nearly
Baka si Prince.
3,000 gold
Actually, di
difference.
ko alam.
And they're able
Oo,
to take
no?
a risk because of the
Tanongin
fact
nga
that
natin.
Kelra has
Sino
these
mga captain
items
nila?
now in the mid lane.
Kid X
Attack.
targets Kirk onto the back line, gonna get ganked
Nice.
up by
Uy,
Super
boy
Bowl to
pa.
the rescue. The feathered airstrike gonna take down
Na,
Kirk.
ano, napasama
Once
pa si
again,
Met.
Fnatic Onyx Philippines, King Kong with the electrifying beach, trying to go for the back line, but PX7
Good
with a
kill,
clutch
kaso
never
nakatore.
rally.
Si
All the while,
Kelra, Mamba out.
just worked on the top lane inhibitor turret, executed
Kulit ng
flawlessly
pusa.
by Fnatic, but a heads-up play for Kid X for Falcon Esports.
Took them a little bit longer, but they
Guys,
got the
kahit
two
tayo
base
inasalers.
turrets down off of that Lord take. And again, Kelra
Si Prince
now
daw ba?
picking up a
Ang
prolific
ano?
Lord. As we were saying, the spark difference
Si
between
Prince daw
the
ba
gold laner
captain?
damage is a massive.
Pwede rin.
So we're looking at
Siya
another
yung
5+
pinakamatagal
minutes
dun
really for Falcon Esports possibly to get
sa
back
Onyx.
in fighting
So it
form.
makes sense na siya
They
yung
might have to go ahead and give up even the next Lord at this point unless
siya
they
yung
can somehow
shot
get
caller.
it
Guys,
back.
kakain
And
na
I
lang
feel
ako.
like that's what they've been
Kain
trying
na
to
din
do,
kayo.
but it just
Medyo
hasn't
one-sided
worked
yung
because
team.
most of
Di
the
pala
times
medyo.
you have people
Super
like,
one-sided.
you know, these heroes like the Joy that are just scouting things out, and King Kong can easily get away unless he's locked down properly. Picks up the Divine Glaive himself, so the amount of magic damage being utilized here between him and Super Prince, and even to an extent, Kirk is a massive.
Yeah.
The Lord will be started up. Still looking to make a play up there on the top, trying to get that tier 1 down. Quick work on this Lord take.
Okay, an uncontested Lord for Fnatic
Amazing.
Onyx Philippines and Falcon Esports. They're no longer looking for a trade. I think with their current composition, they can, however, try and clear this, especially if no one gets picked off. And Kid X makes another miracle
Okay.
implosion play, so it's still possible for Falcon Esports.
May sense
to try
naman
and
kung
turn
ba't si
things
Prince.
around and force the
In-game
game to the
knowledge,
16, 17 minute
pagiging
mark
quote-unquote
when Benny
veteran, since
is
season
gonna
10
be
nandun na siya.
activated for their side.
At magaling
Benny's
siya.
positioning is what's
Matalino
crucial here.
siya.
You can still play around the fact that you have a Netherrealm to help you. He's got a little bit of defensive, picks up the Rose Gold Meteor, so he's got that BOD also for Dax on this, possibly the last defense. We'll see how they play apart. FNOP takes the last base turret in, and now walking in slowly with the Lord up front. Taking a couple shots, they still respect the damage that can come out. Benny on the front side, gonna get checked, but they actually defend, even despite the 13K lead right now for FNOP. Not sure if they actually go in further. It looks like they do really want to just be disciplined here because of the fact that they have to respect how much utility is actually there for Falcon Esports.
Yeah, again, they have the Netherrealm and Kidex can go in anytime with the implosion.
Grabe,
So
12K
Fnatic Onyx Philippines,
to
even if they
9.
have this
6
huge
to
lead,
5.
12.9k, even if they
Lock
have the
item na
Lord,
si
even if
Claude.
they have damage
Ayun
coming
guys,
in
hindi
from
siya
Kelra,
nagmamalefic.
the utility, the PX7 alone with
Gun
the
pala.
is gonna
Malefic
be
roar
enough for
meron.
Falcon
Pero
Esports
Malefic
to
gun di
sustain,
kailangan.
2 to 3 seconds worth of damage coming in from Fnatic Onyx
Double
Philippines
lantern?
and eventually enable Benny
Oo nga,
to
no,
just,
sa Joy.
wreak havoc
Ang
against
lala pala
Fnatic
ng
Onyx
lantern
Philippines.
sa Joy
Not to
kung
mention, he did,
isipin.
however,
Kasi,
pick up the rose gold
ayun,
meter, as you
parang
mentioned, and he does
every
have Purify. So in terms of positioning,
every
when it
second
comes to those
or
clashes,
every
it's gonna be
pulse
also
nung
hard for
kanyang
Fnatic Onyx
ulti
Philippines to lock down on Benny.
ay considered na one instance na damage, which means kapag nag-lantern siya, ano yung tik-tik na tatlo yun. So parang tunaw talaga, pang tunaw ng tank. So hindi na nagmamatter yung Brusca boys ng Falcon Esports. Hindi ko sinasabing Brusca, pero yung mga makukunat na ano nila. Ayan. Wala na ba wala mahina no lang yun eh. Kasi mas maganda Joy kasi magic damage, I guess. Laking bagay.
You can already see it. You know, when they get a preview of the damage, when they're defending, it's there. And a Netherrealm alone is enough. No matter how behind PX7 was, for example, Netherrealm is enough utility and enough
Si
value
Spider-Man
to
isang
actually
captain pero
turn
lahat in-game
base
captain.
defenses where
Paano
we've
nangyari
seen
yun?
this even in previous
Okay,
competitive games
gets.
for MLB
Okay.
before,
Shot caller
where
siguro
Netherrealm, a
sa
clutch
in-game.
timing on it can keep you into the game. So it's FNOP practicing that disciplined approach. You're still waiting for that Lord to come up. Not really going to be able to find anything
Not
from
kumain.
this. So rather just kind of out of stalemate until Falcon Esports gets in that defense mode again.
Yeah, Fnatic Onyx Philippines gonna do this by the book. Gonna try and get an
Delay
uncontested
ads muna.
lead, but looking at the position of the rest of the members of Fnatic Onyx Philippines, if someone for Falcon Esports tried to get
Eto na
information,
naman
get
ako, di
vision,
na naman nakatake,
for
16
sure
minutes.
Fnatic Onyx Philippines won't be afraid to try and dive down and get a burst.
Lord's up here now, so Falcon will just let it get taken. They know that even if they approach towards this, it's going to be gone in an instant as it is. Another Lord now in the hands of
Wait,
FNOP. This is most likely the one that could end the game. So
Wala guys, makinig na lang kayo sa caster, wala na joke lang. Ano nangyari? 16 minutes kailangan ko matake sa aming war. Ayan.
Now can they make this
Hindi ko na ilalive, wala ano medyo mismatch eh.
possibly turn the game in its favor. Again, they have what? No turrets down. So they have to win a base defense and possibly swing towards the base of FNOP. And as they wait for that Lord to approach, FNOP will deal
Best
with
of
ways
5.
managing them up. And this is one of the things, you know,
Bilis.
Jax himself has good damage on the Suyo,
Oh, no.
but he's nearly just got to
Myanmar.
wait for Kid X. If
Myanmar
Kid X
team.
lands this implosion, it's going to be great, but already Kid X in trouble.
They got spotted out and bursted down. Kid X Immortality will be popped. That's one member down for Falcon Esports, but Kelra actually is not going to mind Kid X anymore. They want to go for the tower push.
Okay.
Without Kid X, though, can they even win this fight here? They're going to break out.
Di
They're
ano
gonna
no,
zone
di
out the
no.
members of
Wala.
Falcon Esports with
Sobrang
Defender Airstrike.
one-sided
They're
guys.
gonna log onto the base and win game number 2 for Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
Binisik.
And off a questionable positioning, punishing the positioning mistake, man. We don't even get to see Falcon Esports go for the base defense that they were building up to and they bought time for, as FNOP will punish any mistake they see. Now at 2-0, match point for this series.
Maliwa ka
Again, going
please.
back to
Wala.
the drawing board here for Falcon Esports.
Fnatic Onyx Philippines, even though they're a hyped up, exciting team, they're still not afraid to showcase their discipline, their macro gameplay, and
Sorry.
their patience up against a team like Falcon Esports. That game was executed to perfection by the whole squad of the Super Family.
Man, I'm just not sure the call there. You know, with Kid X, that was crucial. I was saying, you know, we need this implosion to see the tide turn possibly in the fight, but hey, maybe the panel can make sense of that. Panel, take it away. What do you guys think about this one?
Thanks, Jose and Jose. A little longer in the tank this one went. 17
Jose ba si
minutes
ano?
and 48
Si-
still the win for Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
Jose ba si...
And with that, we are
Joseph,
at
o
match
ano.
point.
Pangalan kasi
Gentlemen,
ni,
it
ano guys,
seems like
ni...
Fnatic Onyx are also capable of,
Ni Naisu
swinging
Ai,
it over and,
Joseph
giving
Charles.
Super Prince and King Kong a little bit of spotlight.
Yeah, this one wasn't really the age of Kelra, but yeah, again, Super
The
Prince
age of
and King
Kelra.
Kong combination. Just hard to match up with. You have the Joy, right? Super mobile, able to get to
Nee,
the
nee,
objectives, and you know, we
nee.
kind of talked about it briefly while the game was going on. The farm
But pag si
rotation
Kel,
from King Kong,
nagiging
able
OP
to
talaga yung mga
farm
marksman.
very effectively with this Joy,
Ang
taking
lalo
the
na yung
objectives,
Granger,
and also
guys.
be aggressive. I think you got that
Feeling ko
first
yun
kill
yung
on
best
Dax.
na nakita
Hear that
kong
orange buff?
I
Granger.
think that's the
3
big
star.
key is he wasn't only a my job
Si
is
Mia,
to
oh,
get the
si Mia,
objectives type
oh.
of jungler this time
Ang
around.
kulit niya eh.
He was aggressive, he was able to attack, he was able to put damage out, and that's so important on these Joys because Joy can take a little bit of time, but because he was able to get some of those early game kills, he was online much faster.
Huh?
And I think that's the beauty of this draft by Fnatic on the Philippines. The fact
Ah,
that they,
okay.
once again, in
Kala ko si Miyaw, yung
second
ano.
phase going in, allowed for the Suyo to come in despite the stats.
Ano?
Saying otherwise, you should not
Ano ba
run
sagot?
the Suyo into the Joy or the Joy into the Suyo. It was the Joy and Cho opener. The draft alone, once again, allowed for Fnatic
Soulmate.
to make the active calls and say, Falcon, are you sure?
Lakas maka-European.
This is what we're ending up with. And let's look at the item builds. Let's look at the stats.
Ba't ako tinagal sa TNC? Ang sabi sa akin ay
This was
feedback.
more of a non-starter for Falcon Esports.
Tsaka syempre guys,
Yeah, definitely hard to match
Ano?
the pace of Fnatic on
Ako,
it, right?
sobrang
We talked
tanggap
about
ko yun,
from the beginning,
0-14 eh.
aggression versus endurance, and
kahit
they're
naman ako sabi
very
ko,
aggressive. This is a 17-minute game, a little bit longer of a stretch
ang
than the
talagang
last
sagot
one.
sa ang
But still
Luna
the
sa
same
TNC
result,
ay
right? Even though
hard
Kelra
revamp.
wasn't really the one to
So
get the
talagang
job
ano
done,
yan.
he played more for survivability on this one, right? He trusted in his teammates, he trusted
Meant
in
to be.
King Kong to be able to get those
Or
neutral objectives and Super Friends
alam na this,
from
parang
afar,
ganun.
raining down the artillery. But I got a question. Was Faramis the right play?
I mean, the Faramis, when we saw it so late in the game, felt a little bit off with some of the picks that were already on the field. You're up against Kelra on this Claude, which I think can do a great job against it. You're up against Esparza, and you're up against King Kong, who played a very aggressive game and can get in the midst of that Cult Altar and just bring everything down. And King Kong, once he gets Holy Crystal in, you know, it's trouble, man. It is a problem. The damage is just too much for everyone to handle.
So to answer your question, Faramis was kind of Farameh.
Fair meh.
Right? Again, the amount of AoE and the potential.
Sorry guys ha,
for Fnatic to come in
ilang
with
minutes
many
na lang
different
kasi
angles
GG
to
tayo
pull
sa
the information
kay Chief Marco pag di tayo
makes the Faramis
tumino
less
eh.
than ideal.
Ayos ko lang.
I'm sure PX7 and the rest of the gang had a plan for it. It's just we really did see it come to fruition. If you ask me, it feels like Falcon actually just ran back a little bit of what happened in Game 1. Iterated, polished it, but we all lost Game 1 and
Hindi,
wasn't
guys.
close.
Kahit nandito yan, yung tatlo, nandito sila. Ay no? Kahit nandito yung... Kahit nandito siya, yung tatlo nandito rin. Hindi umaalis yun. Oh my God.
And that's when you see Fnatic take advantage of the engagement.
Dear God, look at the monster mage. 63K.
Papakita, magpapareveal ka na.
Super Princess,
Seryoso ka?
I mean, continues
Seryoso ka?
to
Oo
be a
yun.
monster. Very
Wag
similar
daw.
to Kelra. Like, no matter what mage you give this man, he
Ayaw
is making
magpa-reveal,
plays.
guys.
But when it comes to these backline mages,
Kailangan ng
especially
tactician?
the Farza or the Yi,
Anong
but
ibig
the
sabihin?
Farza was so
Kailangan,
fun
ang
watching
gusto kong
yesterday.
kasama sa...
It was extremely fun watching.
Ang
Level
kailangan
picks
doon
up
yung
the
parang
flicker.
micro talaga.
And this
Yung
flicker,
tututok
the
sa
Super Friends
player,
at least,
tapos sasabihin
is
ito yung
almost
mga...
never used defensively. It is
maling
a
bitaw,
engage,
mga ganun.
flicker in, look for the stun,
Yun yung...
look for the play. I
Yun
mean,
yung
it's an aggressive
hindi ko kayang gawin as a
It's a reposition.
coach kasi hindi naman ako sobrang
We've
galing
seen it in
mechanically.
the last turtle fight, and then we saw it a few times
Slow hands kasi
inside
ko eh.
Falcon Esports' base. And you'll see here, the gold graph, for the first one,
Ano mali?
5-6 minutes, it was under control. It seemed like Falcon were keeping it close, and then suddenly, what was this?
Ganun ba yun?
The last turtle, it went for a drop. This is just showcasing Fnatic Onyx understanding
dalawa lang minion.
of what makes macro work. Because sure, you gave the turtle, but you're losing more on money.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right?
Yun.
When they're in control, it's very hard for them to let go of that, and it goes
Sabay,
to show
dalawa lang
they're
ito.
definitely paying attention to the objectives. And Falcon, they need to find a way to turn this around, right? That chokehold is getting tighter and tighter. It's now 2-0,
Ilang freeze yun?
potentially
Dalawa lang.
match point on the way.
Yeah, I would say, honestly, even with that first turtle, it still felt like FNOP was in control because remember, they gave them that first turtle, got a bunch of gold plating off the gold tower.
Stole the purple.
Stole purple. They got such a great trade out of that. We're able to
Wait lang,
push
isa.
back Benny and give Kelra the advantage in that gold lane. So
Yun,
even
okay.
when FCON gets some of these neutral objectives, FNOP never really loses out.
Ha?
And that's what
50K ba,
FCON
pre?
has to do. Force them to lose
Mukha
out
tayo pera.
on
G
these
tayo dyan.
trades.
Hindi, joke lang guys. Yung 50K supposedly talaga ano yan, pang Manjin Bo. Kaso, Di ko na yata makakuha yung Manjin mo na magkasabay ulit. Sobrang busy na nila. So, it is what it is. May iba naman kami yung target sa 45. Yung 45 namin, The Bomb. Ay kami ng The Bomb.
Even more. Ladies and gentlemen, let's award our MVP.
Kahit di masaya mag 0-14 guys. Wala. Sobrang yung kalungkutan ko ng 0-14 hanggang dulo. Uy, si Eba nagtatago. Huli ka na, Yebski. Huli ka, Eba.
It was to engage, and that's exactly what he did today on the Sparza with the artillery.
Dahil
Very hard to deal with and provided
malungkot.
all the damage necessary
Sobrang
to
malungkot.
control the
Red
entire
Flix
zone
info.
for Fnatic Onyx.
I mean, Super Prince has been
Wala
flying
eh.
under the radar of
Salam.
MVP
Malungkot,
ding for a
pighati,
while.
ouch,
I feel like
pain,
it's been
pighati,
well
lahat
deserved
talaga.
40 minutes now, so it's
Sadness,
nice to see his face up there. It's nice to
pighati,
see him because
lahat ng
this guy
words na
is truly
ano.
a monster. I mean, it feels
Minsan
like
nga
it's hard to pick
naluluha ako
and
nang
choose
wala
on
lang
the
eh.
side of FNOP, but my eyes a lot of the time end
Alam
up
nyo,
on
yung
Super Prince.
tipong
The plays he make are just unbelievable.
nakatulala ka lang, tapos bigla kang malulungkot.
The highlights
Ganun.
here. Big spots for the
Ay,
monster
gusto ko
mage.
Myanmar.
You see here, light
Pero
late
kung
entry,
ano kasi,
he
diba,
comes
doon na
in
magsistay.
without even a
Okay
point,
naman
he's just
Indo.
wings by wings in,
Kung gusto ko lang ng
one blast, and
na
then we're good.
lumaki aking net
moving from
worth
lane
sa
to
buhay,
lane, I think Farsa
eh,
might
maganda
be a
mag-Indo.
breakout hero for the knockouts.
Yeah, I mean, just look at his positioning, right? He always plays from afar. I mean, look how far he is in this turtle engagement.
Oh,
That's
okay
what
lang
makes
kung
the
madami
difference,
hater,
right?
basta
Playing for
may pera
survivability,
naman.
but also utilizing the AoE
Ganun din naman eh, kahit
range
naman
from that feathered airstrike to the maximum
kahit naman
potential.
galingan ko
And then,
or
who else to
ano,
pick it up?
may
King
hate pa rin.
Kong.
Pambira yung
Not a way to
yung
slow
hate
down,
ko nga
even
ngayon
with the
sa
take, still
dahil
able to
sa
find the
ano,
opportunity.
I love what you said
Di
about
naman
Farza being a
mali
breakout
naman
for
yung
Knockouts
pagkakaintindi
stage,
nila.
because in especially for
Kahit anong
FNOP,
gawin mo sa
it fits
buhay sa
their
ML,
quick-moving
i-hate ka ng
laning
mga
phase,
tao.
and it's the way they want to move around the map. Super Prince
Naghahanap
fits the
lang
wins
sila
by
ng
way he
reason
works
na
for these
mag-hate.
fights,
Parang
and
ganun
it
yung
also
Indo.
fits their
Legit guys,
layering
legit
style
lang.
of fighting to where each
Imagine
person
mo,
will kind of take a turn
maling-mali na
of
yung
engaging, disengaging, moving back
maling-mali
and
na yung
forth.
ano, yung
They're never
translation.
stagnant in these
Pero
team
ako pa rin
fights,
mali.
and that
Ha?
Farza works so well for Super Friends in their form.
All right, folks, it's not like we're seeing Farsa for the first time in M6, but the fact
Guys,
that
nawatake
it's
lang ako.
coming back with such great
Wait lang.
returns, great highlights.
Di okay lang.
great stats,
Nadaldal naman ako,
make it a
inaatake ko
breakout
lang
hero.
to.
Who else might we see? It has to be something that Falcons bring out now. Because Game 1 and Game 2, those drafts, they look very similar, and the results are similar too. So, you know, this is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting something new.
Right, but end up getting
Si Carl,
the same result.
for sure.
Right now, I'm
Carl
pretty
for sure.
I don't even think Eve was banned in that last
Um,
It was available, and Fnatic
sila Light eh. Sila Nats Light, yung ano yun, parang saya din makasama nun.
You have a lot more
Parang
at your
solid
disposal,
na solid
right, to engage in this
din.
stage. And then you stacked it up with a flicker as well. It's just pure chaos, and definitely not something you want to see in the hands of Super Friends. Now, everything on the
Okay.
line, a chance to be top 4 right now.
Let's
This
go.
is where Fnatic Onyx is heading. Falcons, they need to elevate. They need
Ano
to
daw?
spread those wings, but how? Do they do it?
Kahapon
Can
nakajam
they
ako
get
ah.
back in this series?
Ang saya nga dun eh kasi ano, pag sa bistro kasi nakatayo yung mga tao. Kaya ang saya.
One other place that they want to go is Qiddiya.
Parang surreal moment din yung nangyari kahapon doon sa jam ko kasi nakatayo yung mga tao tapos si Iwan nakatayo sa ano, table. Sobrang jam na jam yung mga tao tapos sarap sa feeling. Yan yung mga masaya. Yan yung mga masayang moment sa buhay ko.
Maybe someday soon. Thanks Qiddiya. Play
Yan.
live from the 11th month of the year. That's
2.92
November
from Top
22nd.
Anger.
Uy, grabe, di lang sa ML may hate kahit sa real world daw, totoo.
Say real world, may NGA outliers par din
Totoo yan.
Just a support chest for 50 diamonds
Kaya-
to get a large amount
Ha?
of pass EXP
Bakla.
with a chance to
Hindi.
obtain
Yung mga lalo na yung mga nagko-comment ngayon dun sa ano ko guys. Ito yung pinaka-struggle ko lately. Bukod dun sa lungkot ng mundo ng pro team, 'di ba? Ang part ng record. Kasi yun yung pinapaalala kasi din ng mga yun yung comment usually ng mga hate galing Indo. Kaso ang nakakatawa,
Now you're on FCon.
nakakatawa, nagko-comment sila at nagbabash sila dito sa live natin, tsaka dun sa recent post ko dun sa Instagram. Yung most recent post ko sa Instagram, it's a reel, it's a video. So, by the way, wag niyong tatranslate to guys kasi para benefit natin to. Secret lang natin to. Ang nangyayari, dahil nagko-comment sila dun sa reel, which is a video, ang nangyayari, ang nangyayari ganito. Bago sila mag-comment, kailangan nilang i-view yung video. So ngayon, bago nangyari to, yung video ko, 3K, 5K views lang yun. Wala pa nga atang 5K. Tapos ngayon, nasa 50K views na. Last tingin ko kahapon. Tapos yung ngayon pa, diba? So punong-puno sila ng hate. So nakakalungkot nga naman na ganun nangyari. Nire-remind nila. Pero nakakatawa kasi una sa lahat, pinapalakas nila yung Instagram ko. Views pa rin yan. Second, mali yung ano nila, sinasabi nila. Kasi hindi ko naman sinabi yung mga sinabi nilang sinasabi ko. Yun. Tapos sinasabi nila daw, be humble, talo yung Aurora mo, parang bago ka mang insulto. Yung sinabi ko in Tagalog, pinipraise ko nga yung Indonesia. So parang naisip ko, okay, mga hate lang to kasi hindi nila, parang basically, hindi nila naintindihan yung sinabi ko. Or na-mistranslate sila. Or in a way, na drive sila ng media nila, which also shows to their intelligence, di ba? Naging scapegoat ka sa TNC. Di naman. Lahat naman tinanggal eh. So, at least may ganun. At least fair. Charot, hindi lahat tinanggal. Pero, I think you get my point. Madami naman din tinanggal, di lang ako. So, parang, ano naman yan. Hindi naman masama. Benefits. Shoutout from Saudi. Hello, by Tumbling. Thank you, Krisha Shea. Alam nyo, mahalaga lang sa akin ay may mga sumusuporta pa rin. Yun naman yung mahalaga in the end. Yung mga nagtitiwala pa rin, mga nagtatag pa rin sa akin. Yun, yeah, I think yun more than enough na yun para magstay. At syempre, babawi tayo. So, ito guys, last attack, 1 minute. Okay, last attack na. Sorry. Balik caster din muna. Babawiin muna natin guys yung ano. Ang gusto kong mangyari ay mabawi ang ating record. Bawi muna.
Aurora almost won, right? And so he said, in his opinion, this time around, Fnatic Onyx Philippines managed to work on the draft, and I'm pretty sure even discipline-wise, they're very different this time around, right?
Oo. Hindi, okay lang, okay lang. Matatapos na ako dito.
Okay, Dilar, what do you want to say to Fnatic Onyx on the stage before we start game 2?
Hindi, wait lang. Tatapos ko na yung attack ko. Wait lang. Promise. Wait lang guys ah. Mabilis lang to. Ayan. Uy, grabe. Ignorance is bliss. True. Wow. Ang ano talaga dito, wala pa mubulong na mga player transfer. May konti-konti lang. Mga wala pa namang actual na bulong, pero may mga bali-balita na. Nakakatawa nga si Doggy eh, kasi parang 'di ba ni-reveal nga naman talaga ni Carl yung TNC. So, ang ginawa niya, bumawi siya. Ni-reveal din niya yung liquid. LT. LT nga talaga 'yun. Uy, hindi na gano'n. Whole nother level. Okay, ito na. Nakatake na ako. Let's go! Ano thoughts mo kay Boss D sa TNC? Tama. 113 muna tayo bago tayo balik. At least nakaisa na, di ba? Di katulad ng na-zero. Alam nyo guys, masaya na ako na at least na, hindi na kami super zero naman. May points naman kahit papano. Nakaisa. Onyx lang talaga hindi kami nakaisa eh, ng kahit isang panalo. Ayos, lahat ng team ng second leg na bawi, naisahan. Nagubad pa naman ba? Na-scam ako doon mga tol. Sabi nila, i-edit nila. i-AI daw nila yung katawan ko. Gagawin nilang macho. Hindi naman pala. Na-scam. Si Dillard ganun talaga magsalita ever since. Ganun talaga siya ever since. Wala nang mababago dun. Kahit anong mangyari, kahit sobrang hype niya, kahit anong emotion niya, ganun talaga siya magsalita. Yung sabi sa Liquid, di ba, si ano daw, hindi daw pasado yung UKTC. Tapos kinukuha daw nila si Innocent, binabayot nila si Innocent. Which I doubt na totoo. I mean, siguro nagtanong sila kung magkano. Yun. What's Nef? If pabiling ka sa team sa MPLPH, siguro, tinitignan ko kasi saan pa ako pwede. Oo, si M6. Totoo yan. Paano ba? Ang iisipin ko kasi kung saan pa ako merong space at magagawa ko pa yung strength ko as a analyst, di ba? So, saan ba ako pasok dyan? Sa Liquid, nawala na si Coach CJ at gustong-gusto kong makatrabaho si Syre kasi ang dami ko narinig na good stories about him. So, yun pwede. Sa Omega, si Coach Snap nandun. Kompleto ata sila dun eh. So, baka wala rin akong space dun. Sa RSG pwede. With Coach Panda. Ayan. So, siguro yung dalawa. DLID, RSG ang potential na landing spot dyan. Meron din part ko na gusto ko rin makatrabaho din si Bonchan. So, ang dami ko din kasi matututunan kay Bonchan eh. Ayan. So, pwede rin yun. Ayan, siguro. Sa new team na, nga, sabi nga daw nila RSG, no? Falcon na yung kukuha. Mataas chance nun. Zyda jungler ng TNC. Ito Teka, first pick muna. Ano to? Ay, Bruno agad. F-Cons. Walang Cho. Joy ka pa rin. Joy Pob, maybe. Joy Fob, pwede. Joy Gatot or Joy Fob. Ayun. Joy Fob or Joy Phobius or Joy ano? Ano? Ha? Sound, okay. Wait lang guys, ano yung tanong? Ay, enjoy pa rin. Kalit yung sinabi nila. Happy birthday, Elizard DS. Nakalimutan ko tuloy yung ano. Ayun yung kasi 'di ba? Sinabi ni Carl yung lineup ng TNC. Tapos, ang reaction ni Doggy, ni-reveal mo yung lineup namin, ni-reveal ko rin lineup mo. Ibig sabihin, silently kinonfirm ni Doggy. Kasi, alam niyo yun, kasi parang kinontra niya si Carl in a way. Parang sabi niya, ni-reveal mo yung lineup namin. Ibig sabihin, softly na-launch ni Doggy yung lineup. So baka tama yan. Grabe, bakit kasi Matilda, no? Pero baka hindi na mag-Faramis to. Matilda, Fredrin, magandang combo yan, guys. Legitimize. Farsa ka na agad, ba? Eve or Farsa for FNOP for me. Ay, hindi pangit parehas. Ano to, Lilia ka? Lilia, no? Last pick. Walang Granger. Hirap mag-Claude. Bea or Claude lang. Tapos Eve or Farsa. For FNOP. Vex. Makes sense. Maganda Vex, sorry. Kailan yan? Nakita ko lang eh. Sino pinaka-threat sa FNOP this M6? MVP winning Farsa, his Lu Yi, even his Valentina. Liquid. Liquid siguro. Ay, hindi rin. Natalo na Liquid. Siguro RQ na. RQ na siguro sa ngayon. Lahat pinanis nila eh. Ay, thank you.
They know, okay, you got
1-1.
Fredrin.
Baka maban yung
bring out
1-1
the
eh.
Vexana. It does great at countering it in the Lord Pit. It does great at dropping the Eternal Guardian. Fermi's banned.
Ban Layla.
And this time Falcon's like, listen, we're going to take out the Layla.
Look at that.
Kung mag-1-1 sila, last pick siguro yung 1-1. That being said, ano to, full views. Ay, Cho. Ay, wala Cho. Ano ba pwedeng mag-out na rotate sa ano? Ay, pwede nila i-kalid na pala. Kalid, roam, kuha kayo XP, which is, yeah, full views is good.
Now,
full views. I think full views na talaga.
Right? With the Khalid and the Joy.
Moskov.
Do you go in for something like the Hilda?
It's open. Oddly enough.
Pwede mag-Farsa ang F-Con kung ganyan.
So that's 2 hard counters.
Pero usually Valentina pag ano eh, pag mga Joy. Pwede sila mag-Faramis pero, ay hindi, nakaba na pala Faramis. Wala ka atang sagot kundi
You just get in there, you stand, stop.
bawal
this.
bawal Farsa.
Stop. Wait a
Valen talaga.
Wait.
Pangit nga lang ata Matilda Valen.
We are looking
Sa ano?
for an XP laner. There you go, Royal Milk's
Ayun yun, so
And
mababa Phobos
we're
tuloy
going
F-Con.
mid.
Kaya akala ko fourth pick na yung Phobos eh. Parang deny na rin. Ay, Rora no? Pwede pala Rora. Eh.
If you
Rora
pick
or
any of these
Valen
heroes,
for
that's a burst.
F-Con.
Nice backline, honestly, I think. Eve would
More
work.
favored ako personally Valen pero baka sila Rora na lang yung kunin nila dito. Mas safe, mas
It's going to be
E-fast.
challenging because of the mobility aspect. I was going to say Farza would work better than the Eve, just due to the wings by wings.
Farsa good sa
Get a little bit
Moskov.
further out the safety.
Not
Maybe
sure
pair it up
against
with the flicker as well.
Khalid
And the
Joy,
damage
di ba?
profile,
Parang
very
hirap,
important in this current metagame.
nakaka-awkward.
If
Pero
you pick
sila
anything
yan.
else like a utility mage in mid, FCON would not be going fast enough. Not
Wala,
even close
gatot.
To catch up to the tempo that FNOP will be going
Labanan ng Tod.
It's make it or break it. Facing match point for Falcons.
Ano yun? Ano
And
tunog
you are
yun?
going to see that last away.
Dragon!
Always ready to counter.
10. From
Always.
P-Wet
F not doesn't care if it's
Alright.
Oh my
Alright.
God!
Alright.
Rundown sa para sa
Falcon
Bruno.
were asking
Let's
for
go.
To bring new flavor, but now Fnatic Onic evolving the metagame once more.
Let's
before
go.
our very eyes.
Edit na naman.
Yuzhong showing up here.
Maganda
Game
yung usong sa
3.
Bruno and
Listen
sa
to all our
Farsa.
casters, Ingan and Naisu.
So, wait. May naalala ko, nung nag-try kami ng Phobius versus Yusong, lamang si Yusong. Lumamang si Yusong kay Phobius, kaya niyang one shot. One hit combo. Masakit sa lane.
I think it could be a closer, a good counter pick.
3-0 na ata, guys. Ang ganda nung Yusong last pick.
Of someone like Kirk, easily activated. You know he's gonna disrupt the formation of Falcon Esports, specifically
Oo.
when the Feathered Airstrike has been casted. So it's gonna be hard.
Tapos,
not
walang
battle
paki
for
si
Falcon
Yusong
going up
sa
against
Fredrin.
Fnatic.
Ang ganda nung Yusong. Ang ganda nung Yusong.
We'll see if it plays its part this time around. Game 3, it's match point.
It's Briggs time.
Right now for FNOP.
Okay, kain tayo.
Semi
Semi-kain tayo, guys. Semi-kain. Okay lang ba? Kasi gutom na ako eh.
Fnatic Onic Philippines. And this time around, a little bit different in the jungle, of course. Dax this time gets the Fredrin. It's such an interesting change of pace that we've seen throughout the M6.
Ganda ng Dragon.
Even from Swiss
Nakakakilig.
stage to now, and just the meta in general. And again, make sure you guys grab your M6 pass. It's now available. Okay, late pick 7. Oh, in trouble. 1 hit away. Brusco will be fine.
So maganda yung Khalid sa Mati.
This is
Kasi
the
parang
aggression, actually,
syempre,
that we
di ba,
expected for Fnatic
yung
going
Khalid
forward.
ano siya,
You
parang
have the signature Brusco Khalid.
flex pick in a
Khalid
way.
activated
At the
early
same
on,
time,
the early game,
naka-counter
main
niya yung
objective
gustong gawin
is to
ng
really
Matilda, which is
try and
mag-rotate.
go for the mid control and eventually go for the delay in
Balik
the
that ba
jungle
mangyayari yung
rotation.
Matilda pa
And,
yung
so
mga
far,
ano,
Brusco has been doing a good job going for those pokes,
ng
going for
mirror,
those
parang ganun.
engages. And we'll see if Brusco can keep it up against Falcon Esports.
Inasal po tayo,
Obviously,
inasal.
you know, I like that
Pagkain
Falcon
natin.
Esports has
Super inasal.
utility on their side now. You know, you still give Royal Milk the hero that he's performed probably the best on. Even Benny to that matter, but still you can play around.
Malakas si Matilda.
Helping Dax
Ay,
have
Matilda
a
para,
little
Fredrin,
mobility
oh.
on this Fredrin's gonna be great.
Mag-ano din yan.
Setting things up
Makati
with the
rin yan.
first objective, poking down Brusco a little bit here, but King Kong is there to go ahead. And
Kaya mas
moving
Makati yung hero
Sandguard.
ng Onyx.
Super Prince though will have to burn the flicker already, so pretty proactive early game for Falcon Esports.
Yeah, that was well worth it. Again, just the guiding wind. You already burned out Super Friends' flicker. And you know that in terms of mobility, Vexana...
Ayun, yung pala tinanong ako, thoughts ko ay Doggy sa TNC. Sorry na, ang dami kasing
So that's a good resource burned.
nangyayari. Nakalimutan ko na sagutin.
Here's the problem. Kirk with a huge
So nagpa-4 si Kirk. Si Brusco din mapa-4 na rin yun.
decides to go for the feathered airstrike, but on the other hand, no Dax.
Naton.
Brusco.
Brusco gonna be in trouble. Flickers out. Heals
Uy,
up
mayroon pa
from
second.
Vanguard.
Ayun,
Will go
nahuli.
down, though, but the fight's
Doon
still
siya, doon sila
going.
lugi.
Dax falls
Ayun o,
fast.
one hit yung Pobius, guys.
With the
Sa
shots,
Yusong.
it gets the double. It's a reminder that
Pag sinabi naming
Yusong
one hit, di
still
naman literal na one hit. Ang ibig sabihin ng one hit combo. Thoughts ko ay Doggy. Si Doggy kasi, ang benefit sa kanya is willing siya na mag-spend on his own money to achieve yung mga gusto niya. Tapos talagang may tiwala siya dun sa mga players niya. Talagang ano siya, and si Doggy, sacrifice, sacrifice na tao. Kasi syempre, yung hype, alam mo naman, kilala naman natin yan si Doggy kung mga hype. Ngayon as coach, hindi ko pa talaga na-XP nakasabay siya na coach. So, I'm not sure kung wala akong karapatan magsalita about dun sa aspect na yun. Kasi wala naman akong first-hand experience. Pero kasi matalino naman talaga si Doggy sa laro. Tsaka nag-LOL yun dati, nag-pro. Alam niya, sinusundan naman niya ML, walang katapusan. Tsaka kilala niya yung mga players niya eh. So parang siya lang yung makakapagsabi ng full potential talaga ng mga players niya. Overall goods naman. Lalo na willing siyang magsakripisyo kasi. Yun yung maganda sa kanya.
When it comes to casting his feathered airstrike.
Oo. Alam naman natin yun. Times to ba?
Kirk's biggest threat too is obviously like we've seen in past M series where Yuzong was just picked up so much in the XP lane. Whoa. Super Prince.
Cool eh.
Raging Sandstorm. Okay, they're not gonna commit the flicker though. But Brusco just managed
Patay
to
kay
throw out
Kong Kings.
King Kong Goes to
Uy, nice stun.
and burst it down.
Nice stun yun ah.
Dax with
Patay
an
alas ko.
interruption.
Hindi.
King Kong gonna be able to
Ang
just
hirap.
get
Di pala
away.
enough yung
This
ano,
Joy
Fredrin.
is so slippery.
I think hindi enough yung Mati sa Joy. I think lang ah. Pero kasi, ang problema dito yung Onyx, nagawan nila ng paraan gamitin yung Mati sa Joy kanina. Game 1 eh.
Yes, the wings by wings will only help you so much. So now as they get it situated, some more extra gold. First items being locked in too for FNOP. Starting them scythe now for King Kong. I'm surprised.
Ang hirap talaga kaharapin ng Joy. Pero Fredrin pwede naman.
Now with the Starlium Scythe in hand. And leading into this corrosive scythe.
Siguro nga pag Fredrin plus Mati combo, goods. Sa Joy. Pero mahirap pa rin. Lalo na pag magaling magreserva ng dash. Oh, dinragunan agad. Uy, dalawa na huli ni Brusco. Patay. Ubos. Ilista mo na. Aba. Ubos ang Onyx. Charot. Ano sa boy doon? May flash na ba? Galing nun ah. Di ko, nagulat ako dun ah. Wait, kakapili lang ng flash. How did that happen? Kasama. May Bruno. May Bruno, no? Lakas na damage pa rin. In fairness, akala ko ubos ang ano. Akala ko ubos Falcon. Hindi pala. May Bruno for damage. Threaten yung si Kirk, Super Kirks.
Okay, they might be able to solve the problem right away.
Damn.
Kid X was the reason why they got saved, and now PX7 with a
Okay.
airstrike to bring down Brusco, and Royal Milk wants to go for more. Infernal Pursuit trying to catch up onto
Okay.
King Kong. Volley Shot Worldy is going to connect, and Fnatic Onyx Philippines will disengage.
You're seeing it happen, you know, in these team fights, in these skirmishes. Falcon Esports' lineup allows them to just go ahead and fight it out if they have to. Kirk now joined the fight into the mid lane. They get the vengeance out. Kirk could be in trouble. Still gonna be fine. Get some of the healing back
Sakit,
with
no?
that Shires, and so he goes and
Yuzongs.
disengages.
Okay, that's a win for Falcon Esports, although Royal Milk...
Sa ano nga eh.
They also
S15.
popped the Kirk
Gusto ko rin
shot, Petrified,
bumawi talaga.
and, paired up with ultimates casted by Fnatic Onyx Philippines, but all the while, Kelra, the gold standard, is just really making quick work of the turrets. He did get the turret down bottom during that turtle fight wherein Falcon Esports won that trade. And right now he got one on top and King Kong goes in onto Dax.
They're going for
Patay ba si Dax?
Dax.
Hindi, boy. Uy, nasibat! Yun, patay. Yun ang patay.
Picking up the kill
Ang,
right on the
ang ganda no, instant na si Kirk tsaka si Brusco, instantly pinotekta na agad nila si Kelra. Uy, naku po, Ben. Nandito si Benny.
Here comes the internal guard,
Oh
but
my
Royal Milk
God.
wants to go for
Patay ba?
Kelra.
Buhay!
He's not gonna be able
Inarangan
to
din ni
capture
Kirk.
Kirk blocks his path. Brusco and Super Friends, will they re-engage? Kirk has to jump away.
Galing ng synergy ng Onyx
When
dun.
he thought he was just gonna go for the turret push, he went for more. He took down Dax.
So what you always got to watch out for is where is Helra going to show up. I mean, this Moskov alone plays that part. You know, push down one of the lanes and then just join.
Oh, parang natin argue TLIT. Lalo na 3-0 to.
For the turtle, Falcon Esports looking to take the last turtle of the game. Brusco jumping in.
Okay, they're gonna commit the Raging Sandstorm, but all
King
the way
Kong.
to the backline. Kidx trying to work on King Kong. Fear of destruction.
Kirk,
will
grabe.
miss. The
Pinararo ni
Thunder
Kirk.
Strike is there, but
Tsaka
they're
ni
gonna get
Brusco.
kill onto Benny as Dax gets the turret.
Khalid Yuso,
They
no?
go
Parang
for
M2,
Falcon Esports
ano,
on the attack.
M2
Killer just
meta.
missing out the damage. Super Frizz, but Infernal Pursuit to bring down
Galing ni Royal Milk,
Super
guys.
Prince. And that's a trade Falcons was willing to
Ayun,
take
ano na
the
siya,
kill
dominance
onto
na.
two,
Good
plus
item.
the turtle.
Even if
Makakasabay na talaga siya ngayon. Hindi na siya one shot. Hindi na siya one hit.
They know they're facing that match point against FNOP, and this is what they have to do. Kelra could be in trouble
Okay.
this time. Guiding a win, circling Eel
Patay.
combo, and Kelra is gone.
Finally, a shutdown onto Kelra, a much-needed pickoff for Falcon Esports. Really trying to enable PX7 and Benny. And Falcon Esports unfazed by the lead that Fnatic Onyx Philippines had in the early phases of the game.
Ang lakas ni Royal
Look
Milk.
at the lead, it's down to
Mag-Phobius.
700, Naisu.
In the three
That's
games
why
we've
I
had
thought-
now, this is the best that we've seen Falcon Esports.
Ngayon ako kunin
And
ng
maybe
ano,
this is what
Onyx.
they
Pero,
needed. Maybe
handa
this
naman sila.
amount
May
of
handa sila. May
mobility
plano
and
sila.
firepower
Kaya
is
sila
what they needed to bring
nag-quit
Benny
ng
online.
hindi nila pinigil
For the
focus.
damage though, King Kong will be able to get that circling
Lang yata
eagle
talaga yun.
out. But mid lane,
Patay ba? Patay ba?
Committing
Patay
along
ba?
onto Royal Milk. The
Naka-dominance.
counter-attack is there, plus the vengeance.
Patay.
He's gonna fall down in the hands of Brusco. Here comes PX7, feathered airstrike. But
Daming
Fnatic
ano, no?
Philippines, they went
Daming
out of the vicinity
ginamit
of
ng
that
Onyx.
ultimate. No trade for Falcon Esports.
no trade right now. They're gonna get in position. They still have plenty of time.
Buong
before
series
that
din
load
namatayan,
does come up,
namatay
about
na.
30 seconds or so. That's why there's so much focus here in the mid lane.
Hindi tayo
Might
mag
still look for more. King Kong,
hindi tayo magre-reveal ng ayaw
dropping the
magpa-reveal.
electrifying beats. We'll have the backup before
Gusto mo
the
ba?
next fight. But these tier 1 turrets in the mid lane obviously very important before that first Lord breaks out.
Hindi
Right
naka-set
now,
up
it's
yung
just
mic
kind
ko
of
eh.
maintaining
Ano,
things. Good
ay,
item
ayusin ko.
pickup here for Penny, finally getting that Malefic gun. So now he's got the 3. He's got the Haas Claws, he's got Berserker's Fury, Malefic gun. He is where he needs to be on the Bruno. Has farmed up quite a bit, sitting at the top of the gold ranking here too.
Wala pa kumuha sa
He
akin.
is online. As long as he is safe, and he's got not only the sliding tackle, but he's got a
Sa
flicker
true lang.
plus Kid-X on the Matilda. His
Pangit din kasi
positioning
ng
should be on
timing.
point. Super Fritz.
Parang masyado ng late nung nalaman ko na tanggal na tayo.
That was a good rotation for them to clear out the top
May
lane,
nabuo
so
na
they
yung mga
focus
team.
on this major objective.
Usually kasi
Fnatic
talaga,
Philippines, King Kong looking for the proper angle.
dapat
He's
after
gonna hide in that
playoffs,
brush.
Gonna get in
meron ka
position.
lang liwi na
Kelra
2
might make
linggo.
his way
Dapat
down
meron
too.
ka
They
nang
know
nakakausap.
Falcon Esports wants to
Kasi,
take this
syempre,
with the Fred
i-establish
trend,
na
and
team
they
yung
have
mga
the
ano.
agility. They're gonna go.
Here
Magsisecure
comes
na
the
sila.
Black Dragon
Uy,
Fire
grabe
Attack.
sabay-sabay yun. Kaso napatalon din sila.
Dax gets the Lord, but Fnatic Onyx Philippines wants to go for
Kaya ba ni
kill.
Kel? Uy, nice tulak kay Lapper of Deaths pa rin siya kay Benny.
And now Falcon Esports, the response
Napatalon sila doon.
from them
Sino kaya
to
nag-knock
bring
up?
everything they
Lord
have
ba yun?
to bring down Fnatic, and only King Kong is left.
Pwede, may replay ba?
And the
Replay
Falcons
please.
will
Sana may
find
replay.
their flight, and they'll just go down, taking the tier 2 in the mid lane. They might look for more. Working on the base turret, they're gonna get the shields down. And FNOP a couple seconds away, but they lose a base turret. And now they have to defend against this Lord push.
That was
Ito
a
yung GF ko,
huge,
guys, oh.
huge play.
Ayun, oh.
Falcon Esports, not just the
Si
micro,
Miao.
all the way from clearing the top lane so they don't have to worry about the
Okay nga, gusto ko ibalik. Babalik casting. Ano muna siguro kailangan. Gusto ko sana bumawi muna ng record para di naman yun yung pinakahuli kong record. Pero pag wala na talagang kumuha, eh no choice tayo. Babalik tayo sa pagiging
CG
gagi.
on in, they're gonna wait for that to go down. They'll walk in with it. FNOP. They'll have to be on the defense. Feathered airstrike gonna be used.
Up.
Looking for an angle.
Patay si Kong King.
Energy eruption brought down by Dax. They still have the Lord, but Fnatic Onyx Philippines gonna make quick work
Huh?
of that. They have Minions up top. Now they set their eyes on this inhibitor turret. Will they be able to take down everything Fnatic
Up.
Onyx Philippines has? Royal Mills goes for the zone.
Madedepensahan ba? Nice paangat mula kay Prince. Patay. Tapos, tapos sa Bruno. Okay. 2-1, 2-1. Babalik ko ako. Gusto mong malaman paano sila napatalon dun eh.
Here's that brush.
Gonna get in position. Kelra might make his way down too. They know Falcon Esports wants to take this with the Fredrin. They have the utility. They're going to go.
I-slow down ko. Ito yung magandang way para makita mo yung ano.
The Black Dragon form raging sandstorm.
Napatalon si Brusco. Si Brusco lang napatalon ng Lord.
Here comes the Black Dragon form raging sandstorm.
Napatalon sila ni Kid X.
Here comes the Black Dragon
Si
form
Kid X
raging
nagpaangat nung dalawa. Galing. Tapos na-change na sila after. Ayun ang crucial. Ayan, dalawa na patalon. Tuwama naman yung si Bat. Flicker out. Okay, na-disaster pala sila dun. Na-disaster sila, guys.
The Falcons get some altitude and are on the board. Game 3 going over to the Burmese, and it took 2, but finally they found their form.
Hey, where there's a will, there's a way, and they found it, right?
Lagi hindi naman tanggal ng player, tapos bigla siya din.
Every time we're on the desk together, you see things go the distance, and if they just take things one game at a time, that can
Wala tayong magagawa. Ayan.
even out the series.
Bad girl Nini in the house,
All
yo.
they gotta do is win one more.
Kaso wala akong mic.
I mean, I hate to say it, but no. The draft was key for the side of Falcon there.
So, ibig sabihin, para pigilan ng Joy, kailangan mo ng Fredrin Mati.
Alright, so
Pakita mo,
folks,
ano?
if you all need a quick recap,
Ang
if you
kulit
just
nito.
tuned in, after repeated renditions of the same draft, Falcon Esports now finally found the
Respect sa Pobis ni Royal Milk, guys.
Picks the Fredrin
Galing.
into the Joy and forces a new pick out of Fnatic Onyx book, and they pull out the Yuzhong. They get even the Moskov out of Kelra to face off against
Maganda yung early nila.
and they get the dub. Is that all to the story?
Kaso ano sila na disaster. Uy. Guys, hindi ako yung nag-post. Ang nag-post ito. Ayan o. Ayan. Ito nag-post.
In the mid game. This was a short game, but I think the beats will be able to understand more when we
Ano daw
see
name?
the
Bad Gal
full draft
Nini.
and the highlights.
Yeah, overall, just decisive, right? Falcon, even with their backs against the wall,
Iba na
they
daw
found a
bukas.
way to disrupt the reign of Fnatic Onyx, even with the Farsa
Pang weekends
pickup,
daw,
with
pang
that
weekends.
feathered airstrike just being such a demonic force. You get to see the Mathilda.
Sige nga.
bring them back
Saan
to safety.
tatalon?
I think
Ano,
the
tatalon ka?
sustainability, and with
Uy.
that massive damage output, and then again with that Fredrin.
Kulit nito.
counter this Joy, who's been
Ayaw pakainin, ayaw pag-stream.
this entire M series.
Grabe game 1. Unang talo sa knockouts. Nag-iingay na agad.
Would completely take advantage of a squishy front line, but since they have the Fredrin in that place, you have the advantage.
It definitely helped.
I think my point...
Fnatic Onyx, interesting response.
Ayaw niya mag-stream eh.
Ultimate dive. They have the Joy on King Kong, just trying to, you know,
Yung pusa.
and I'd say the more acquired taste. The,
Papansin yung
X
pusa.
factor, the special ingredient that Yuzhong, alongside Brusco's signature Khalid, which
Ishopaw na, wag, oy.
Suddenly you see Kirk.
Siya ulit din nag-ano nun.
At some point, it worked. It was good when we saw
Teka
the
lang,
same
kuha lang
Rampage
ng
with,
ano.
Rampage
Super
Central.
dessert.
I guess the guiding weight was just enough. Of course, the hard stoppers up front.
Yeah, I think the big problem starting to fall apart is you have this Khalid, which already isn't a real tank, right? Like, yes, it's a decent tank in the hands of Brusco, but then you also throw in the spice of this Yuzhong, where now you essentially have two heroes that just aren't real frontliners. Like, they are, but they're not your hard-boiled tanks, right? And once Benny gets online, he's just eating those things up. And that's why in the beginning it works for FNOP. They have the dive, they have the counterplay, but once it gets to the end, when Benny's really punching in, those, you know, more half tanks aren't cutting it.
And this is just overall a way better solidified draft from Falcon. What we've seen in the last matches, right? You have the Mathilda, which helps with the focus.
Lugi sa
One of the
draft.
biggest
Lugi ba sa
problems
draft?
is having
Tingin
a
niyo?
tie into a team and having no way to get back to safety. But when you throw that Mathilda in the mix, he has a clear path back out when he uses that Infernal Pursuit. As you look
Ganda
at the
ng
graph
Phobe.
on the board. I mean, look how it scales.
Kaya,
into
yun lang
that
naman
on
ang
the
sa
fade,
akin.
all the way up to about that 7 minutes with that turtle
Shoot
play.
yung Phobius sa heroes
And
nila
out
eh.
of nowhere, Falcons
Or rather, walang papatay dun sa Phobius. Pero yung Yusong dapat papatay sa Phobius. Pero napansin natin, nung nag-dominance ice na, hindi na pala kaya. So like I said, na-try namin kasi itong Yusong sa Phobius, lalo na nung kalakasan ng Phobius. At panalo sa lane si Yusong.
Well, there is a big trend to notice with a lot of
Delix lang sa dulo.
It is
Ano yun?
normally always first lord
Babaero.
pop off. Like that's normally the time when these Fredrin compositions
Respect ba na sa Phobius? No? Second phase
shine,
pwede.
right? Because Fredrin's a slow jungler and what
Lalo na may Mati.
FCON did so well here.
Ang kulit ng
is they never
pusa!
let that gold get past that 3K mark, right? They always kept it under range. It peaked at 2.4 deficit for FCON and then it starts to come back. It starts to
Leche plan, guys.
If FNOP was able to full send that gold lead and get a couple more kills,
Sarap na merienda,
then their
si
composition probably would have won out. They would have been able to take control. But
Sakto
because
lang.
FCON's able to kind of stalemate it until that 9, 8, 9
M7.
minute mark,
Sana.
then they're good.
Oh my God.
143 from Luke C.
Lagi din.
Wolf Magdi Idina NA Pero Nagging Launch Card in Bowel Big A Bruno K Benny Trini LNG Arta.
Okay naman yung kaya naman manageable yung Bruno. Tingin ko, ano bang nagpahirap sa kanila dun?
Huge lead. Because again, in the first 7
Astrometry,
minutes,
hindi.
Fnatic Onyx were in control, but Falcon never let them go farther off. That's why it stayed within comeback territory.
Tingin ko Phobius yung naging problema. Papaisip lang ako dun sa... Ang kulit, di ba?
Which one would you name to be the biggest impact player for Falcon Esports?
May
Ladies
kulot.
and gentlemen, it's none other than Kid X holding their ground, keeping everyone safe. His Matilda
Ang tingin ko pwedeng baguhin dun
allowed
sa
for so
hero.
much more than just protection.
Yeah, I think this was the
Ang hirap kasi sabihin nag-work ng early. Siguro yung Moscow.
match mobility with mobility, right? With the Khalid and the Joy. Do you go
Moscow
for something
plus
like
Joy
the
parang
Hilda
disconnect. Parehas nagsisplit.
situation? It is.
Oddly enough.
Hilda against the Joy works well, I think.
Siguro ito,
FCON
pwedeng
could pick it up
baguhin
on
sa
it.
Moscow.
So that's 2 hard counters.
Kung sakaling hindi talaga Phobius, ako, ang boto ko dito, Phobius dito sa slot na to para talagang mahirapan to. Pero kung gusto talaga nila mag-usong sa dulo, baka palitan to.
An XP laner, there you go, Royal
Carry,
mid-save,
pwede.
and what's going in mid?
Or, carry pala, pwede.
Aurora,
Dito. Or walang Beatrix.
It's not enough burst though. If you
Claude
pick any of these heroes,
siguro.
that's not enough
Yeah,
burst.
just go for a nice backline, honestly.
Or Harith pala. Ay, kaso may Joy pala sila.
Could go for
Ay,
the
mga
Farsa
ganun.
again.
It's not the right
Carry
kind of
pala
damage.
pwede.
It's gonna be challenging because of the
Eto.
mobility aspect. I was gonna
There
say
it is.
Farza would work.
Lalo na kung ibibigay na
better
ng
than
Phobius kasi parang
Just due to the reason why we
mahirapan
should be able
nata
to
si
build it
Moscow
further
pag
out
may
the safety, maybe
Phobius.
paired up with
May,
the Flicker
oh
as
my
well.
God.
The damage profile,
Nakita niyo ba
very
yon?
different metagame.
Kita ba sa camera yan?
It was a little more aggressive. He was able to bring Dax to chase down some of these
Ang kulit
picks,
mo.
able to bring people to safety. He was always in the
Sugod na
correct
naman.
spot
Nagugulo
at
niya yung
the
setup
right
ko eh.
time. And I think just overall, it's a hero that did fit him very well.
Okay, now in hindsight, watching these clips play, and again, once
Harit,
the fight begins,
hindi
not
pwede
much
Harit,
has happened.
naka-magic na sila na Joy.
And really
Joy na
impactful.
sila.
Fnatic who was just all in a dive. Maybe that's something Fnatic did not see coming, like the way Kid X plays it.
Kali
It's
ata.
from Matilda, that's for sure.
He's not sitting behind the team. He's sitting in front of the team looking for angles nonstop.
And maybe that's the problem.
Kung gusto talaga nila mag-usong sa dulo
Ran into,
nangyari.
right? I mean, when you have a hero like Yu Zhong and also a Khalid, both of them with the Sandstorm, with the Black Dragon, they both
Replay
dive
natin
in
last
and
cash sa Lord, pwede. Pero na-replay ko na kanina eh.
Penny finally
Yun
getting
nga yung una kong tinignan eh.
position.
Esports gonna
Oh my
set their
God.
eyes on this Lord. That was a good rotation for them to clear out the top lane so they can focus on this major objective. Fnatic Onyx Philippines, King Kong looking for the proper angle. He's gonna hide in that brush.
Gonna get in position.
So nangyari,
Might make his way down too. They know
si Kid X, yung Matilda,
wants to take this
nanakap niya yung dalawa.
They have the utility. They're gonna go.
Here comes
Oh
the
my
Black
God.
Dragon form raging sandstorm combination. The zone now Falcon
Wala.
the Spirit Destruction will connect. Dax gets the Lord, but Fnatic Onyx Philippines wants to go for the kills. Royal Milk will get two. And
Ang
now
kulit ni Mio. Si Mio yan guys.
Wants to
Nakiki-analyze.
take this with the Fredrin. They have the
Makes you wonder.
down too. They know Falcon Esports
Nagpa-stack na
wants to
si,
take
si
this
King
with
Kong
the
dito. Ayun na,
Fredrin. They
nagpa-stack
have
na
the
siya.
utility. They're gonna go.
Nag-reveal na siya.
comes the Black
Sa
Dragon
kakantahan na talaga niyan. I think good play. So dalawang malas na nangyari dito para sa Onyx. Or di pala malas. Yung isa lang yung malas, yung sa Lord kay Brusco. Pero yung etong ginawa ni Kid X, ano siya? Check na check tayo dyan sa kanya. Ayun o.
The Fredrin. They have the utility. They're gonna go.
Nung nakita niya si King Kong, inigutan na niya agad. Tapos sakto si King Kong, Nakahanap ng angulo na dalawa yung mananakap ni Kid X. Tapos si Benny, ampas-ampas lang. Hindi niya nakinaan ng Purifier. Ganun ko siya kalupit. Masapatay si Kedra. Ayun. Ano to? Anong bali nangyari dito? Super good play talaga from FCON. Lalo na dun sa Matilda. Tapos lamang sila sa ganito eh. Ganyan. Hindi nakapasok sa likod. Tapos low si Kirk tsaka si Brusco agad. Ayan. Yun yung tingin ko dun. Hindi na Petri din si Bruno. Yun pa. Kasi
World Championship.
ang maganda nun, naka-flicker lang siya eh. Wala siyang Fury. O, hindi siyang punish. Uy, nangyari pa 4 minutes pa. Balikan natin. May isa pa yung turnaround para sa akin eh. Ano tayo? Anong oras na yan? 5:07. So, 5:12. Ayan natin. Ito yata yung ano. So, lamang na lamang yung Onyx. 2K yun eh. Shoutout Ireland Viva Max Squad. Hello, RR. Ireland pero Japanese yun, no? Astig. Hindi ko matagal mag-setup eh. Mamaya siguro after ng game. Hindi ganun kadali mag-setup ng multiple mics eh. Nakaka-stress. Mag-compute. Huwag tayo mag-compute. Kaya na natin yan. Shoutout din nga. RR from Ireland Viva Max Squad. Oh, di ba? Uy, ano to? 1 year. Ano ibig sabihin yan? 1 year na siyang nag-subscribe. Tignan. Ito yung para sa akin, ito yata yung turnaround eh. Yung tunay na turnaround. 1.2. Oh, wipe sila dito. Yung mamapatay si Keldra.
Okay. They might be able to solve the problem right away. Kid X was the reason why they got saved, and now PX7 with a feather airstrike to bring down Brusco. And Royal Milk wants to go for more. Infernal Pursuit trying to catch up onto King Kong. Volley shot worldy.
Hindi, saan ba yun?
King Kong still
sa third, second third.
Kirk also has the
Ito.
old lane.
Parang gumanda si Hate ngayon.
Number 5 lang ako. Okay lang.
Number 5? Saan?
Kaya maraming babae.
Hindi totoo yan.
As they get ready to just let Kelro push bottom side. Swolfie.
This one. So, akala ko talaga sure win na yung Onyx dito sa clash na to. Teka nga, ulit natin. End of Feb ba?
Push bottom side. Swolfie.
Feb. And Feb next year pa. End of Feb pa nga actually. Late Feb, early March.
Okay, let Kelro push bottom side. Swolfie. Falcon Esports. How do they deal with the
Maganda yung huli ni Bruce kaya na dalawa. Tapos good follow-up din from the Yusong. Dapat sure kill na to kay Dax eh. Eventually mapatay naman nila pero kasi lumalim pa sila. Tapos na zone ni Royal Milk si Brusco. Okay, goods lang. Okay naman din paangat ni Friends, I think. Mas nakasibat naman. Ay, hindi na tinuloy niya. Well, lugi rin na kasi siya. So, ang inabuhay dito si Daxin yung ano. Yata yung ginawa niya. Nagano rin siya, nag-lifesteal din siya sa Lizard eh. Wala rin naabot. Kumbaga ito si King Kong may ano din dito. Ano, may harang ng bato. Eh, hindi naman niya pwedeng tambayan din si Royal Milk. Kasi ang nakato kay Royal Milk yung Yusong din talaga. However, si Kirk, tinarget niya si Dax. Understandable ba't niya tinarget si Dax daw. Pero ang good target, better target pala ay si Royal Milk. Pwede siguro pagka ano dito, pagka talo ni Dax palayo, si Milk na yung pinatay nila. Ayun, kung sabay-sabay na nilang gino si Milk, pwede rin na rin ata yun. Good target. Para may napatay sila. Tapos, yun na lang yung threat nila eh. Yung Farsa naman na susurvive nila eh. Ayun, siguro.
Great
Pwede.
response, and they also get the turtle. That's exactly what Falcon Esports needed. Good item picks up. They are going to
Mircorate,
trade
ano
that
ibig
tier 1
sabihin nun?
turret, but this is a good shift that Falcon Esports needed. They had to get some momentum and
Ayoko na ako sa Mirko. Kailangan mag-English.
to break down this amazing game 3.
Finally, the Falcons get some altitude and are
Ano
on
yun?
the board. Game 3 going over to the Burmese, and it took 2. But
Naka-out of
finally,
position. Oh, maganda rin yung ano. Ginawa nila yung draft eh, no? Sige natin yung game 1. Game 1 hero.
From Navik T, Ho Channel Thoughts Melese Game 2, Ginamitan NG Falcon Young FNP NG
Eto,
Style
sakto yan
Winning
yung
Style.
Wheezy F-
ano natin,
To escape, and you have a means to engage, and I think that would be a good read.
i-draft
especially
natin.
up against this- have a means to
Sa bagay,
escape,
no?
and you have a means to do that. Technically,
Mahirap din
defend
talaga
your
na yung
best
Fobi.
player,
Siguro yung Moskov na lang yung pwedeng
against this-
baguhin dun.
have a means to escape,
Mga
and you
hero
have a
nila.
means to engage, and I think that would be a good read, especially
Wheezy F, is that for Fnatic?
So eto. 1, 2, 3. Mga anti-joy heroes. Hindi siya anti-joy talaga totally, pero mahirapan yung joy sa ganun. Ganong style. Ganong ano,
Lead a hero
technique.
for Benny.
It worked.
Inisip ko paano nila na kontra yung ano dito.
but
Pero malakas talaga AF-Con,
They do have
mga
the
tol.
advantage, and it's quickly going to go down, so they are going to just trade this out. King Kong will secure that.
Ito.
But look at the moves here from Falcon Esports.
Basta
Max
mapipigilan yung
running the
joy sa
purple.
pag-steal, pag-invade.
Bucket it off.
Kakayanin.
Welcome back
Uy,
to the
ito na,
M6
sakto.
World
Ganda ng
Championship.
timing ko
We're
dun
going smack dab in the middle of a best of 5 upper bracket bout. At your service, my name is
Oh, ang
Leo,
ganda ng
here
prod.
with
Ang ganda
Steph
ng prod.
Weezy and Trex. It's Fnatic Onyx Philippines versus Falcon Esports, and Falcon just got on the board. Currently, the score is 2-1.
Involved ka rin ba doon sa
Seems like Falcon is making a draft.
Oh,
they
League of
started
Cities.
with
Nandun ako
in the series,
day 1.
somehow
Mamaya na
won.
yung setup ng mic guys kasi it will take me 15 minutes para mag-setup. Legit. Tsaka mababasag yung mismong setup ngayon. Mahirap. Ano yun?
To lock up that joy, that Mathilda, to get the Phobius back to
Di ko-
safety. These
saan
are
ba
the
to?
things you have to do, and it starts inside of the draft that makes the major difference, and also a chance for them to
Manghang,
possibly even out the series.
So with that, Coach Trex, what does
Hindi ko alam
Fnatic
deadline ng
on
roster
PH
reveal.
do? Because again, we mentioned for the first time in the series,
Hindi ko alam.
suddenly it's
As
them
in
what's
totally
going
di ko
back
alam.
to drawing
Pero
board.
ang bali-balita sa schedule ng MPL ay late Feb or early March.
Like I said, they're
Yan.
never scared to pick something if it theoretically on paper counters. And I think FNOP just has to continue doing that, continue playing their game. The real question is, do they go back to blue side, which creates this really interesting dynamic between teams, because some teams really like drafting from
May
red
PRS
side,
ka, boss?
and I'm kinda
Wala
still
po
wondering
tayong
where does
PRS.
FNOP fit on that blue to red side right now.
Pero
It seems like
na
they enjoy
baka
blue,
i-trade ko
but
yung
we're
ano,
gonna know
sa akong
next, they're
gitara.
probably losing again.
So siguro kung hindi nyo napapansin, wala na yung semi-hollow. Yung semi-hollow ay mayroong interested na kumuha ng semi-hollow ko. So baka ang gawin ko, i-benta ko yung semi-hollow to get a PRS. Kasi kailangan ko na nung double humbucker, nababaliw na ako dun sa ano. Sa tugtugan kasi ng Tanya, bitin yung mga strat. Ayan yung mga kanyang strat, yung mga naka-single coil. Eh puro ganyan ako. So, ang tugtugan ng Tanya pang humbucker, taga pang Les Paul na ganyan. Ang problema dito sa Les Paul na to, ang bilis mawala sa tono itong dalawa. Yan. Ang bilis talaga mawala sa tono. Mid-song. Imagine nyo, nawawala sa tono, mid-song. Bad trip. Although, hindi naman mid-song. Minsan lang yan. Once lang nangyari sa akin yan, ever. Pero kadalasan, every song, totono ka talaga. Eh, bilang isang taong hindi pa ganun ka-pro, kumbaga, hindi ko kaya malaman agad kung nasa tono na ako o hindi. Hindi ako instant. Parang kailangan ko pa mag-try. Dahil beginner pa ako. So, etong dalawang yan, yung mga Les Paul na yan, hindi siya beginner friendly. Eh, beginner pa lang din ako. Feeling ko nga na kakalagpas ko pa lang sa beginner. So, hindi siya advisable for someone like me. Kaya yan. So, baka kumuha ako ng PRS after. Sa mga interested lang. Kaya mga nagtanong ba't kung ano din sa PRS. Mahal lang eh. Pero kaya naman. Meron naman. Wala nang MPLI guys. Wala na. Hollow Blocks. Wala si ano eh. Ang tagagawa talaga namin ng Hollow Blocks dito si Hito.
Embrace themselves for that because that's definitely it's tough when you go that off and then to snap back, you know? So can they do that?
Snap back to reality.
With the last series, do they let the Mathilda and the Phobias both walk?
One or the other.
Yeah, are they gonna? Does Fnatic Onyx have a plan against
Ano
that,
daw?
or are they just gonna let them select it again and try and
Hindi
dominate
pa.
on game?
John Mayer PRS, grabe kayo. Parang may pambili ah.
We'll have some answers here momentarily as we're looking at some.
Ganyan gitar ko sira na yung neck. Oh.
Like I said, because if FNOP's on blue side,
Wala na raw RSG, di ko nga alam eh. Pero alam nyo, lalo na dun sa ano kasi, dun sa fact na kailangan kumikita ng team. Alam naman natin yung RSG, diba? Hindi naman sila yung may pinakamalaking sponsorship base, diba? So, it makes sense na ibenta yung RSG eventually. But, hindi yata ganun kasimple yun. Ang balita lang sa akin, ito, nakwento lang sa akin, di ko alam kung totoo to o hindi. Pero, the thing is, bago magbenta ang isang franchise ng franchise nila, kailangan muna ng approval din ng ibang mga franchisees. Again, hindi to confirmation na, pero parang ganun. Kasi parang matagal, parang every season na lang nagiging chika yung RSG, bebenta na eh. Pero bakit hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin, diba? So baka meron pang isang extra step na kailangan gawin. Not sure. Pero mahal talaga yung mga franchises ngayon sa ganyan. Astig yung LCP, nga, I agree. Tele or strat ako ngayon. Double humbucker yun guys. Sobrang ganda niya Ibanez art. However, like I said, ang bilis mo sa tono. Hindi pa ako ganun kagaling. So, naka-reserve lang sila pag tumaas na yung level ko sa sa pagigitara.
Even when it came to King Kong, when it came to that Joy, you saw everybody stacked up, all the other junglers. He had an 80% win rate on that.
Babalik na ba si Nuts?
By the last game that we just
Hindi pa yan? Hindi na yata eh.
Won 4 times prior, lost just now. So that's the current stat here.
Ngayon, yung Bren, di ko alam po anong decision nila kung magsistay sila as AP Bren or Falcons. Ganyan din sa Fnatic Onyx. Hindi rin natin alam kung mag-stay sila. Kasi yung liquid na talaga eh. Aurora na talaga. So, there is a chance na yung Fnatic Onyx either maging Onyx lang or Fnatic lang. Ganun lang yun mangyayari. Same with AP Bren. AP Bren lang or Falcons lang. Oh, yung maganda yung maganda LCP, promise. Ang gagaling ng mga player dun eh. Les Paul maganda, mabigat. Mabigat at mabilis mawala sa tono. Pero kung usapan tunog, napakaganda ng tunog. Napakaganda ng tunog. Magkano hollow block sa amin? 20 pesos. Magkano na ba hollow blocks ngayon? Di nata 20 isa eh. Ay, 20 ba isa yun? Di mahal. Basta mahal yun eh. Bawal na raw sa MSC. Sa EWC. Hindi ko na alam yun hindi ko alam yun sagot dyan, Stephen, honestly.
I think we can agree that Bruno's not the problem, right? Especially if you're Fnatic Onyx. There's a way to deal with it, but just the same, they were in this very spot to start the day. They picked the Bruno first. So that could be a way to, get back
from
to your
Mino,
center,
Coach Pa,
find a way to
shout out
be
naman
proactive
SA
in the draft,
Tropico Khan July
and then
from
end up with
Zamboanga,
these,
salamat.
problematic trades. The CC into the Fred, the
Can
Joy
Jul from Zamboanga, shoutout. Sana wala akong masamang nasabi doon. Sana tama yung pronunciation ko or sana wala akong na-miss.
But then you give over the blue yo. So no, you don't ban Joy here. But my thing is now that
Tama.
we've got this
Diba?
dynamic between jungle,
Saan galing yan?
if they leave it
25
all
years old. Sige,
FNOP,
G.
do you think they would first pick Joy with Fredrin gone?
I think it would be a good read. Honestly,
Wala tayo, PG-13 tayo. Reaction mo pagbulat ng Cloud9 Sene na natural. Okay lang, understandable. Wala namang, not a surprise actually. Lalo na hindi sustainable eh. Yun talaga.
Bruno.
Bruno?
You don't blue yo.
Do you Hilda?
You maybe Hilda.
'Cause you can
Let
run-
the other team.
Ako Hilda or Bruno
Because you
ang
end up with one or
FNOP.
the other, but you run the risk of Joy Bruno for Falcon.
Looks like they're wondering the same thing right now.
Ooh,
They're
Fnatic
taking
on it, taking the
Hilda or
time.
Bruno.
Hey,
Bruno ako
something
dito.
else is still walking on
Sa
the
FNOP,
table.
sobrang
May not
lakas
come
naman talaga ni
first,
Kaelra.
but it's been very
Kaysa
impactful.
mapunta
Look,
sa mga
Farza
Moskov.
is still on the board, and it is won on every single side it's been on in the
True.
series.
So they go for the Cho. They
I like
leave
it.
in FCON's. If I'm FCON right now, I think I go for the Joy.
Joy Bruno?
I think Joy Bruno would be solid. It's very strong up
Pag
front.
naka-Cho,
Joy
walang
Bruno's
Fred
solid,
rin.
honestly.
So Joy ka na agad, automatic. Ayun, Joy Bruno.
Right. So
OP.
Farsa here, would you right now put it into this phase? Because I wouldn't agree Farsa first 1 or 2, you know what I mean?
Eh,
But I
nagtigril.
would first phase.
Tigril sabay Suyo.
I
Joke
think it
lang,
would
pangit
be,
Suyo.
'cause if not,
Sa
then
Joy.
the Falcons is going to pick it up, right? You're kind of forced into a situation.
Isn't that damage overload though? Isn't that a little too much soft?
I think at this point, FCON needs some sort of front line before they're all cut off.
before you commit to
Yeah.
that kind of
Tigril.
artillery, right?
Do they pick up the Hilda here on FNOP?
Then, siguro Farsa.
Maybe just go for the Alpha.
Kunin mo na
It's either
Farsa.
the Khalid first.
Ano yun? Suyo, okay.
No,
Suyo
oh,
Granger.
We haven't seen the Granger. Granger's been getting banned.
It has.
Now that it's through, it's the clear answer to the Bruno.
Ganda. Pero magpa-Farsa ako dito pag
It's
Falcon.
been catching
Kunin mo
up,
na yung
by
Farsa.
the way. The stats are so close. The stats are neck and neck.
Farsahan mo na yan.
Bruno and Granger here.
Granger na ako nga, no?
Really helps support
OP
Suyo
mag-Granger
and
to
some of the things he's
Malala.
had. Like, it just adds a bit more damage where he needs it. The
Farsa
Granger's
na.
a little harder to catch,
Hilda.
I think, than the Bruno.
Good sa Suyo,
There
good
goes your
sa...
Hilda pick, though.
actually, ang ganda
Overall,
ng draft
both
dito ng
drafts
FCON.
very solid.
Legit.
We finally see both
Good
coaches,
3
I feel
picks.
like, are on an even playing field going
Tingin ko
head-to-head.
60-40 ako
Flex
dito sa
picks
first 3
available
picks.
right now,
60
right?
sa
I mean, you have the
FCON,
Hilda,
40
side
sa
Falcon.
FNOP.
Could be the Rome, could be the XP.
Ganda ng
Same
ano.
with the Cho as well. So right now, I think it's
Ganda
going
na
tit for
Hilda.
tat. They're trying to figure out who has the edge against the other. I mean, right now, Romes are still available to be grabbed. on
Anak
both
ba ni
sides.
Redford
Third
White
stats
yung...
on, the Bruno Granger matchup, 7-6.
Ba't nyo kilala yan?
One game
Naabutan
lead
niyo
for
yan?
Thanks, Manny.
I love that. I mean, because in the beginning it was all
Kilala
Bruno.
si Redford
Now
White.
we're getting
Di ko nga
knockouts, we're
ka-age
seeing
yun
the
eh.
gold laner shine, and we're actually seeing that it's a
Si
legitimate
Benny
counterplay.
sa ano,
Put it into
Benny.
the hands of the likes of the
Oh, si Hate yan,
gold
babae
standard,
version.
The untouchable Aaron Shiki. It's definitely possible.
Nakatok ako, parang kailangan ko ng ano, ice coffee.
Nope, wait, did he
Tapos
just
wala
get banned?
ice.
Okay. He's banned. I was about to say it.
Sino mas malabo mata sa'yo ako? Malabo, sobrang
Would've
labo
been a
ng mata ko,
chance, but a good
600
read
plus.
From Fnatic Onic. I mean, especially with that show, with not as much
Oh.
group CC, the TIG would have been excellent here, and I think that's a good read to be able to take that off the board. Now, yet to see the mages picked up. What are we thinking?
Farsa's still out there.
Huh?
Eve is still out there. Vixana, oh, Eve is not. Vixana's still out there, so is that the possible
Si
trade?
Mio na lang, baka di rin tayo piliin eh. De
Yes,
joke lang.
my eyes are on this Matilda still.
She's out.
Oh, yeah, she's banned. Man, it's been a long.
Is
Umanda
there room
bigla
for,
si Marky.
Aurora? Because I was expecting the Louis
Si
to
Hate
take
yan,
down here
guys.
too.
What about
Aurora on FNOP side? Or on,
Ganda nung
FNOP
unang
side?
tatlong,
Either
ganda
way.
nito. Kita niyo ba yung
I
cursor
think it
ko?
works better on
Ayun,
FNOP
kita.
side to deal with
Ganda
the
nito.
fighter jungle and the Cho and everything. Joy's a little harder to hit with an Aurora.
you know
Hmm.
who I'd like to see? I don't. It might not happen, but the Ruby
Kailangan ng...
for Fnatic Onic.
Ruby Rose.
Yung Farsa ata ko kunin na ng
It works
FCON.
good with FCON too, honestly. You deal
Ano
with
yun?
you deal with the Cho and you deal with the Suyo.
Yeah, was brought out yesterday by RQ Roshi into the hands of Edok.
Against the Cho,
Nyo
against
chow.
those types of picks.
Hard
so.
stoppers, yeah.
Si Hito.
Even the Joy
Okay pa rin
thing
yung
was
Yuzong
about
sarap.
that. She get yeeted in.
Lalo na yung mga
Ever needed it?
matitindi.
Queasy?
I can't say that. I
Pinsan
have.
ko to guys,
It
pinsan.
sucks. No fun.
No good, no bueno.
Farsa, Farsa.
There's
I-pick
a
mo na,
Khalid
FCON.
banned out, respecting,
Sure win.
Kid X's potential.
Ah, gatot.
There's the Kid X
Dinin na yung
pick,
gatot.
He was running out of choices, folks.
Yeah,
But luckily, all of Falcon's
May
players
mati
all
pa
have
ba?
played
Wala.
at least 5 heroes throughout the run in M6. So
Tigril
they got
ata.
detoxed.
Kaso sila yung nagban ng Tigril.
The ball in Fnatic
Ng
Onyx
gatot.
court
Ah,
to
Hylos.
decide, is this gonna be
Wala
a Cho
rin.
in the XP
Huh.
lane, or will this be a Cho
Anong
Rome?
XP?
I think they could Barza here again, honestly. It's the one. It's like I like the Vex, I like the Aurora, but the problem is you have
Franco
little
Farsa,
escape
mga
from
ganun.
this Hilda
Meron pa
and from
naman
this
Japan.
Joy.
Yeah.
But at least
Pinsan
with the
pala
Farsa,
kita.
you have your wings by wings. You have
Franco
Purify, you can
Farsa.
purify.
You can flicker.
You have a lot of maneuverability at least.
Step C.
I'm with you.
Iba yun ah.
Also, we do not know
Step Cs.
exactly what Brusco's playing. So finally, we're gonna get a reveal. here.
Valin.
Which one?
Finally, napick na rin
A
Valin.
rocket pick? Is this a Nakai?
No!
Ah, sabi na eh. Okay eh.
Still up in the air though. We've we've seen
Pwede.
a good chunk of XP Akai in the past quarter of MLBB Sports.
Every nasa Q, wala, hindi ako nagigigay sa nag-reset ala, jump lang ako nun Pag trip lang. So, walang regular skate. Pero so far ngayon, once a month meron every time na mag-QC. Invite ko next time pag nasabihan tayo. Kasi hindi saling ket-ket lang ako dun
There's a way to get back to the Farza with the Cho, with
And
the
to
Akai.
steal it.
And to
Ganda
steal
nung
the
Akai,
Valentino
Hindi ko
with the
na
Iron
alala
Tail.
yung pick
That's a
na
really
yun.
good read from Fnatic to lock in
Farsa,
Valentina
good sa
last
Falcon
minute.
kaso
Now
biglang may
all eyes
Akai at may
on
Cho.
Falcon
So
Esports.
baka
Keep
di
in
na
mind,
nila isipin.
if they
Angela
pull
na
off
lang
this
kaya.
game, they will tie up this series.
Nag-Angela
They
nga.
battle to earn top 4 and have a seat in Oxiana.
And that means we
Angela.
go all the way. This
Ano yun?
rivalry will
Eve.
not
Ay, Aurora.
go down so quickly.
Malamig.
The closer
Malamig
for
dyan sa
Falcon.
ano.
There it is, Coach T, the Aurora.
Kuha lang ano.
I like it. I mean, I
Wala
think
akong
it's
inumin.
solid.
Sakit
I
ng
think it
ulo
helps
ko.
answer something. The real spice here, though, is that Akai. How is it going to work out?
Back-to-back, game-to-game, FNOP bring out a spicy pick. Let's throw those our casters to call this match.
Game number 4 ahead of us here at Falcon Esports after getting the last one. Can they do it again to bring it down to one game? What is up, guys? Again, I'm Nice2, and this is Ingan. Ingan, some interesting picks here. We saw the Yuzong earlier last game, but now also the Akai comes to play.
Yeah, Akai onto the hands of Kirk, so it's gonna be interesting how he's gonna fare up against Royal Milk's Hilda. But in terms of clear speed, I mean, paired up with a concussive blast, then you get the Molten Essence. It's gonna be okay, and then you're gonna have a huge advantage when it comes to those AOE control.
AOE control or not, again, up for Falcon Esports to gain the flight in the series, jumping into the land of Dawn. Will it be Falcon Esports taking it to a Game 5, taking it all the way against the Super Fam FNOP? Or will this be the end of the series? FNOP looking to close it out. Still at
So, sakit ng ulo ko
Dax and King Kong again in the jungle. And yeah, it's Brusco on
Ayun.
the Akai.
Ano yan,
In
ano
that
yan, ano yan.
robe, Kirk went into the Cho.
Bigyan nyo pa ng meaning
So now we get to see this kind of
D-Cat
difference.
boys.
I think, you know, Falcon
Top.
Esports, man, they have a
Ano
lot of
ang...
great things to do with this. Even looking at the
Okay, ito.
quite a bit already. Royal
Wait
Milk
lang,
takes damage,
may
only two.
clash.
Popping very vitalized, but King Kong might actually be able to take him down. He goes for the
Patay,
strike,
buhay,
goes
buhay,
for
buhay.
the
Ay, hindi.
King Kong gets
May
it.
dash pa si King Kong.
Kill onto Fnatic.
O guys
First
i-rank
blood
nyo.
from
Ano yung
King
best
Kong,
na ano?
helping build in that
Ano yun?
momentum. Surprised, you know, that
Ako
even
ba?
with the revitalize, Royal Milk
Ako?
was able to kind of withstand
Talaga?
that. And that's what I was going to say, you know, the heroes that
Halata
they have,
daw.
mind you, they have
Ano,
double-
ito top 1 ko
double
Sa
revitalize
Pinoy
sustainability
Snacks, top 1 ko to.
composition here to
Ayan.
help them out.
Top
Polo
1.
too, I mean, we saw his
Uy.
phenomenal performance
Oy, mga
on
bastos
this
kayo.
stage alone just yesterday. So,
Ganyan pala dito. Titigil ko na to.
gold lane matchup, and I have to agree with what Trex
Bastusan kayo
at this point in the
Hindi
knockout,
porke
you're really
ginagawa
seeing
nyo.
these gold laners
Ginagawa ko na.
come into play in these, you know, longer series now where they
Nova.
are at that crucial part where
Ay, sorry.
yeah,
Pause ads
sometimes they're
natin.
left to their own devices in the lane, but then they end up going 1v1
Sweet corn pwede.
themselves.
Oy, Clover maganda
But
rin.
later
Pero ako,
on, these
VCAT
picks-
number
these
1.
picks specifically, obviously, can turn the
Roller
tide
coaster
to
daw
win
kay
fights.
Madam.
So now, Turtles up.
Alam na namin yan.
Positioning gonna be
Sobrang
crucial.
bilis naman nun.
You see it too. You have Super Friends taking some shots here. Pick 7 though. Oh, whoa.
Piatos Nacho Pizza. Uy, patay si King Kongs. Kaya ang ganda talaga ng first 3 picks ng Falcon. Patay si Kid X. Kaso, solve na. Nova ang number 1. Mr. Chips pwede.
The electrifying beat's gonna be too much.
Tommy, o nga, no?
Will secure the objective. Good response again.
Sponsor
from
di tayo.
Falcon
Wala
Esports.
tayong sponsor.
Able to pick up King Kong, you know, it's surprisingly, we didn't get to see it all happen, but PX7 was
Ako,
there.
VCAT number
The
1.
Flicker was gone too, so great usage again with this Aurora pick.
Ayoko na
Settle back into
mag
the lanes here at
mag-inom.
this point. But that's the thing, you know, this Hilda XP has been a nuisance.
Ang dami
for a lot of
pinainom
teams
sa
going
ano,
against it.
sa
Benny gonna go ahead and block a
Christmas
lot of
party kasi yung
shots.
Tanya.
Calro gonna be fine, just
Ang
trying to
daming-
delay what he
daming
can. He is
drinks.
a little bit behind Benny though.
Piatos na
for now.
green. Ano ba yung sour cream yun, di ba? Oo.
The play for Falcon Esports is to really just be aggressive in the mid lane, especially for Royal Milk.
S tier ang Piatos. Piatos na green tsaka Vigat, S tier para sa akin.
To try and outplay Fnatic Onic Philippines. So far, Royal Milk has been doing that. A solo kill onto King Kong, and the best part is Fnatic Onic Philippines
Corn
are not
chips.
as aggressive compared to what we've seen in game number 1, game number 2, wherein they're trying to
Kangkong
control the
Gems.
pace
Ay, masarap
against
Kangkong
their
Gems.
opponents.
Pero hindi ko na-trip yung ibang mga weird na flavor. Mga chocolate. Ay, mahal yun eh. Pang Pinoy ano lang, Irvins daw. Iba talaga mga rich kid. Guys, mga lumaki sa village, Irvins.
So King Kong just kind of shooting off from
Arba.
far range.
Wala, ito lang jersey ko eh. Ako nga lang mahal pala eh.
I'm wondering how the Sakai roam is going to work here for Brusco. Especially when he's trying to utilize the lockdown with a heavy spin.
Sana totoo yung Falcons SRG. Kay RSG. Angas nun.
Kirk though goes with the kick. Might just
Wala,
disengage.
na-force yung
Doesn't
kick.
the ultimate
Sayang.
on Kirk gonna be in
Dead si Kirk.
trouble as Royal
Ganda nung
Milk
heal the
goes for
pick.
kill.
Ang hirap sagutin.
Sacrifice for Kirk to save King Kong from harm's way. Again, that was still a good initiation from
Thunderbolt.
Esports, but could be bad or worse for Fnatic Onic Philippines if King Kong got
Galing
picked
talaga ni
off
Kel
once
Rampotek.
again. Now,
Nakakabisit.
giving a lot of space for Benny onto the top lane. Now they want to go for the counter engage onto
Buhay.
Royal Milk, forcing his revitalize.
This is why they have to buy time. Brusco
Flicker.
gets the revitalize out. They still have one more.
Tatus na
Now the
tigpipiso.
turtle's up.
I agree.
Falcon Esports will go ahead and get in position. Kid X holding down the front side. Kirk.
Taos, ewan ko nga kung
Shots at
totoo
King
yun.
Kong,
Taos
trying to
yun.
get a range here, but he's gonna be zoned
Ako
out
Tatos
quite
ako
a bit
dun.
from Falcon.
Royal Milk and Kirk and
Ever
Jinx
since.
trying
Oh,
to
Brusco.
sort out. Here comes
Sinargo.
Brusco, heavy spin.
Sino mga ka-retry?
Caught Dax off guard there,
Dax pa rin.
but still Dax gets the turtle. Here comes the counter engage once again from Falcon Esports, gonna bring down 3 more.
Oh!
KDX goes in
Yun.
with the AOG, and
Mahal
takes
kasi
down
nung mga
Royal
lace
Milk
ng mga
with
air
the
veins,
Fnatic
guys.
Onic.
Hindi yun, ano yun, pass tayo dun. Bigat tayo, bigat.
On this Aurora.
Gabal.
Great usage with the
Peak
frigid
supremacy.
glacier, and look at that, they're
Ang
gonna
talino
get
nung ano yun,
0-1
no?
as well. Talk about momentum for Falcon Esports.
Falcon Esports 3.3
Nakakaano eh.
Their lineup actually is good for those
Ang
counter
genius na
engages,
ginawa nung ano,
but looking at the
nung Jack and
instant
Jill,
they're the
pinagsama-sama yung mga ano
aggressors.
nila,
Could pin
sa
down
isa,
on
sa
the
pick
flank.
ah.
They set
Kaya
their
solid.
They set their eyes on the proper targets, which are the damage dealers.
Richie, masarap yung Richie.
Turtle, he got it at the same
Ano?
time.
Oy,
They had the kit to go for more
babastos
and
nyo.
overstay his Kid X.
Ganyan pala
Saved his
dito.
AOG for the perfect moment where Fnatic Onic was trying to escape.
And see, that's what I was saying about the
Snowbear
lineup
plus
that
Del
Falcon
Monte.
has. They have so many options
R7 ah.
to zone out with a front line, but even their back line protection is actually
Mga
gonna be
alam
pretty
mo.
good. Just because you also throw in
Ang ganda
Aurora
ng
to
draft
the
ng
mix.
Falcon, guys.
So now they're
Legit.
gonna be focusing a couple shots on Royal Milk, but he's tanky enough to
Ah,
just deal
favorite
with
ko
it.
niyan. Piso-piso.
This is a huge lead already early on. 4,000 gold for Falcon Esports.
Mang,
So now
wala
they
pang
have
cracklings.
in a position that they
Oo.
don't find themselves
Vinegar
in
posit pa yung mga
often. They
favorite.
don't usually have this kind of gap to work against.
O Hale, yung ba yung may
So the
ano,
adjustments
may
on how they approach the next portion of this
may
game is
ano,
gonna be
tawag
crucial
dun?
for them. I mean, even for Kelra,
deep.
it's a
Yung ba yung
little
may
bit
deep?
harder for him to actually move around, even when the flicker is gone.
Ah,
Because of
kasi,
how much threat there is from Falcon
kaga sa
Esports,
amin
whether
kasi
that's
yun.
Hilda, whether that's
Hindi, ano
Michelle,
sila, mga MPL fans sila
from
actually.
Guardian with Kid X,
Lalo na si
or
Iwa
even just
Motors,
getting
nanonood talaga
frozen
ng MPL.
down from PX7.
Tapos yung mga
And as they picked up those big
asawa,
kills,
mga
these
anak
are
nila,
big item
family,
power spikes already
na,
for Falcon Esports.
ano sila, na immerse sila sa ML noong pandemic. Ngayon, kakadaan ko nung mga gig nila. Nakilala nila unti-unti. Ayun, tapos yun nga, kilala pala ako ni Iwa Motors. So ever since nun, ayun, doon na unti-unti nagkakilala. Tapos nakabanding ko talaga sila nung nagpaturo nga ako dun sa ano. Naging guitar lesson teacher ko. Si Isabel Ole.
Royal Milk forcing Kid X also to use their revitalize. Kelra, that's Sonata connecting. That is not going to be enough. PX7 used the frigid glacier to try and walk away. Now Fnatic Onic Philippines slowly finding the favorable trades.
They'll find one pick off, but they still have so much ground to cover here.
Ah, maganda. Yung Hilda, ang hirap.
As Falcon Esports
Ha?
willing to go ahead, you know, if they lose Royal Milk, it's not that big a deal if it's Kid X as well and PX7, you know, quite sustainable.
May kwento ko na matindi. Yung tatay ko kasi dati sa sa URC nagtatrabaho yung tatay ko. So una siya na-assign sa Jack and Jill, which is yung mga chichirya. Nakapunta ako doon sa factory nila. Batang-bata pa ako nun. Pero nalala ko yung memory. Pinatikim sa akin ng
being
daddy ko
thrown at
yung
them.
freshly
So,
made na
the fact
piatos.
tier
Ang
one
sarap.
player in the mid lane is already gone for FNOP at this point in the game.
Galing
It
pa,
puts them in a
hindi pa niya,
situation where
hindi
they're
pa
kinda just
napapak.
kind of clumped together and they can't overextend. And Benny picking up the Malefic gun. There's the lockdown on Royal Milk. He's gonna just take
Grabe,
so
oh.
many
Boy pa rin.
hits and will get shot down.
Dax trying to
Si
go for
pa kay
the answer.
Dax.
Here comes the electrifying beast,
Aga.
gonna take down Super Prince. And that's a good better trade for Falcon Esports as Benny works on the top lane turret. And we were
Ang hirap
asking
nito.
this
Siguro isang
question
malapit na
even,
ipit
during the
kay
start of the
Brusco sa
broadcast,
late game.
How do you tame the beast? How do you tame
Benny,
King Kong?
grabe.
It's
Nagano na
easy.
lang, oh.
Take down the
Invade.
mid lane turret, exposes jungle, and
Hamilaw,
take away
hamilaw.
the buffs of Suyo.
That seems to be the answer right now. As Falcon Esports takes the tier
Halino.
2 in the mid lane already.
Bawal ba singitan
Setting
tanya?
himself up for a easy take on the Lord unless
Haro na ng
despite
scandal
being
ban,
down
di ko alala
6,000
yan.
gold, actually wanna
Sa pwede
contest
mabili
this,
makakuha ng pin ng
knowing
Geek
them
Fam.
that they might get in position for it.
Pin?
They're gonna go
Ng
ahead and
Geek Fam?
grab what they can, but you answered it here, Ingan.
Sorry, di ko alam may pin ba kang Geek Fam?
By just taking parts of the jungle.
Hindi ko alam
Looks
yun.
like right now, they're gonna go for even more here. King Kong still on the top side. Kirk can't find an angle.
Game 5 para sa
Super
views,
Prince
let's go.
gonna dodge the
Ito
Guardian.
masasabi ko na sa draft yung kinatalo ng Onyx.
Fnatic Onyx Philippines to back away as they work on also on the bottom lane turret as they get the Lord. No trade whatsoever for Fnatic Onyx Philippines. They do, however, get the top lane turret. And just look at the damage coming in from Benny. He already has the Malefic gun, so in terms of range, you can expect Benny to just go crazy.
Ba't hindi ba benin-benintan niya?
Looks like Falcon Esports wants to do in game 4 what happened to them in game 1. Massively
Wala
right
nakatampak
now,
yung Ben sa
very
tanya.
one-sided, and Lord getting ready to march down the mid lane as Fnatic Onyx Philippines gets ready for a defense again.
Reverse
What kind
sweep ba
of
to?
tools do they
Tingnan
have
natin.
here? Super Prince.
Sumalang ako,
He's been
guys, kahapon
holding on to the
sumalang po ako
Guardian
dun.
the most of the
Isang
time,
song.
so we'll see what ultimates he
Kaya
takes
nga eh.
for this one. He holds
Pinsan,
up the front
pinsan
side,
po.
Kid X to stay up front. Lord gonna make its way. They still have the shields. They're gonna force a fight here. Shield's gonna pop. Dax now, is he gonna jump into the base?
Hirap.
They deal
Hirap,
with the
Onyx.
Lord, it's gone. But you can see it, Benny online.
Kaya ba-
Just a couple
Ano yun?
shots will bring them down to half health even.
Uy,
Oh,
Uy,
good
uy,
push.
grabe!
Shuts down
Paano
Benny.
nangyari yun?
There was a close call for Fnatic Onyx Philippines because Super Prince almost got bursted.
Sorry wait, replay ko. Ang tindi naman ni Kaylor doon.
Just a couple shots will bring them down to
Uy, no,
half health even.
grabe, dalawang ulti sabay. Oh my God, Kaylor man. Ang galing ni Uy, ala. Ang galing ni Kaylor kasi minsan yung normal attack, di ba skill type nga si Granger. Pero siya alam niya gamitin yung normal attack eh. Ano yung magagawa kanya? Si Kaide.
As Falcon Esports still holds on to a comfortable lead, and I mean Dax,
Kay-
there's been no
Kaide
answer from
Pinas.
Dax. Dax has just been freely taking the jungle. Looks like they want to go for the mid lane though.
Tatlong
Okay,
sunateng kinain ng
Oh,
Aurora.
gonna miss, and they're gonna try and take down Kirk. Electrifying beat, but Brusco
Ah,
goes
nice try,
back
Bruno.
with a heavy
Brusco.
spin. Gonna catch
Nice
up
try.
onto Royal Milk.
Still going. They're gonna
Good
disengage. Super
gets ko yung
Prince
idea niya, ba't yun
holding on to
yung
the Avatar of the Guardian
ang
still.
gulong ko niya.
King Kong gonna work on the purple buff and Kid X and the
Ah,
rest.
patay si Milk.
The shots
Ang
from
sakit
King
na ni
Kong. The Queller
Kong.
finds the mark.
Even with the revitalize, they're able to answer right back. And Falcon Esports heads up later.
Pinsan
gonna
pero
try and take away the orange buff of King
nakakapit.
Kong. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Dax trying to zone out King Kong.
Si ano?
Falcon Esports still clinging and
Si-
clinging and
ano
holding
pangalan?
on to a 6.2k gold.
Si Bangkay.
Royal Milk's gonna be that guy. You know, he's probably gonna die the most obviously through this.
Bangkay ng kahirapan.
Because he's that front line. He gives so much information to Falcon Esports in some of these skirmishes and some of
Grabe.
these fights. Little by little, Fnatic Onyx will try to crawl
Halberd.
back into this game, but they have so much
Double
they still have to
Halberd,
do.
glowing,
Even looking
okay,
at the items,
anti-heal.
you can see the
Check.
gaps between the lanes here.
Natural
And
yan,
yes,
guys.
at some point, Kelro might get the itemization he needs, but he doesn't have it just
Kinakapos
yet.
tayo
Still
ng
working
box
on
sa
the
ibang
BOD.
parte ng katawan, pero dito
Down
hindi.
a little bit against Benny.
Nawala yun
As they
dito,
get in
no?
position now for this Lord
Napunta
take.
dito eh.
Crucial in
Salam eh.
positioning. If there's any time for Kirk also to find
Genetics.
the kick, this is going to be the one positioning there. Royal Milk scouting things out, be able to find one, and now they have to reset. Again, the great thing that FNOP was able to hold on to the base turrets
Oo, dati.
off that
BRX.
massive push in from Falcon Esports.
Kaya pala
But the
dapat.
Lord's gonna start
Oo
up,
nga, hindi namin
and the front
napag-Valorant
line is
eh.
gonna be set
Next
up. They
time.
might just have to give the Lord away as Falcon Esports will get the Lord. and get ready to march towards the base again.
Game defense. Defense tayo. Onyx. Defense. Defense.
Now they have the advantage.
Tense ang botek.
Get down inhibitor turrets for their side as they once again take away
Tense na walang
the
tutok.
buffs of
Ano yan?
Fnatic Philippines. Looking at the itemization, no defensive items for Killer. He does, however,
Hindi siya nag-ML eh.
for added sustain, but the
Panicolas
problem is
Cage.
if he gets picked off or get knocked
High
up,
peak.
it's an easy kill for Falcon Esports.
This is crucial too. Genius One.
Wala akong alam sa ganyan. Pero yung Omega 3. Pero hindi kasi may Omega 3 yung Salmon. At Omega 3 helps in hair growth. Natural. And in general, maganda sa atin ang Omega 3.
All waves pushing in perfectly from Falcon Esports as they get ready
Viva Mapua.
to take down the base turrets
Chapin Mapua eh.
of FNOP. Mid already down.
Tense ng Shopee.
Electrifying beats
Tense ng
popped.
Tebo tayo eh.
All together, Kidex taking up some damage. Lord's gonna be worked on. Now they make their way towards the last turret of the base, but right now FNOP still in it.
Oh, Falcon Esports, they still have enhanced minions into the middle lane, and on the top, will they go for the engage? They have a 9k gold lead
Pero
here.
good question.
They still have a lot of utilities. Again, AOG and also the Frigid Glacier. They popped the
Baka mabiting ka sa 40. Pero 40, saktong-sakto rin. Up. Ay, 40, pwede. Di ka na, yun yung tipong di ka mangungutang. At may saya ka pa naman sa buhay. Hindi ka naman nabubuhay lang para magbayad ng bills. Makakalabas ka naman ng konti doon. Hindi ka naman pecha de peligro palagi.
All base turrets, no casualties, extending their lead once again, trying to
Ban
take away
Hilda,
all the buffs
Hilda
the Fnatic
tayo.
Onyx Philippines can have.
Sino ba talaga may
However,
kasalanan si Mauricio si
Is
Anthony?
gonna be able to take this purple buff and looking at the items.
Oh, sige
the
na,
decision
syempre
of
si
Killer
Anthony
to
may
not go for
kasalanan
any
dyan. Oo
defensive
na,
once again.
tatangkay na naming mga lalaki.
It's pretty evident that they have trouble trying to go for Keller, but is the damage going to be enough? But we've seen
Kami
it
na,
connected
kami na.
2 times. It's quite painful for Falcon Esports, but again, they have double revitalized, they have frontliners, beefy ones. They
Oh,
can
2 weeks
outsustain
lang yan.
damage coming in from the gold standard.
1 week may shape na. 2 weeks masyado na makapal, kailangan i-trim.
Even getting out of that jungle, and again, Kelra, he only has that flicker.
Ay, you mean ilang taon ako nun?
Working, there's the rose gold meteor, so he's
Ano
got
kasi,
that.
lagi ko inahit, so di ko alam. Tapos nung tinamad na ako, nung sobrang busy ko na nakatamad na mag-ahit, na lumabas. Dati nung 2017, naka-goatee na ako nun eh.
So it's just a
Na ganito lang, ito lang.
seconds away from that Lord. We'll see
Pero
if
mabilis lang,
Falcon
mga 2
Esports
weeks
just
lang.
gets another one, but a couple shots here, maintaining these waves, pushing in. Falcon will make their way for the
Nagmamatter pa din
objective.
ba gold lead?
It might be
Yes.
better here, Ingon, if-
Nawawalan
I don't know if FNOP
nawawalan siya
doesn't
ng
fight
effect
this play.
usually mga.
They have
Ang
the
tunay
option
na
to go
wala
to
ng
position.
effect
It
yung
looks
gold
like
lead,
they'll do just
23
that.
minutes. Pero around
He was super
18,
Fred still holding on to his own
hindi na masyado
AOG.
nagmamatter yung gold
But
lead.
he
Mas
does
importante
get
na
to
para
skip
sa
the
akin
wind of
yung
nature, so has that
tore.
extra
Kung ilan yung
defensive
tore niya sa mapa.
capabilities
Which
alongside
means
the
map control
Purify.
niya yun.
They'll start the Lord up here now. At
Lalo
this
na wala
point
nang
in the game,
inhib
16
ng
minutes
16.
in,
Yan,
the
super
Lord
lugi na yun.
gonna take a little bit longer to go ahead and burst down, even with this kind of itemization. But
Pero
Royal
ngayon,
Milk will
16
still
minutes, may
provide a
nagmamatter
division.
pa yung
Hit
8k lead.
7 and
Makati
Kidex
sila,
as
ibig
well.
sabihin.
Trying to force
Masakit.
back FNOP. Looks like they want to fight. Kidex and T-Karas picked up. They don't want to commit just yet. It does go for a reset.
Win condition,
They're still
maiipit
holding it
si.
together. They might give the
si ano,
go. Kelra's
si Joy.
positioning still has the flicker. They take their time.
Good ipit
in
lang,
the
okay na
approach,
to.
but right now, they're gonna whittle down
Royal Milk.
Okay, that's enough.
Grabe si
Unfortunately,
Keller.
Royal Milk's revitalized.
Reset, reset please. Nice reset.
Reset onto this Lord.
Reset ba?
One
Hindi
down
full.
right now, but they're still gonna be going.
Grabe
Another
si
revitalize
Kid.
coming in from Kid X. They're zoning out the members
Wala
of
na,
Fnatic Onyx
tapos.
Philippines. Falcon Esports gets the Lord. Here comes the AOG. They want to go for more.
Dax,
Down
Dax,
to the
patay si Dax.
Working on
Yun
Kirk,
lang.
and he's gonna take him down.
Maipit pa si
Benny on the
Brusco.
other hand goes
Keller
on to
na pa
Keiko.
flicker.
Keller
Ipitin
might
mo,
be going
Brusco.
off guard here. Will be able
Grabe,
to stay
trigger
alive.
discipline.
Yes,
Baka
he
too
will.
much trigger
P7
discipline to.
flickers down, manages to stay alive, and Falcon
Def tayo,
Esports
def.
once again outplaying Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
And that's just showing again how much of a lead they have in the fight where they can take a couple shots. It was smart. I mean, they got Royal Milks revitalized out, but then they were forced in that fight.
Yung nangyari doon kanina, good idea from Fnatic. Lumalabas doon talaga yung pagkalugi nila sa gold.
For this defense. So even more so is that positioning going to be crucial. They're going to have to manage the waves pushing in.
Main benefit ng
Kirk will be up.
lugi ng lamang sa gold eh. Parang ang daling mag-force ng mistake sa kalaban.
Keeping an eye on them here. King
Ano
Kong
yan?
and Super Prince holding on to the avatar of the Guardian.
Taas nun eh.
Lord sieging in onto the middle lane.
Maawa
King Kong
naman
has to
sa
walk
akin.
away.
Hanggang
Bruce
Mr.
Lee
Suave
goes
lang
in.
kaya ko.
Electrifying beat from Dax is there.
Ay, patay si
Benny
Bruce.
gets a
Kundi man lang naka...
free
Ay, nakapag-ulti.
on the crystal. A shutdown
Okay,
onto
game 5 ba?
Falcon.
Game 5?
And Falcon
Game
Esports
5.
evens out the series.
Agree.
We've got a game of 5 in our first best of 5 here. Again, both teams want to get to the top 4, and Falcon Esports found flight. The first team to really give FNOP
And
a run
so,
in the series. and now it all
hindi
comes
nag-increase
down
damage.
to
Pero kasi
one.
ang bilis nung cooldown mo, nung energy mo. So parang ganun na
What
rin.
a series this is.
No easy wins. No
Guys,
easy series.
ako ito.
And
This is the, for me, this is my quick analysis. My very quick analysis, guys. It's the draft.
Before you commit to
We haven't seen the...
Okay, yun, Cho, check, I think. Check. I understand ba't yan mapipili. So, two times check, double check ito. Ito, dito na ako na
which, by the way,
napa-question mark. I think yung Suyo hindi talaga best. So, bigla mabase, tama bang bilan? Kung if-first pick nila yung Cho, dapat din nila binan yung Fredrin. Feeling ko lang kasi yun yung sagot. Kitang-kita na hindi, na lugi si Suyo kay Joy. In fact, FNOP nga mismo, di ba, nag-Joy versus Suyo, tas lamang si Joy. Napakita nila yan. Granger sa Bruno, okay lang. Kaso, yung Hilda, dun nadali, natuhog, tatlo yung natuhog nung Hilda.
Bruno and Granger here.
Mahirapan si Chu, mahirapan si Suyu. Sobrang hirap si Suyu sa Hilda. Tapos yung Granger. So, kaya kung ako, di ba, dalawa yung choice ko ng first pick Bruno or Hilda. Which is, para sa akin, Hilda yung better pick between Bruno and Hilda. Feeling ko lang. At eto, yung trio na to, grabe, ang hirap patayin yan. Wala na akong maisip na sagot Tapos mababan pa ba? Ano pa bang ibang hero ni dito?
The TIG would have been excellent here. Just
Like, ano pa bang hero yung pwedeng pumatay dito, diba? Yun yung question mark for me. Walang pampatay dun sa Hilda. Tapos ninakawan sila ng gatot. Etong first 3 picks, parang check na check. And then, nakopol pa siya nung 4th pick na gatot. Napakahirap na talaga sagutan. So, NT yung Akai.
Be either one right now.
Valen, ito yung weird kasi Valen, okay ako sa Valen versus Joy. Pero sabi nila Marky at nila Hate, hindi na daw kaya ng Valen yung Joy ngayon, unlike before. Tapos, naalala nyo, nung nagre-restream ako ng season 14 na playoffs ng Indonesia, kung nanonood din kayo ng mga time na yun, yung Valen, wala siyang kwenta sa Hilda. As in, walang kwenta. Panis na panis. So parang ito yung mga dahilan kung ba't masasabi ko it was the draft that was the issue. Yung last pick Rora, ayun, ayaw din ni Valen katapat Aurora kasi wala mo siyang makakopya. Ano bang valid na kopya dito? Gatot na lang na ulti tsaka Joy ulti. Pero sabi nga ni Malamarki hindi na daw ganun ka-effective. So I think draft yung nagpatalo sa FNOP nito.
We asked the question with the Yuzong as well. These
Cecilian no? Pwede.
Are they worth it? Now,
well guys, ito lang din, isang malupit na learning ko nung nagko-coach na ako. Ang dali talagang mag-draft pag nakaupo ka. Kunwari nagkakast ako or nandito nag-stream, sobrang dali mag-draft kumpara sa pag nag-draft doon mismo. Sa mismong stage. So, madaming beses talaga makakalimutan mo yun.
I think this does put the
Hindi
stats
naman.
back up in favor of Bruno. Bruno is still favored now at 8-6 if I'm not mistaken.
Ganda ng draft nung
Bruno definitely still holds the lead as long as you have the right draft around him, and that's what Falcon is doing. They seem to be the ones to pull the cards close to the chest in that game and come out on top competitively. And
Oo, kaya ako nag-first pick para yun lang. Ano thoughts mo sa RC din out din Falcon scene? Totoo ba yan? Totoo ba guys? Palig naman yan ah. Wala pa akong, hindi pa umaabot sa akin.
I don't think he thought it because something went wrong there in that draft. And it went heavily into the favor of FCAP. Taking a look at the damage though. Look at Royal Malk. This is the great thing about the Hilda. You still do a decent amount of damage early
Totoo ba yan?
to keep the rest of the team in check.
So gagawin ng Falcon yung parang nangyari sa Aurora.
Onyx lineup. They dealt so much damage. Look at Kelra, look at Prince, look at King Kong. This is as expected. But who won? At the end of the day,
they did more damage than everybody.
It's a double revitalize.
What? Anong thoughts ko doon, Ray Allen? Ang thoughts ko dyan ay hindi malayong mangyari. Now that you say it, di ko pa kasi ngayon ko na ito nabasa, ngayon lang naging aware. Gano'n ba kayo ka-sure na mangyari yan? And if ever, there's a... I see a world na totoo siya. Parang nakikita ko na possible siya. Kasi kung lalo na yung Falcons kasi sobrang daming pera, sabihin na natin, like ridiculous amount of money. Pwede nila, and yung Bren, naabot naman na nila lahat ng kailangan nilang abutin. It will, kung siguro sawa ng mag-compete yung Bren. For a good price, pwede nilang ibenta yung lineup nila. Tapos rebuild. Wow, I think
they would say marksman, malefic gun.
Hindi malabo mangyari.
And what else?
And my thoughts doon is
so that means the meta is
I think it makes sense for the three parties, for Falcons, for Bren, and RSG. I think money-wise, benefits para sa RSG at AP Bren ay nandun. And then Falcons, they don't care, probably don't care about the money.
Slide for Fnatic Onyx going into that first turtle.
So again, I think
that's an all-time
it
high
makes
of
sense.
almost 10,000
yun yung thoughts ko dun.
Falcon at the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, total control, right? I mean, in the beginning of this series,
Oo nga,
Falcon.
Sicilian mid pwede nga, no? Okay, so ano ba mga pwede natin magawin dito? Draft order yung problema eh. Ang hirap solusyonan nung apat na to.
Thanks, man.
Did he just get banned? Okay. As much.
Gatot to, di ba? Ano yung gatot? Napakagandang pick.
Side, is this gonna be a show?
Dinesa ng gatot. Ano to, Akay? Bakit naman mag-chichi? Glue pwede? Si Dilar tagamig sana. Pwede mag-glue dito guys. Pwede mag-glue. However, may last pick na Faramis na ayaw nilang mangyari yun. Kaya hindi napag-glue. Pero yung glue nagme-make sense sa Hilda as well as this Joy. CC pwede, pero kailangan nila ng lockdown. So, I think overall yung Akai na last pick makes sense. I just don't like the Valen. Feeling ko pwede, better off sila nga ng ano eh. I don't know, maybe Kadita, di ba?
Lane, or will this be a
or
show?
Vex.
Mia, Salami bodyguard.
Barza here again.
Si Mia.
And that is the current dilemma for
Ano ibig
Fnatic
sabihin
Onyx
yan?
Philippines. Can they somehow snap back to a more
Nalipat yung pressure sa FNAB.
macro-focused
Oo.
form?
Momentum
Because
na yan
Falcon Sports
para
beat the
sa
start, and now finally they are soaring and momentum is on their side. They're a frontline mage, their MVP mage. We're gonna give it to him. Spoiler alert. Let's go over. It's PX7 on that Aurora. Coach, he picked up the Aurora. Coach, he picked up the Aurora. I like it. I think it was very
Pwede. Actually, tama si Ryu. Pwede nga naman. Sila na yung mag-glue Faramis. Oo nga, actually. Hindi lang ata good combo yung Faramis Suyu.
And even in that final push when they were going into the tower, he drops the Frigid Glacier and saves Benny's life to make sure Benny can get a little bit more damage.
Actually, good suggestion,
They waited
Ryu.
in the draft to pick this up, right? This was
You're right.
their early pickup. This
You're
was
right.
pretty much the last pick for the draft right after that Valentina.
You are
This was
correct.
Red 5 for game 5, yeah.
And to get that MVP, it just showcases PX7's mastery. And right now,
Really.
with the momentum rolling inside of Falcon Esports' favor,
O, bikat muna tayo mga tol.
game away
from dropping.
Echo M4 lineup or Ornic M6. May bias ako sa Echo M4 lineup dahil kay Carl. Pero
Let that sink in.
Can they do it?
Can they do it?
Momentum is on their side. Unless Fnatic
Mahirap pa. Mahirap pa. Parang Onyx yata.
pull something out, then yeah.
Parang Onyx.
There's a phrase we haven't used, I think, at all this M6 that I think goes very hand in hand with Falcon and Days
Ang
of
saya
Past
kasi
is
mag-root for Kelra kasi
downloading.
Oh.
hindi siya perfect eh. Parang, di ba nung bata siya, si Raulo siya. Pero nagbago siya eh. Gusto ko yung mga ganun tao eh. Parang, ano, hindi perfect.
You know,
Character development, kumbaga.
Are they at 100%? I think they are right now because this time, because the first two games, Fnatic Onyx Philippines was in
Parang
the
pinapakita sa atin
driver's
na
seat,
ano.
man. They had the wheel of the draft.
Di porke
and
nagsimula
now
ka ng
Falcon Esports seems to have
pangit,
the wheel
eh
of the
pangit ka na
draft.
forever.
They got Fnatic Onyx Philippines guessing.
And if anything, watching the game now, watching PX7's highlights on that Aurora and Falcon Esports' performance so far in games 3 and 4, I agree with you. It seems like it's now a check for Fnatic Onyx Philippines if they have more files, if they got more blueprints.
Hoy, nag-choke post ba si Delar?
What's in Coach, why not, in Coach Hayes' clear book? Like, what
The
else do
original
they have?
blueprint. You just got to get back, like you said, pull your cards in, get back to the original blueprint.
I mean, they're stacking up teams left and right in M6 so far. I mean, they took down Aurora MLBB
Pinsan.
during the Swiss
Bakit si
stage,
Hito,
and then
bakit
they also
nagsimula
took
pa?
down SRG, and now
Kakakain na
to bring
whiskas.
back this series,
Totoo
which
nga,
is really
sinabi,
just
nag-choke
one
post
match
nga si
away
Delar.
from a
Elra and Falcon
Hoy, Delar, kung talagang ginawa mo yan, usuntokin ka namin dito.
take that off the board now.
Totoo
Yet
nga,
to see
ginawa
the
ba ni
Mages
Delar
picked
yun?
up. What do we and take
Ulo yun ah.
able to turn that game back.
Dax
May, ano, may buisit.
Gun, so now rank
get their eyes on this Lord. That was a good rotation for them to clear out the top.
the draft. They played with the utility for them. A great test.
That's the one. Eagle.
Oo ba?
Brought out
Ah, sa
one down. They
interview?
still have the Lord, but Fnatic
After
Onyx Philippines
interview?
gonna make quick work of that. They have minions.
That is one thing that they haven't done quite yet, is just go back to the basics, to the fundamentals, what worked in game 1 and 2.
Ah, in-interview si Delar.
Stop it with these Yujongs. Stop it with these Akais. But
I was actually going to ask you that. I was going to say, do they stop these X Factor picks? Because I always say it's high risk, high reward. And right now, the reward is not on Fnatic Onyx side. Listen, if you see the crowd behind us, we have the Philippines behind my right shoulder. We have Myanmar behind my left. Myanmar was quiet for half this series, just silent.
Loko-loko to si
in the
Delar, ah.
crowd, but they have not sat down since
Oo,
game
yung ano naman siya eh. Parang sabihin na nating may mali lang siguro yung mga unang parts ng buhay niya, di ba? Yung mga role models niya ng mga time na yun.
What you got?
Pero,
Welcome back to Concert Reporter. Now here with me, Poji, and also we have
Chantel,
Chantel,
oh.
an MPLPH insider, and as well, Falcon Esports super fan.
blooming
And
daw
also,
si Ate
maybe you can
Shants.
Introduce yourself.
Sorry?
Kakatakbo daw. Baka kailangan na talaga tumakbo ng mga tao ngayon.
All around the world.
Hello, Falcon. AI!
Pag puro alak, mga pangit.
AI! Fly high!
Ang galing no, may mga Myanmar fans.
Heavy crowd right now. But
AI! Fly high!
Counterin, ayan, sige, counterin ni Chantel si Delar.
Minglafa as well. Now, kumusta?
Oh, you know Filipino words. Wanna hear some of the shout from the Filipino crowd? Are you guys ready?
Wait, ayan si Delar.
In 3, 2, 1, let's go Fnatic! Onyx! 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 Onyx!
Si Fuego.
But now, may I
Si
know
Coach
who
Ebe, no,
is
nakita
your
mo pa yan?
favorite player for
Nakita mo
Falcon
pa yan?
Esports?
Okay. I love Falcon Esports. All of them is my favorite.
125.50.
My favorite, bro!
Yung lalaki? Saan yun? Sa
Betul bersemangat.
Malaysia. Sa
Very
Malaysia.
enthusiastic. I like your spirit. But now, for Chantel, I want you to
Oh, parang courtside
what's
reporter,
happened
interviewer.
inside Fnatic Onyx
Huh?
right now? Because at first we thought they're gonna win
Oh,
this game
magaling din, magaling din.
3-0, but now it's 2
Ah, si...
over 2.
Saan?
last game. What happened?
Probably because of the
MSC?
masterful draft from
Oo.
Falcon
Host talaga
Esports.
siya.
We didn't really expect it
Fluent siya sa
to
English
be a
tsaka
very
sa
low
Arabic,
game,
kaya
especially
sobrang
for
sulit
that,
ng bayad sa kanya.
And all I can say
Hindi
is
yung
that
sinasabi mo.
Dax is
Ang pwede
playing
coach
really
Sebo,
well.
sobra.
Aside from
Nagsasabu eh.
Benny's
Ay, sorry.
nice matchup against I forgot the name. I'm very nervous about this game, but yeah, against Kelra. So it's all about the laning and again the basics of
Guys,
Falcon
naghanap kami
Esports
ng
was just really
volunteer,
on point,
magpapakagat lang kay
from the
Mio,
previous
magdamag.
game.
Yun lang yung
Craft and
trabaho mo.
execution.
Based on what happening now, what for Fnatic on it, who should they aware of for Falcon Esports? Because Falcon Esports is currently rising at the
Oh,
top.
respeto talaga. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, di ba?
Probably Coach
Dark Horse.
Draft and at the same
F-Con.
time, Benny and Dax. Benny and Dax. Specifically, Benny's Bruno.
Saan ba kayo nakagets?
Right. But now we're gonna have a cheer battle.
MSC 2025, doon pa rin, sa Riyadh pa rin.
Can Onyx
Di ba sinabi nila parang 3 years ba? 2 years? Basta ganun. Basta more than 1.
Should we go here? Can we go here?
Ayan si Renmar,
guys.
nag-iinit na.
Are you here with me? Let's go. Okay.
Yeah, babes. Oh,
In 3, 2, go.
ang
Go,
kulit mo.
Go, Fnatic. Go. Go, Fnatic.
Ang kulit mo, Tilar.
Fnatic. Go, Fnatic. Fnatic. What time is it? What time is it?
Ay. Baka ba yan?
There you go.
Nice one.
Mayaman, daming pera.
Falcon Esports.
Ay, salamat, Mix.
Alright, lead the
Okay, papost na natin. Coach, may living anti-rabies ba yung pagbantay kay Mia? O, sige. Meron. Anti-tetano na rin. Tulala, oh. Alam mo, hindi demonyo eh, no?
It's crazy over here right now. And now, without further ado, let's head back to the panel and let's
Oy,
see
isa ako muna to si Tago sa ball, si Dilar pwede.
Let's go back.
Aray. Ayan na.
Of all the places for a home crowd to feel like a home crowd, it's in Malaysia that the Burmese out-cheer the Filipinos. That's what
Hari ka talaga, Dilar.
That's what going into Game 5 feels like after game trying something new. Looking at the history of Fnatic Onyx Philippines when they're up against the ropes, last time we saw them in this very position was in their grand finals against Aurora. And looking back at the history,
Okay yung okay yung mga bali-balita nyo In fairness sa inyo guys mga chika nila about dun sa Yan ang hindi ko yung hindi ko in-expect. At the same time, hindi na rin siya ganun ka-surprising na mangyayari. Yung sa Falcon RSG thing.
Is this the key?
I think so. I mean, sometimes simplicity
Utol. Pinsan po.
works the best, and that seems to be when Fnatic shines the most, at least against a team like Falcon.
Kuya Kim Jr.
I feel like they're going too out of pocket with their picks, right? They're going for more of a standardized meta. So
Pinsan. Tara.
Number 5 in just a few. These are things that have to be checked off, right? Going back to home court with more of a standardized draft and not high-risk, high-reward picks.
All right, how about we go down to the numbers? What if we compare our mid laners? Because if all else fails, if you don't get to shut down the gold laner, you don't get to shut down the jungler, your core most likely is
ina times na mo pag na-delay.
Okay, so Superfriend's KDA looking ahead, which really, I think, complements his style of just always kind of playing the range so well.
Kiss nga ako, bakit? Pinsan nga eh.
But one thing to point out with PX7,
about sa buyout kay Innocent ng TLPH naman sabi mo, I think, tinry talaga nila. Baka nag-offer talaga sila. Hindi naman masama mag-offer eh. Kaya lang, very likely na yung SRG hindi muna nag-iisip ng ganong moves kasi syempre nasa M6 pa sila. So baka mangyayari niyan, hintayin muna nilang matapos si M6. Pangit din naman kasi na kunwari sasabihin nila si Innocent or yung team nila na parang, oy maglalaro ka sa ibang ano. Makakasira ng laro yan eh.
for engagement.
So baka hindi pa nila inisip. Pero hindi rin malabo na tinanong ng TLPH. Kunwari, yung TLPH, tinanong nila, magkano po ba si Innocent? Ganyan. Baka nag-offer pa rin. At the same time nga lang, hindi naman gagawa ng move yung SRG. Basta-basta. Patay ko nga muna tong keyboard ko. Oh my God! The cut!
Who do you think is taking game 5?
The cut is makulit.
I'm gonna go with Fnatic Onic as well. I think
Oo nga, no? Tapos Burmese din yun, di ba? Oo nga, no, yung M2. Burmese din yun, di ba, guys? Tama ba?
T-Bless. Ready to put some sanction down on somebody.
Okay,
And
binana
right now,
Bruno,
I'm going
first
with the
pick.
underdogs.
First pick priority
With
ng ano, no?
Myanmar,
FNOP.
the Burmese, Falcon Esports. I think they can pull it off. They're in the driver's seat right now.
Okay,
All they
Hilda
gotta do
Cho.
is take
Palitan
the
ng Hilda Cho.
Alright, let's see what
Cho pa rin nata.
the draft
Sa bagay to,
dictates.
walang
It's
Fred
2
and
to
walang
1.
Bruno.
The desk says Fnatic Onic will take it, but Trex believes in Falcon. What's the opening pick?
Oh, I mean,
Hilda or Chu, pero
Bruno is
Chu
gone.
tayo dito.
Which
Bruno's
means
gone.
Cho should be first on the board for
Wala,
Fnatic
lower
Onic.
bracket
right
lang
now,
naman.
it could be flex, right? You don't know if it's going to go into the roam. You don't know if it's going to go into the XP
Oh,
lane.
mahirap yung sobra hirap.
And I feel like it's the safest option so far.
Upper.
But
Joy agad.
it is going to be the Joy. There's no Fredrin, though.
Okay, so counterplay out the door.
That's what I wanted to see. Remember in last game, I was like, they banned the Fred, they could take Joy right up front here, but they took the Suyo.
So walang
and they
Bruno,
allowed
so
the counter.
Granger
So
ka.
now, FCON's in the position where they have to find the counter to
Sana
the
hindi
Joy.
Suyo
What
yung
is it?
FCON.
Joy's been winning games back to back to back in this series. They
Hylos.
pick up the Hylos, they get the Granger, so they have some front line.
Maganda Hylos. Maganda first 2 picks ng FCON. Pero
hasn't slipped through yet.
kaya to, Hilda. Kuha sila
It's
Hilda.
getting spicy right now. The audience
Hilda
going
Chu.
wild, cheering.
How often do you hear cheering in the draft alone?
Hilda Chu.
As if the chess match between
Pobius.
our coaches were as intense. I'll tell you now, I think it's very much called for. Because this draft
Pobius
sets
Cho
up
tayo
the
dito,
game
please.
for him.
Setting
Pobius Cho.
the
Fob,
tone
Chu, Fob,
right
Chu,
now.
Fob, Chu, Fob.
Falcon Esports 1 win away, which was once
Chu, Fob, Chu,
looking
Fob.
like the impossible. has
Oh, Hilda.
worked
Pwede pa rin.
in
Hilda
their
Pob.
favor, but now Fnatic Onic ready to claw
Okay,
back
good yung Eve,
with
guys.
the
Good yung Eve.
in the Hilda.
All right.
Ngayon lang ako kinabahan sa draft, ah.
They have great tempo control.
Haya.
Oh, explain this to me. The Hayabusa pick.
Okay
into
yung
the
Haya.
Hilda.
Kasi, di ba yung Hilda, kasi yung, ay sorry, kasi yung Joy, di ba, parang gusto niya nakadamage siya. Pwede niyang ultihan. Pero, hindi maganda yung Haya sa Hilda.
Right? You're already looking to have a little bit of
Hindi
trouble
maganda
here.
yung Haya sa
The
Hilda.
only
Pero
goal
syempre,
for
kita
FCON
nyo,
at this point is,
sobrang
I don't
instant
care
nung
if you gotta
pag-pick
give
nila
up
nung
minions, I don't care what you
Haya,
gotta do. You need
it
to
means
stay
meron
next to
silang
Hilda
nakaplano.
at all times and protect the president, which right now it is not Ben, it is Hayabusa.
That makes me feel like the Hylos will be...
Huh?
No, it could still be flexed to the roam to the XP lane. But yeah, you are going to have to watch out for this
May
Hilda
pinsan.
invading
Ganun
the
talaga
jungle
mga...
of the Hayabusa. But
Close
with
kasi
the
kami.
Haya, it's a free way to get to that Eve.
That is something that Super Friends has to watch out for. So he has to pick a very
Paano sagot sa
specific
Granger?
battle spell, likely a flicker. He is handy with a flicker. Second ban here for
Pangit
Falcon.
Harit kasi naka-mage na sila. Walang Bea, walang Bruno, walang Granger, Moscow, yata maiipit. Ay, 1-1. May 1-1.
I think the 1-1's very viable.
Oy,
and
wow.
definitely work out here.
Ay, sa mga caster natin yan, ha. Magaling, malapit na. Naisip na yung mga naisip natin, ha. Ha? Oh, no.
Go for the Cho ban instead. Also
Loko.
a decent ban.
Hindi mo mababalik yan.
But yeah, if the 1-1 gets picked up,
Ang kulit ni Miyaw!
looking good, I feel like. It's a,
Nakaka-stress.
At least when it comes to like Lord fights and some of those more late game fights, Hylos is gonna have a little bit of trouble.
Okay, 1-1 tayo dito. Sure na. Lista mo na.
Just maybe.
Tapos para magpaparamis last pick yung FCON. Yan ang na-feel ko. So kukuha sila ngayon ng isa pang...
Both of them can.
They both can.
Walang gatot. Ay, wala bang gatot. Ay, meron. Kuha sila gatot. Gatot Hylos. Pang-protect sa Granger.
It's a pick you could capitalize on, but also a little bit risky.
Could go sideways.
It could go very sideways.
What Falcon is actually looking for is the kind of damage
Vix.
in mid that is the right damage profile burst.
1-1.
Thankfully, they pick up the Vixana. If there was any other pick,
Or
they would
Iritel.
be having a hard time finishing people off with the Granger and the Haya. Good pickup here. Still, we don't know
Sa maganda
who's going
magli.
into actually Roamer.
Ay, hindi lugi pala yung 1-1 na tinitil sa Granger. So, ano to, Brody?
Yeah, both of them can definitely get the job done, but you have to watch out for this Hayabusa. So maybe going in for a little bit more of that survivability.
Pwede na
in their favor, because I'm just worried about the die potential, right? When you see this Hayabusa picked up from FCON, they're going to try to get some early kills, some early initiations. There goes the Aerithel, slotted in.
Okay, so we've seen Kelra play the Aerithel before. It was against the 1-1. You know, it was against those picks, but still,
pa rin.
I'm not completely against this.
I've played this matchup before. I'm pretty confident with the Aerithel. You just have better coverage.
Tatali na natin to.
As the Aerithel, you can actually, you know, have some combat mobility.
And you have decent kite against the Hylos. You have decent kite against a lot of what FCON wants
Nakatakot pa rin yung Gatot, may taunt eh.
If it comes down to it, you can dodge the big ticket ults. The EG, if you're somehow in the thick of it, in the middle of things, and the Hayabusa.
Kailangan kasi ng Fury na ano.
Heavy crossbow into like a party.
Okay tayo dito sa FNOP. So far, yung 5 picks nila maganda. Gatot Arlot, nakikita ko dito. Pwede.
From the final draft for game number 5, and Tig has been slotted
sakto lang yung Tig. Sakto lang yung Tig. Winnable to, pero ginawa nila yun para for the joy.
I do like FNOP right now. I feel like FNOP looks very clean.
Guys, sorry yung FCON, di ba? Siyempre, unbiased tayo pag-draft. Sinasabi natin kung maganda o hindi. Sinabi ko naman maganda yung draft ng 3-4, games 3 and 4 ng FCON. Etong Hayad, medyo ano ata ako dito, 50. Di ako tuwa dito. So that means good for FNOP to. Ito guys, delay ads, pinindot ko. Delay ads.
It's been back and forth, Ingan.
Si Alice Guo.
What do you feel, real quick?
I have to agree with the panel. The dive composition that Falcon Esports
Ni hao.
can bring onto the lineup of Fnatic Onyx Philippines might just be too much, but at the same time, Kelra with the Aerithel in terms of mobility has a slight advantage over the Granger. And
sige, nakausap nga siya ng Mandarin ng mga ano pag may Chinese na nakausap. Sana talaga Alice Guo. Yaman nun.
And it's all come down to one game. King Kong and End of Dawn, a ticket to the top 4. And Axiata Arena on the line. And it's all come down to one game.
Oo nga no. Sure Axiata ka pala pag nanalo ka dito. In a way. Oh, sobra ka na Kirk. Ginawa niya doon, nag-cut.
Milkman, I mean, that's a great start for them.
Ano yung ginawa niya doon? Nag-cut, natakot sa Hylos.
Again, King Kong on the Joy. We know this has been very
Sorry.
But now you have a Hayabusa across from you. Oh.
There was the Void Crystal. But the damage coming in from Brusco, forcing out PX7 to use a flicker. So there was still an engagement for Fnatic Philippines. And let's see if they can continue the aggression, because so far, if Dax just continues on his rampage over King Kong right now, but King Kong managed to steal away that jungle.
No.
There's a whole lot here. I mean, this is
weirdoan ako dun sa ano.
A lot of battles
ginawa ni Kirks.
being expended early on.
Okay, Kelra, boy. Ay, hindi.
Pops the Spirify. One more, Benny.
Ano?
Is he gonna be able to do it with the Rhapsody though?
Nice. Nasayawan. Ha?
He sidesteps,
Hindi, okay na.
he weaves, Kelra survives.
Dali lang sila ng ano.
In that exchange again, that would have been massive.
Dali lang sila
if
konti.
he's able to capitalize on the kill. But still, they find themselves pushing and
Boy, ang nakaba naman para sa FCON, please! Ay, FNOP pala, FNOP.
You've got Benny running that festival.
Mali pa yung team, parehas kasi ng ano, tsura.
With the Master Assassin just yet either. So here we find ourselves
wala, FNOC.
first objective for the taking. It's going to be started up by King Kong.
Nakakahilo.
Esports will get in position. Are they going to be able to contest this?
Okay, King Kong.
Nice ulti. Oh my god. Nice. Nakapatay. Pwede na. Good trade, Hilda.
No response for Fnatic and Falcon Esports.
Okay, hindi na masyadong factor si Hilda sa ngayon. Okay na nalalagpasan na ni Hayabusa yung mahirap na stage. To be fair kasi Joy so di rin gano'n kalakas sa early. So siguro kaya sila naghaya pa rin. Kasi parang 50-50 lang sa first start.
Bottom side though, this is what we see so much in the gold lane right now. And this time around, with the fact that this is an Irithel for Kelra,
Malag ba?
it's going to work in their favor with mobility, but they're going to go for Benny.
Patay ba? Patay.
There's no raking stats for Brusco.
Uy, grabe.
Because he wasn't level 4, Benny picks up the...
Kelra, it's going to work in their favor with mobility, but they're going to go for Benny.
There's no raking stats for Brusco. Because he wasn't level 4, Benny picks up the counter kill.
Pambira.
Big pickup for Benny, even a 1v2. It's like Fnatic wanted, to just try to make that.
Saya nag-ranger dun. 15 stacks yun.
That's how important the first major objective is.
Naglalag? Seryoso ba?
Because Fnatic Onic Philippines didn't have the chance to get it,
Naglalag ba?
Brusco wasn't level 4. They went for the engage.
Wala naman akong drop frames, guys.
And Benny was, shadow kill, forcing Super Friends to walk away. Here comes King Kong onto the back line with the
Okay, huli si Dax. Oh my god, Tigril. Patay pa rin. Nice Eve. Nice Prince. Takbo. Nice Prince. Okay na. Solve na tayo doon.
Again, the momentum shifts just slightly. Diminishing that minor goal.
Wala guys, ito na talaga yun.
And now
Wala naman din ako minaba. Wala akong drop frames guys. I seen 0. Drop frame 0. Diba? Nakalagay 0. And 0.
Turtle coming up here at 10 seconds away as it's on the bottom portion of the map.
8 seconds delay. Hirap, no? Di mahalaga, guys, sa finals, may go signal na tayo dun sa watch party. So, mas smooth na dun. Mas smooth.
Important. King Kong might... Oh, hold on!
Brusco, buhay ba? Second. Galing ni Prince, oh. Hindi niya nilapit kay Brusco. Nilayo niya kay Brusco para di ma-transfer. Galing. Kirk, igabusin mo, Kirk. Please. Kelra. Aray. Sakit ng Hylos. Nice one, King Kong. Okay na. Boundary na tayo dyan. Masakit ngayon yung Hylos Airtel, pero mamaya, madadaan na sa lifesteal. Sa ngayon lang, syempre, early pa eh. Mapaporsa pa siya dun.
Dax will check things out before members of Fnatic Onic will force Royal
pag nag-preview, kala naglalag. Okay po. Okay, P. Benny. Good flick. Wait, nakakontra tayo dito. Okay na yung Kirk. Sacrifice na lang. Uy, buhay! Galing mo, Prince! Nice, Prince!
5,000 from Indiana Party.
Hashtag browser. Thank you. 5,000 IDR na yan, dos. Hindi naman nata.
Man, it just feels like, at
asa tayo pagtukay.
FNOP flips a switch. They turn things in their favor, and they just cause some chaos that makes teams kind of
Prince MVP, guys.
They collapse down even under the
normal na
turrets.
speed na yun.
So they now build up 2,000 gold
Di
lead
ko
at
alam
this
guys.
point.
Okay naman.
They got the last objective. Falcon Esports
Zero,
still in fighting
naman na
form,
tayo
though.
dito.
They're still in a good position to go ahead and contest the next turtle when it comes up. But they
nagsa-stutter, no? Wala sa to.
The surprise
sa
factor here
kanila.
really is for Kid X. He's got the implosion, he's got the flicker combination, where Royal Milk, he's more so of utility. I have some sustainability with Revitalize, but I can also use the glorious pathway to cut off.
Grabe din talaga maglaro to si Royal Mick eh. Gangster eh. Sobrang sa gangster.
On the other hand, Kirk has to walk away here, coming in damage from Falcon Esports. They also used to Revitalize.
Ang galing ang galing pares ng XP natin. Dalawa. Royal Milk tsaka si Kirk. Patay kay King. Walang flicker. Boom! Di mo na-expect yun, no, Benny? Di mo na-expect.
You can only contain King Kong, but now with the
Boy si Kelra. Nice. Oy! Boy. Kontra Pelo. Okay na yan. Out na. Pwede na yan. Get red. May retry ba? Mayroon.
You cannot stop King Kong in his element. 4-0-1, and now they're going to take away the buffs of Falcon Esports.
They've got to stop him, though. They have to stop him from taking the resources.
Problema na si Kirk, guys.
He's only
Brusco, Thunderbelt.
10, but he's falling
7 minutes. Okay lang.
Falcon Esports needs this. If not the turtle, then a defining team fight in their favor. They don't have a flicker for Kid X.
Kinakabahan ako totoo to Kinakabahan ako. Support tayo eh. Wala, Falcon kasi.
Myanmar,
lason talaga eh.
providing the vision. Both gold laners making their way
Buti na
towards the
lang.
fight here.
Uy,
Okay,
si
they're gonna try
Kirk.
and work on
Okay,
Kirk.
implosion.
They're
Isa,
gonna commit it
dalawa.
back on the other hand, trying to focus on the turtle.
Okay lang, okay lang.
Man down, but they answer right back with a kill onto
Kirk
Kinect.
naman
King Kong
kapalit.
still get the turtle. Another kill
2 for
onto
1.
Kirk. Falcon Esports doing their best to
Ulti.
bring down King
Patay
Kong
kay
with
King
a
Kong.
kill.
Patay.
It's not gonna be enough to bring down King Kong. Fnatic Onyx
Babanlip.
Philippines with a 2.6k gold lead.
The 2-for-2 trade.
Ano ang item ni Fritz?
For FNOP.
Ang kunat
Further
niyan.
in the lead a little bit further, and that's a holy
Ayun, isa ito
crystal
narinig
now
tayo.
to
Ang
start
item
them
niya.
sight.
Talaga,
For King
maunat lang
Kong,
talaga
look
siya.
at the gap for the jungle.
Ah, wala pang item. Pugo pala yung haya. Kaya pala nagugulat ako ang hina niya. Wala pa siyang item. Kaya pala guys, tataka ko ba paano nabuo laging boy si Prince? Kala ko may special item na binili si Prince. Ano lang pala siya? Taghirap lang pala yung haya natin. Barako. Meron na nagbigay sa akin na Barako coffee. Yes, natry ko na naman. Naka-normal speed ako guys. Ano?
He has no HP,
Normal,
he gets
oh.
bursted
One
down
times
right
normal,
away,
diba?
not able to maximize the ultimate.
Magkaiba
But
ba
right
yan?
now, it's different. It's a different story for Fnatic Onyx Philippines. We see Kirk, even if he overextends, even if Kidex commits
Kasi
implosion
emblem
in
din.
Sacred Hammer,
Wala
it's
lang
not
talagang
enough to
pera.
burst him down. But
Isang
all
item
the
pa lang
value
eh.
that they get with what Kirk did was all used up by
Laging lag
Fnatic
ng
Onyx.
stream ng ano. Lipat kaya tayong TikTok tics. Pag may ano. Lipat tayong TikTok. Pag ang lago. Ayun o. Ayan. Ayun, totoo. Lag na talaga. Naniniwala na ako sa inyo. Yes, I'm still gonna watch the next series. Pero gagawin ko, baka mag-real life tayo. Real life. Ayusin ko ano siguro tayo. Mag-set up ako ng isa pang mic para okay. Ayun, totoo. Naglalag na talaga. Pero hindi sa atin. Sa ano to.
Steal the Lord if that ends up happening. It
Kahit
might
kay
have to
Mirko
happen
daw
there.
malag.
We've seen
Okay,
this
okay.
time and time again with
Gusto niyo
previous
mag-try ng
high boost
TikTok.
of
Kaso
players.
crucial eh.
But again, the zoning potential from FNOP is
Pag
so
medyo
good
may
that
downtime.
Dax's
Pero
entry point
bahira nata magka-downtime
is really
dito.
hard to get to. I mean, he has such a difficult time actually getting there, even with the
Nakakainis naman yung lag.
So now the Lord is up. It's going to be started up by King Kong. It's still going to be used too. They want to make a play on Royal.
1080 lang ako guys.
They want to go for the -1 King Kong here with electrifying feet, forcing the pathway once again. But to revitalize, that's two major resources expended by Falcon Esports.
Lagay na kami.
And again, you mentioned Dax.
Itong ano, yung ano IKEA yan. Yung ano ba yung station? Parang grill, outdoor grill nga yun. Outdoor table nga yun eh, na pwede mag-isip. Pang garden talaga siya. Kaso yung itsura niya pwedeng pang loob. Nag-ulti na si Kong Kings.
They might be able to delay this even further.
Pan-delay, made-delay.
As Falcon Esports, do they contest this? Orange buff locked in, get some of the health back. He's going to reset.
Social media
They know
mo.
that some of the resources
Wala
were
daw.
down as well from FNOP. So both teams still going for a reset. Even with this kind of lead, Fnatic Onyx cannot overextend into the team fight, and they'll send Benny back down to possibly just push this out a little bit, that tier 1.
He's going to try to go for a trade instead, because again, looking at the... Oh! Brusco along with Super Friends going to bring down Royal Milk! Real world manipulation paired up with the
lagi. Unli yan.
Now they're going to work on Kidex. Here goes the power of villainess, forcing Kidex to walk away. One member down for Falcon Esports, Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
Ang crucial ng pang-ipit nila dito kay Dax. Pero honestly, kasalanan nila yun eh. Naggaya sila sa healed eh. Tatry. Papangarap. Nice out. Prince. Buhay na buhay. Kelra. Nasa zone. Uy, lantern na. Okay, safe. Ito yata pwede na. Ano mangyayari? Switch tayo sa TikTok. Baka mas okay.
Safely secure the Lord. Falcon Esports in a position once again to get ready.
Laging oh my Venus yung lumalabas. ML. Lipat tayo. Wala.
Kaka-inhibitor turret tayo dito. Medyo malabo.
Sabog lang yung ano.
Pero maraming gold ang pwedeng makuha with this load.
Wala bang ano? Wala bang English?
At maaari pang masundan
M6 English.
Nagsasama-sama na rin ang Falcon
Sana dilag sa TikToks. Ayan, totoo. Sila... Huh? Parang mas delay. Parang mas delay. Nangyari. Mas delay. La. Nagpapanik na ako. Oh no. Mas delay sa TikTok.
Doon na lang, tiisin nyo na. Kasi naman hindi update.
Oo.
To try to maintain the tier 2 in that mid lane. There's a conceal though. They might put some pressure here now on the base of Falcon Esports.
Falcon Esports make quick work of that Lord down bottom and managed to save also the mid lane.
Sorry guys.
Oh,
Ala, namatay si King Kong. Hindi natin napanood. Oh, patay ka kay Dex.
I can't say I wouldn't have tried it myself. Kid X went in, but it didn't work. And right now they look to go ahead and just stop the bleeding. I mean,
Hindi mo re-replay, no? Wala, lag yung ano, TikTok. Corny.
Not sure what they're going to
Usually
do
dun mabilis eh.
secure the purple buff.
Sa tactics.
They have the rest of the team to help them out with this, but look at the front line. Brusco taking a couple shots, and Kirk will also be spotted out. Again, making it work here for Dax to get the buff.
Oh,
Goes
huwag niyang pag-farmin lang si
takes a
Dax. Okay
couple
tayo dyan.
shots, and has to go back, so he's going to lose the purple buff.
You can just see the damage of the Death Sonata and Rhapsody not sufficient. Kirk just stood up against the Rhapsody, took all bullets, and just look at the health, full health already, utilizing the passive, just going into the bushes alongside Brusco. So how do you go and attack the front line?
Hayabusa, 7K. Uy, pugo kay King Kong. Lamang ng 3K si King Kong, guys.
With a 4.2k gold lead,
To, si King Kong 10.2k, si Dak 7.4k. Oh, alas 3. Isang item. Ganyan na, yan ang win condition natin.
With Super Prince Flicker, here comes the Sacred Hammer. Okay, but Kirk still going for it.
Ang lag talaga. Patay. Ganda ng ulti ni Prince. Dax nag-try, nag-attempt. Si King Kong ano na, advance na mag-isip. Sa likod na yung inarap. Grabe! Nakita nyo guys kung gaano kasync si Brusco at si Kirk. Sabay na sabay. Already siya na ako ng kill doon pero nakita nyo talaga yung ano nila doon. Synergy.
Kid X will be up in 14. They can delay it enough for him to be up.
Oh, sa YT na rin pala talaga yung problema. Okay, tunaw ka Dax. Patay ka. Wala na, atin na yung Lord. Ayun o. Kahit mabuhay yan, good as dead na yan, good as dead. Beautiful Kirk! Galing!
Objectives secured.
Ang galing! Sir Kirk! MVP!
But this time, this Lord will help them push into the base. They do hold on to this one at tier 2 turret in the mid lane. But if you're looking at the items
game 5, no,
for this,
naglalag.
as they come up, Benny is where that damage profile comes from. Even PX7 still trying to catch up a little bit. We're seeing how much Super Prince is a threat alone. Like we mentioned, still working on his next items. Already got 3. And even the Wishing Lantern.
Hilda ang X-Factor, mga kaibigans.
Do help out.
Uy, kay Prince na, yung blue. Yari na kayo.
A whole lot of magic damage. Overloading Falcon Esports as they are ready to
natin may silencer.
Again, Benny's positioning. He's only got a flicker. He's got that one dash.
May silencer kasi yun.
To hold it together. Royal Milk still holding on to the revitalized.
Para hindi tayo ma-report ba? Ma-report tayo eh.
Might need it here unless they force a situation. Brusco, keep an eye on him. Might try to force things in. They lose that top turret. Now the mid lane has to be defended.
Nag-ulti na yung Haya. Wala na threat kay Prince.
Oh,
Ang ganda naman ng Brusco man. Sa likod. Up mo na. Pwede na. Hits na tayo dyan. Walang ulti yan. Walang ulti yan. Walang ulti yan.
Falcon Esports will defend though, only losing that top turret. They're still in the
silencer
game.
yan guys.
And whether or
not,
Kid X gets that set up to turn the tide, they at least buy time. And that's exactly what they need here. Again, at some point in the game, the gold lead will not matter so much. Dax has done a good job at catching back up. Remember, he was down quite a bit against King Kong. Benny is online. He's where he needs to be. But Kid X, once Kid X gets a little bit more tanky, catches up himself in the itemization and doesn't have to solely rely on Royal Milk either, then that's when they're ready to go toe-to-toe and fight this out. Because even Kirk on the hill, man, Kirk alone is so tanky enough.
Okay.
They'll go ahead and get ready for this. Again, trying to take that buff.
Keller already swapped his boots for the Wind of Nature. So he's jam-packed. Keller wants to go all in.
Ayun, nakita ko na. Nag-choke pose nga si Dilar. Buisit ka.
For the Lord and steal it away. Or at least if Fnatic Onyx Philippines secures the Lord, you need to take down bodies for the side of Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
At this point, FNOP will just go ahead and take things slowly, take the buffs what they can, and go ahead and just gauge to see if Falcon Esports wants to force a fight. I don't think they should. And if they do, it's literally only going to be when Kid X has that flicker available, but it might be better off. They've tried it a couple times, that they just get the fair fight they're looking for. You know, we saw what we expected was that back in game 2 where Kid X on the same hero, the Tigreal, wasn't able to work out from him. He's out there scouting, but they're going to have to work for this. Again, we'll see if he actually gets back. But the Lord is up. It's going to be started up too. So he does still recall, it looks like, unless he gets the information that he's arguably safe, but
Uy, alam
Super
nakita si
Fritz
Kid X.
will spot Kid X out.
Oh, Dodgers! Patay, ubo. Oh, likod. Kirk. Grabe ka, Kirk. The game changer. Oh, Brusco! Uy, Eve, grabe mo, baka. Kaso ang lag. Patay si Kongkings. Hindi, buhay. Up, Benny, mag-isa ka na lang. Katapos na muna. Grabe ka doon, oh. Grabe, Onyx. Ang lag lang, bad trip. Panapakan natin yan.
Down, it's only Benny to defend this base push. Kelra and Super Fritz, they'll take down the mid turret. They'll clear out the lanes. But they might not be able to end it, Super Fritz.
Oh, Kelra!
Patay ka kay Kelra.
Benny to walk away. He's gonna break down King Kong, but Fnatic
Let's go!
They secure
Ang lag lang eh. Sayang.
And the storm rages
Tapos
on
na.
as the lightning fast.
Ito nga palakpak.
Porcupines pierce through the pride of Myanmar, the Falcons Esports. A decisive 5-game series. What better way to book that slot, the top 4 in the Oxiana Arena, than to have it go all the way.
Pero respect tayo, respect. Maganda talaga. Mabait din, walang anin. Pero dati trash talk battle yan, Pinas versus ano.
They do go down to the lower bracket though. They still have a chance to fight on.
Red for Dwight. Okay, gets ko na. Dahil sa buhok. Tsaka tsura.
That makes 3 and 5. Still in favor of the Burmese, but Fnatic Onyx Philippines takes one for the...
So he's jam-packed.
Pinasarap lang. Yung silencer nagdala. The Ice Chico, they never lie.
Sandstorm from Bruce.
May 2-1 silent. Yung palakpak kasi namin dito, guys. Ito proof. Kung naglalag pa rin dito sa replay, ibig sabihin loggers na talaga. Ay, hindi naglalag. Ay, beautiful ML! Ito natin. Paano nakita si Kid? Hindi, kanina pa siya nakatambay.
He's out there scouting. But they're gonna have to work for this again. We'll see if he actually gets back. But the Lord is up.
Minamatay yung mata. Chinecheck nila yung mata.
Does still recall, it looks like, unless he
pero ngayon, ito na-check na talaga siya. Ayun no, may parang lumipad.
Super Fritz will spot Kid X out.
Ito, yung tingnan niyo yung dodge ni Keldra dito, guys. Crucial din yan. Mga small things. Kasi may nakaabang na rin na carpet eh. Tapos dahil na-culti na siya, short kill na to si Kid X. Kirk, tama yung ginagawa ni Kirk dito. Tama yan. Ayan na may idea pa siya pinik eh. Ang dami niya nga niya, natangkingan niya pati yung Vex ult eh, which is good. So, King Kong, alam na niya gagawin. G na yan. Tapos si Brusco, mayroong flicker. Shoot sa likod. Bang! And then Prince, flicker na rin. Di na nagdalawang isip.
Connected to every single member. King Kong with the cleanup crew. Immortality will be popped. Benny has to walk away. He's the only one left.
The raging
first kill ni Super Prince nagdala. May paro-parang lumipad eh. Kita niya. Ay, okay, sure. Confirmed. Tsaka syempre may movement speed bonus eh pag napapatama yung first. Pero alam mo yan, madaming pang checks. Yung lantern talaga, may extra yan na info na mabibigay. Ayun o, na-bait siya dun o.
They'll clear out the lanes, but they might not be able to end it. Super Fritz.
Kelra, tinalo na no, nilipad na.
Aray. With a heavy crossbow, forcing Benny to walk away. He's gonna break down King Kong, but Fnatic doesn't care. They secure top 4.
Kita nung lantern.
kita ng paro-paro.
Pampaganda
lang ng Dokyo. Coach, paano mo nabasa yung Lafara and Falcon sa clone sila Keldra? Kasi ito.
An interview set up.
Be the answer right now.
Question, Leo.
Ito, patake ng konting ano lang. Parang medyo babasahin mo lang yung plano. Ano ba yun? Game 4 ba yun? Game 4 ba yun? Nasa ban Nasa ban yung... game 4 ba yun? O game... Anong game yun, guys? Yung Paramis. Anong game yun? Ba yun? Ito. So, game 2, di ba? Kaya ko nabasa na nag-Paramis. Binan kasi nila tong Beatrix. Yan. Tapos sinabi ko na mag-Paramis sila. Binan nila yung 1-1. So sabi nila, siguro, okay na. Hindi na sila takot mag-Paramis sa Farsa. Tapos, combo kasi. Tapos, when it comes to laning, medyo papalag yung Paramis sa Farsa. Medyo lang. Ayan. Tapos, sa anti-Chu, yung na-prove ata na pag may Chu, pwede Paramisan
Okay, Brusco said they actually have a lot of homework to do later on. They have to go back to whatever mistakes they did just now so that they can continue improving, and they're also very happy because they're now in the top 4. Super Friends, how are you feeling?
Okay lang din kasi first time din namin sa M-Series, tas parang palong-palo kami maglaro.
He said he feels good too. Despite being his first time in the M-Series, he also feels happy that they're actually playing really well. Now, Brusco, can you take me back just now? What happened in that game against Falcon? Why was an almost reverse sweep happen? What happened?
Siguro binigyan namin yung Bruno. Gusto nanalo kami. Akala namin goods lang Pero nung pinikulit nila, di pala kaya. Kaya din namin respeto yung Bruno talaga.
I see. So Brusco thinks it's all down to the Bruno. They gave it in the first time because they think that they could actually beat it. But I think, Benny's Bruno is really not something to be messed with, no? It's very scary. He's very good at it. So will you do it again? Will you give him Bruno again if you guys meet?
Ban Bruno.
Ban Bruno.
Banda Bruno na to.
Okay, now as we all know, Super Prince has been in Onyx for a long time, right? Fnatic Onyx. And you've been through multiple roster changes. How does it feel that your hard work is finally paying off?
Nakaka-bad trip?
Unang-una po, masaya kasi napag-international stage tapos yung hindi po sumuko yung Onyx sa akin.
He said firstly, he's very happy because he managed to go into the international stage. And he's also very happy that Onyx did not give up on him. Okay, now for Super Friends as well, you got a new moniker. There's a title. People are calling you now the Monster Mage. Do you like this moniker? Gusto mo ba yung title na Monster Mage? Or di mo masyado bet? Honest opinion.
Kahit ano.
Anything? Anything's fine with you? But maybe you can tell me more. Do you like it or do you not like it?
Okay rin.
Okay, maganda. It's nice. Okay, now, in your opinion, who could give you a hard time in the mid lane? This M6.
Rins.
Rins? Why do you think Rins is gonna give you a hard time? Bakit?
Kasi pag nakaka-script namin sila, sumasabay siya sa akin.
Oh, so during scrims, Rins can actually catch up to Super Friends. Now, this is going to be interesting. Now, Brusco, we all know that this is also your first time in the M-Series, right? Are you nervous playing, actually?
Hindi po Parang excited pa po kami kasi kami yung magde-defend ng title ng Pilipinas.
Oh, he said he's actually not nervous but more towards excited. As they're the only Philippine representative left, they're very excited to defend the Philippines title. And you, Super Friends, are you nervous?
No.
No. What's your personal goal this M6, aside from winning champion? Finals MVP? Do you want to show the world you're the best mid laner?
To be the best team.
To be the best team. What about you? Personal goal?
Parang tingalain kami na sobrang lakas na team na mas malakas pa dun sa mga prime na mga
all teams.
All teams.
He said his personal goal is to be the team that everybody looks up to, stronger than the previous champions. Okay, Brusco, come here.
RQ, yes.
Okay, I want you to give you a really good answer, ha?
Dalawang panalo na lang.
The next match will decide who you guys will meet in the upper bracket finals. Do you want to meet RRQ Hoshi, your ex-team, or Team Liquid Indonesia, the team that you beat in the Swiss stage?
Gusto ko malaban talaga RRQ
RRQ Hoshi, why?
Tanda nyo parang Wala lang, may gusto lang akong patunayan.
He wants to prove something. What do you want to prove?
Na ako nga pala yung sinayang nila.
Wow! You know what? Okay, guys, he just said, I want to prove that I am the player they actually wasted.
Brusco!
Do you have any message to them before, if you would meet them in the upper bracket finals?
Good luck lang kasi ano rin kami, parang brothers yung FNOP tsaka RRQ eh. Good luck bukas, sana manalo kayo.
He said, good luck. We hope you win. Thank you very much to Brusco and Super Prince. Once again, congratulations on already securing top 4 this M6 World Championship. And with that, let us throw it back to the panel to break down what happened in this amazing best-of-5 series up against Falcons.
Ano tayo, guys? Pahinga
Thank you so much to Rose
maybe
and
dinner
to Kim.
or prepare dinner.
I'm flabbergasted. Super Prince and Brusco. You heard what he said about RRQ, right? He said,
thank you.
I want to prove that I'm the one y'all wasted, by the way. How many championships over here?
Or
I like it.
Pwede naman,
That's the
sabay
type of
mag-dinner
mentality you gotta have. Like, just to let you know, you missed
Kami, bahala
out.
na.
You know?
Pero
big games.
for sure,
it's like you guys know what I'm saying.
He's saying he's a lottery ticket, right? And they didn't cash it in.
I agree.